What's up, guys? Todd Woman here. This is Top Cut of Pocket Mad's $250 tournament. Pocket Mad's number 7, Mega Mayhem, sponsored by Box GG. My name is Todd Woma, but this is the man, the myth, the legend, Pocket Mad's. Maddie, how are we doing today, brother?
What's going on, man? I'm excited. I wasn't able to make it last week, unfortunately, but I've been watching. I've been playing. I've been analyzing. Of course, people have been, caught up on the YouTube videos, but excited to cast day 2. Taj, I believe this tournament this weekend was actually larger than last weekend's tournament somehow. So this is officially our largest tournament so far, but almost 800 players, playing in the tournament that made it in. So yeah, absolutely incredible, and I'm excited to talk about it.
Yeah, and Maddie, so here's the thing. We are on a 10-minute delay, so if you guys are seeing this again, there's a 10-minute delay so that we, the casters, can show the hand so we can see exactly what lines the players can have, and that means there's no cheating because obviously within 10 minutes the game will be over. So if you guys are playing, try not to spoil it to your fellow teammates like, oh, I got kicked out of Top Cut, just because it is a little fun. But if you guys do it, no worries. But again, there is a 10-minute delay for y'all, so if you guys are wondering like, what's going on, or yada yada yada. But again, Maddie, this is Top Cut. Again, basically the best of the Mega Rising series, right? What's super cool is that we have a lot of players that are kind of newish. There's some pretty cool decks that cook, but also we're gonna click the meta game, Top Cut 2. Not a lot of Mega Pokemon, despite the Mega Rising, Maddie, right? So
yes, yeah, I think that's kind of what we're seeing at this point. Is sort of the I was actually surprised how quickly we were going into sort of what I consider to be like the counter meta phase of this new metagame. I think that the first week was very much everybody exploring the new Mega Pokemon, the new decks, Blaziken, Ampharos and Absol, like all of those things that people really wanted to play. And now I think what we're really seeing is a pretty solid determination of what the top decks are. And then pretty quickly, it's just translated into which decks are strong into those top decks. And that's why we've, seen a lot of Oricorio version decks. Magnezone is the big one that did really well leading up to this weekend. Decidueye is another big one. I mean, these are some of the most played decks in the entire game. But in terms of like the top archetypes, in terms of strength, I still think Suicune Greninja is like kind of running the show. And Altaria, those are kind of the two big ones in terms of like consistency and just flat out like strength of the decks. I think that those are the two strongest decks. And then, mostly everything else you're going to see are either those decks or decks that are, inherently good into those matchups, which is interesting, definitely interesting. And it's interesting how fast that's developed. I mean, this is literally only the second weekend, less than 2 weeks into it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no. And what's super dope about ranked not being here, I know a lot of players are complaining, but it also like puts more spotlight on the tournaments, right? Which is super cool because there's a difference, Maddie, you can agree with like ladder grinding and like tournaments, because you could obviously just like, again, high roll, use again high drink on Absol and just win with like either win streaks or just like a positive win rate. But you can't really quite do that in a tournament. You have to kind of have a balanced deck. And I truly feel that, Maddie, again, decks from tournaments are going to be slightly different than decks just in ranked. You know what I mean? Because you're trying to just get your combos in a sense, right?
Yeah. It's always the big topic of debate. I cover both on the channel. Typically, I would say that the decks that, you see play in ranked mode are based around the decks that you see in tournaments. But one thing I will say is that the decks that end up winning tournaments are oftentimes specific decks that, again, are sort of counter to, the metagame, whereas in ranked, you can kind of, you're going to see a larger variety of decks throughout your ranked climb, so you just want to play something that's, like, consistent or easily repeatable in terms of, the simplicity of the deck, right? So there's certainly some really heavy hitters in the tournaments. Like right now, if we were to have a ranked mode, you would see Suicune Greninja, you would see Altaria. Those are very standard things, but you wouldn't necessarily expect like this week, if Magnezone ends up winning or Decidueye ends up winning, like you wouldn't consider that to be, the most played deck in ranked if it were going on right now. But one thing that you're completely right about, Taj, is that there are no win streak bonuses in the Pocket Mads tournament series. So if you're playing, you're gonna have to have that high win rate. And we didn't plan it. Like we didn't know that ranked, right, Taj, wouldn't be coming out with the release of B1.
Yep.
But luckily, we had the tournament already sort of built up and established. We put the team together, and by the time B1 came out, I think we were already on like 4 or 5 tournaments. So, very fortunate that we're able to do this for the players, and I think that it's worked out pretty well, honestly.
And what's super cool, guys, if you guys are new to the channel, just tuning in, have no idea what's going on, again, this is a TCG Pocket Tournament, again, sponsored by BoxGG. If you guys are looking for cards, because it's really hard to get Pokemon cards, or actually, yeah, we'll just mainly focus on the Pokemon cards, IRL, right? Go to boxgg.com. Again, a moderator will put Maddie's promo code in the both the chats, and basically what you do is you pull cards digitally, and then they'll mail them to you through TCG Player. TCG Player is a great spot to get cards. So again, a reputable partner company. They also sponsored Shroud and Island Grown as well too. So again, thank you BoxGG for sponsoring $250 of this prize pool for this tournament for the players. And again, thank you so much for sponsoring this video. Please check them out. But what's cool, guys, is that if you guys are bored, like there's no ranked, play a tournament. It's really not that hard. It's really not that difficult. There is a little bit of time for it, but it's definitely worth it because, again, it's night and day. Grinding ranked versus, again, playing a tournament is just the bee's knees. I think it's really fun. I never really played in tournaments, and I did. It was super fun. And that's what actually got me into the casting gig, which is really sick. So I enjoyed watching these players do really well. And what's great is that you're going to see top 1K, top 1K 100 players duking it out, and seeing their POVs and seeing the line. It's absolutely insane, right, Maddie? So, but Maddie, any cool decks that you were kind of excited about from yesterday or anything like that? It is 3 minutes until the tournament starts. And also, if you guys, I guess you guys should be in the Discord already now, but if you guys have not, please join the Discord because you have to stream your POV so we can try to get the best matches for you guys. So, Maddie, any decks that you liked and enjoyed?
Yeah, like if we're looking into round one, what I like to do, because there's always a big variety, in the tournaments, I like to look at the players specifically and see if there's anybody that really stands out to me. I was looking through it, and there's just a bunch of really great matchups here, even in this first round. The top cut is not symmetrical, right? So some people are just going to be able to get a bye in the first round, which, is just the way it works. 6 and 2 was sort of the, the break point there to make top cut. But, yeah, the one match that I mean, there's a bunch, but I was seeing that, Kodra versus J Fried, which was actually a Luxray deck into an Altaria matchup. That seems really interesting to me. I would like to see how Luxray handles that.
Cool.
Of course, we do have Numatonale, a previous champion, one of the best players in the entire game, playing Hydreigon Absol, and he's going up against a Magnezone or Oricorio, so that could be a somewhat interesting matchup. I know some people don't love Oricorio, but
maybe we do that one. I think that'd be sick.
There's a lot.
What's funny though is check this out. If you can see it, it's on the screen right now. Numatonale, one of the best French players, has to beat Semantic, who is also a really good player, and then has to beat, I believe, Puerto Rico's Verum. And again, I sorry for butchering the name Verum. Again, great content creator. So literally, Numatonale has to go through like some of the best players, and also running the new kind of rogue and meta counter Oricorio Magnezone. But he's also not running Sui Ninja, and I think that's the reason why. Because Numatonale is he's one of the best Sui Ninja players ever, right? So the fact that he dropped it for this actually might be in his favor, which is absolutely insane.
Yeah.
So
and he knows as well. And I think that what you see oftentimes, one of the biggest skills in Pokemon Pocket, and probably other TCGs as well, is deck choice, right? When you go into a tournament on the weekend, you have to understand the metagame, you have to understand the landscape, know what decks that other people are going to be playing, what's sort of the new most popular, what's in the deck lists, and then kind of deciding what deck you want to play based around that. And I think that that's what Numatonale's done really well. We saw him do very well in last week with Suicune, and this was really before Suicune popped off, right? So he's one of those people that's at like the forefront of the metagame. People are playing decks this week because of maybe what he did last week. So that's, another big reason why he's such a strong player. But I mean, literally, the people that made day 2, Taj, are just literally all of the best players in Pokemon Pocket.
100%.
And it's always fun to see, there's always that argument. I see people like, oh, the game's got so much RNG in it. There's so much luck based. And then I'm like, well, how come it's the same top players every week? It's like,
are they just that lucky?
Right. So, but it's always fun to watch them. I know when we go into day 2, I know we're going to see some of the same faces. And it's always fun to watch them play because that they're, they're just great players. And whether, they're playing Suicune Greninja or Magnezone or Hydreigon, the decisions they make in the game are correct. So you can learn a lot. And it's just always really interesting. So for me, Taj, I really don't mind who we watch in round 1. I'm totally cool with it. But we'll communicate with Lampod and we'll get that.
Well, this is what we're actually gonna do here. So Numatonale actually does stream on Twitch. Also, we love to kind of like give some spotlight to our fellow content creators as well too. Again, we want to all grow as well too. So Numatonale is actually live on Twitch. I did post it up. It is 11:01. So essentially, Lampod could probably start to go. And I say, Maddie, we just rock it with Numatonale versus against Semantic. I think that's gonna be a good vibe. And I say we rock that as our round 1 match. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm totally cool with that. Is his opponent streaming in Discord?
So Semantic, he's not, but again, we do have again Numatonale's POV. Oh, does he hide his hand though? He does. Oh, okay. I mean, Semantic should be in the Discord too.
Yeah, we can communicate with his opponent. So let me hop in on Limitless.
Cool.
I'll shoot him a message.
Unless do you want us to do somebody else? We could do somebody else. Like, I think what's super cool is that there's the Blaziken Heat War. But again, I do not know who Brazen is or not Sen is either. So, I guess you just ping Semantic. I feel like they've done it before. So yeah, let's just ping Semantic. So.
Yes, they might have already started their match, but if we can get them in here, then
cool.
You know,
why don't I pop Numatonale's POV? We'll just use his Twitch for now, if that's okay.
Yeah, that's good.
And then we'll grab that. So let me grab his deck list super fast.
Yeah, let me pull up.
And then Lampbot, if you want to check Limitless or even yourself too, Maddie, to see if like they actually did start or if that's just like a testing.
Yeah, I think he's just now getting into his game. I see the coin flip going on.
Okay,
so
cool,
I think
cool.
he's yeah.
Let me sorry guys, so guys, usually the first match, since we're kind of like just jumping into it right away, it is a little wonky on my end, so I do apologize. But once we get again Top Cut figured out, we'll know exactly which matches to go for. Let me pop it open. And then Maddie, we should be good. So whenever you're ready, they are playing and it is on the board for players to see. Again, this is Numatonale versus Semantic, and Semantic has also have done really well playing Magnezone or Choreo. So Maddie, take it away, brother.
Yeah. So are you getting it at it? Because I'm good. I don't know if you were. Can the viewer see the game on the screen?
Yep. Well, we're using Numatonale's POV right now. So on Twitch.
Yep. Yeah, so I think this is going to be an interesting one, right? I think that Magnezone or Choreo, and I talked about it a little bit in previous videos, but I think that Magnezone is just uniquely well positioned with Giant Capes. It's got a lot of HP, can live attack from Mega Pokemon, and that kind of includes Hydreigon, right? So that 130, 140 damage seems to be sort of the common damage number for a lot of the Pokemon in the metagame right now. So Magnezone, even though it only does 110, that is enough to 2-hit KO, and it's living 2 attacks anyway. It's a single prize Pokemon, and then you can pair it pretty easily with Oricorio to just kind of slow the game down. Now, into this Hydreigon matchup, things are going to be a little bit different. Numatonale's Hydreigon deck, very interesting. 1 Darkrai, 1 Absol, and then 1 Chingling. And that Chingling is going to typically stop Stage 2 Pokemon from coming out, but not Magnezone, right? Because it doesn't really run Rare Candy. So I think that there's definitely some advantages for Magnezone in this matchup, but the Oricorio also not going to be that useful in the face of Hydreigons. But I have to think about the map. So Hydreigon's got 130 or 150 HP, and then it takes 30 to use its ability. So it goes down to 120. Which means that Magnezone is still not KOing Hydreigon. So this is going to be a very interesting matchup in terms of the interactions, and I'm really curious to see how this goes. But right off the bat, I mean, Oricorio getting set up and dealing some important damage to this Dino, on the board here for Numatonale. And like I said, we don't know his hand right now, but the one issue with Hydreigon for sure is that, there's really not much to do until your board state gets set up, right? So we're literally going to see him here just go down to the Oricorio and let 1 prize go down, but he does have that Absol that he can set up. He's playing double Rocky Helmet as well, Tosh. So this is a very interesting list. I have absolutely no idea how this matchup really works, but I'll be curious to see how it kind of pans out, inevitably. But neither player here having their evolution Pokemon yet.
Yeah, and that's the great thing about Numatonale, right? Is that why did he run double Rocky Helmet? There must be a reason, right? Copycat, super broken card right now, basically gives you a reshuffle, and against draw cards like Sui Ninja, which is very common, you can literally just basically get 8 cards and then basically just go back at it. It's like, oh, you drew cards, thanks. Now I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna copycat you, right? So again, the double helmet is insane. Also, no heals. So basically with the Roar and Unison for the energy for Hydreigon, this is a very aggressive deck. I love it from Numatonale. It's kind of high roll-ish. I do have a commercial, which is awesome. So we are going to be waiting for that 1 minute, 30 seconds. But we can still see it on the board for you guys. And this is also one reason why we like to have people in Discord versus Twitch, but it's all good. Numatonale, also this tests me as a caster, right? Numatonale does put a research out. He also has the Chingling out as well, too. He draws into a Copycat. He does add the energy to Absol here. He actually retreats to Absol now. Keep in mind that the Magnemite is out in the front. So he actually can KO this thing. So he does go for the Darkness Claw, and let's see what support card is in his opponent's hand. Again, we have 54 seconds of the commercial. There wasn't any. Is that what it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No supporters in any. Giant Cape of Magnezone and and whatnot. I think that the Rocky Helmets are smart. We're seeing a lot of Rocky Helmet in this new metagame, and I think in terms of like damage modifying cards, it really is sort of the best option. A lot of these Mega Pokemon are living more than one hit, right? So it's honestly, it just ends up being a better card than things like Giovanni or Red, because you know that you're not going to get one hit KO'd with a lot of these Mega Pokemon, so you end up dealing a total of like 40 damage. So it's just a little bit more of a reliant option, and it's not a supporter card, right? So you can draw into with research, you can play a different supporter card for the turn. Like, I think Rocky Helmet really is like the top damage modifying card in the game right now, and in basically every deck, I would rather play it over Red or Giovanni.
Right.
So
yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's really cool. And again, what's super dope about Numatonale, again, a great player from France, knows how to position here. We do see the High Dragon come online, though. And again, we are back. Again, commercial is done. Thank you, Twitch, for that. So now we do have the XP here, which is great. Now that allows Absol to retreat for free. He does retreat out here into the High Dragon here, which allows him to KO this Oricorio next turn if he chooses, which I'm pretty sure he will. Copycat comes out, he gets 3 cards as well. We'll see how he sets this thing up, Mads.
Yeah, and I think realistically, you know, with Magnezone, you're very reliant on those Oricorios because Magnezone is not a fast Pokemon, and we see the concession there. And I really think that like Hydreigon with the ability to attack on your second turn definitely does give it some advantages because Magnezone just can't. You're not playing Rare Candy, yeah, and I think the Oricorios in this matchup really aren't that useful. There could be a scenario for sure where the Oricorios are able to stall and, you know, Hydreigons don't come out in time, but basically you're very much required to get, you know, the Magnetons into the Magnezones, like on that turn 3, at turn 4 at the very latest. So, you know, it's interesting. We also have the Darkrai to ping damage and Rocky Helmet, right? So even to get around Oricorio, I think something like an Absol with Rocky Helmet and then a Darkrai on the bench, like can actually end up chipping down an Oricorio pretty quickly. So, I like Numatonale's list a lot, especially in the current meta right now with heavy Oricorio use. Hydreigon to me is literally just one of the strongest new Pokemon, just because like anything that can cheat energies or generate energies or you know, not have to deal with manually attaching is always strong, right? And Magnezone is an example of that as well. So that's what I think this deck really comes down to. Is that, quite frankly, Oricorio probably not that useful, and that's a very important card for a deck like Magnezone.
Yeah, and again, I am a little biased. I love the high roll. Again, the crazy part is that there's no draw in Numatonale's deck to get that rare candy, but you have Copycat, right? So you basically kind of just filter through. So the fact that literally it's just like the 2 support cards, well, there's a Cyrus too, but again, 2 researches, 2 Copycats, and that's your only draw, but also you don't really need it because, again, you have Absol to attack. Also, you have the Chingling to kind of stall against other rare candy decks. And I just think High Dragon is just super dope, and I love it. And also, too, what's super hilarious is, oh, wait, does he run I don't think he runs a Darkrai, actually. I was going to say that he does. Shit, let's just confirm that. So he was. Yeah, he doesn't actually. It looks like it. Yeah,
Did he update his list? Okay. All right, no Darkrai then.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's interesting. Oh, he's playing double Chingling. I see. Okay, so he didn't have his updated deck on his stream.
Right. But now again, it is in Limitless chat, so it is in Limitless. So like nothing's wrong with that end. So and I was gonna say if there was the Darkrai, it'd be 130 plus 20, right? So again, basically a faster Giratina in that sense, but. I do like it without Darkrai because why? Say you start off with the Darkrai, you kind of get bricked. But if you start off with Absolutely fine, you start off with Chingling, you're fine. You start off with Dino, you can still hit. So it's actually pretty good here too.
He's got double X speed. Yeah, a lot of people. It's kind of interesting. Like Darkrai, typically you would play Darkrai in a deck like this for that extra damage, but you always have to weigh the advantages of like what's the benefit of me doing that extra damage potentially, and weigh it against potentially leading off with Darkrai and then maybe just losing the game, right? So. I think that this deck list with the double Rocky Helmets maybe getting around that extra damage thresholds, not necessarily needing Darkrai. And to be honest, this isn't necessarily a deck that is one-hit KOing anyway. Absol is very much sort of a chip-down deck, and I think, that's totally fine. We even see the Chimecho, the Chingling come down here, but we actually don't see a Mars, which is interesting in Numatonale's deck. I'm still a Mars believer, especially in these decks with baby Pokemon. Just forcing your opponent, like Chingling, one of my favorite combos in the game right now, which I think is very meta-defining, is Chingling with Mars, and I think it's actually warped the metagame pretty significantly that even in rare candy decks playing stage 2 Pokemon Taj are playing the middle evolutions now, just because of how strong that combo is. You just Chingling, and their hand piles up, especially against Suicune Greninja, and then when they KO double Chinglings, then you Mars them, and now they have 1 card in hand and they never got rare candy evolution. So it's a very, very strong combo. And I think we're seeing a lot of people play around that with middle evolutions.
Right. No, and again, what's super crazy is maybe the mentality is this, and this is what I think too, but also this is why I'm a caster, not a player. If you have the red card, right, your hand size, their opponent's hand size will be small. Numatonale wants you to draw as many cards as possible so that he can copycat it. Like, I think that's kind of the mentality with him because he needs card draw. And I think that's fair in a deck like this. Because, like, think about this. Why is Sui Ninja so good? It's because it's consistently drawing cards. And like you said, right, thinning is winning. And you believe, too, that the more cards you draw, the better advantage you have. So I think maybe the reason why he doesn't run the red card is because he wants to make sure his opponent's hand size is big, and he wants to draw just as many times as his opponent does. But we do see the Dino come out here with the Rocky helmet as well. A red card does come through, which actually gives the opponent more cards here. Very interesting.
Again, I think he's trying to limit cards in his own hand, but it's an interesting play. Only one card in hand.
Oh, he's that. No, I love this. I love that.
Yeah,
I love the red card copycat too.
Yeah. Yeah, that's one of the best parts of copycat. You know what I mean? Is that you can pair it in so many different ways. It's literally just such a great card because you can use it after you play all of the other cards in your hand, right? So what we're seeing definitely is like a lower amount of supporter cards in a lot of decks, just because it allows you to utilize copycat a little bit more effectively. So to be honest, I think that most decks from a consistency standpoint can really get around just playing like, a couple researches, a couple copycats, and then, maybe playing like one or two gust cards in your deck if you need to. But everything else there really kind of slows down, the overall consistency of the deck. You almost always have an option, right, with 2 double research, double copycat to see new cards every turn. And that's inherently going to make your deck consistent.
Right. And also, if you look at his opponent deck, Semantic as well, also kind of doing the same thing, like you said, right? Double copycat as well, too, because they don't have any draw engine. Yeah. So it's like, it's kind of a, I don't want to say that's how it's going to be the meta for now, Maddie, but possibly.
I think it kind of is, but it also retroactively kind of nerfed like some of those legendary beast Pokemon, which are so strong because they just pile up the cards in hand, right? And there wasn't any counterplay to that other than playing hand disruption, but that limits your opponent. It doesn't necessarily help you. So from a game, development perspective, I think that the devs were super smart to put copycat into the game because, like I said, it kind of puts everybody on the same page, and you're not really required to play Suicune in your decks or Entei or Raikou. So I really like it. Yeah.
Right. And then also it's crazy now too, if you look at the board state here for Semantic, again, has the Magneton ready to rock. Probably going to be a Magnezone very soon because why? He just did Copycat and drew 5 additional cards. There's the Magnezone as well too. So now let's see how he plays this out though, because this Zap will KO the Chingling here, taking Semantic up to 1 point. Now, does he send out the Dino here? Does he actually have the Hydreigon to KO?
I think he sent it in regardless.
to KO this Oricorio here. So
yeah, because I think in the great thing about in what we're seeing a lot oftentimes, and I did say this, Taj, before the season came out, that single prize Pokemon would be buffed dramatically with the inclusion of 3 prize Pokemon, just because you get so much more value out of it. Like theoretically having to go through double Hydreigon and then a Mega Absol is very, very difficult. In fact, that if you just count up the total HP and the total amount of damage, it's more than like any other 2 prize Pokemon put together, right? So theoretically speaking, single prize Pokemon with Megas like is the meta game right now, and that's kind of what we're seeing. There's some exceptions to that, like the double Decidueye deck that's playing like double, stage 2 prize Pokemon. There's some exceptions there, but for the most part, I would say that Mega Pokemon pair the best with single prize Pokemon, and baby Pokemon definitely fill that. They fit that description definitely.
Right. Yeah, so I like Numatonale's position here right now. Again, Semantic doing the best that he can, but we do see the Magnemite drop here. Now, also what's sweet is that this Magnezone will KO the Hydreigon, but I believe Absol is powered up to come in and counter. So we do see.
Yeah, how did he get 110 HP? Did I count wrong? How much HP does Hydreigon have?
150, and he had the helmet. And also, he took some damage
from a Magnemite?
From a Chingling. So.
Because his opponent plays Chingling. Okay.
So Chingling damaged, and then 30 from the Roar in Unison, which dropped it down to 110. Which is perfect enough. But now, here we go. We do have the Professor's Research here. There is no red card to like do the combo here, but I think this is more of a... Absol definitely Control is kind of sick too. What card, if you could choose? I guess would you get rid of a PCL? Maybe a Cyrus?
You always go for Cyrus here if it's in the hand, because there's only one Cyrus. So if you do discard it, you know that you can freely just keep retreating and that your opponent can never really bring in the Pokemon that they need to, right? So... we see the PCL in hand, and he's going to go ahead and take that way. He can't heal up in this particular scenario and then lift the attack from the Absol.
It seems like he has a Cyrus in hand because of the way he's celebrating. But also, too, did you see him burn the X speed so that his opponent can't copycat him? I think it's really sick. You know what I mean? Like just burning item cards just to it's just like a weird, like it's even like another level of gameplay, right? Like it's super cool. And this is why I'm glad that we got to see Numatonale first. Again, one of the greats, if not one of the best from France. Again, using a deck that is, again, I'm not going to say anything crazy, Maddie, but it does do really well against a lot of the matchups, like insanely well, it seems. So,
yeah, Absol's just a strong card in the sense that like most decks can't really play around it too well, right? Like Absol in its own right isn't very good just because of the pacing problems and the overall damage. Yeah, but when you're pairing it with other strong Pokemon that can really just do things for quite some time, and then you go into Absol, like it's really strong as like a finisher. You know what I mean? So it's not necessarily a deck that you build around, but it's or a card that you build around to build a deck, but it's a card that you can slot in to some specific strategies and really kind of give you those legs to finish up the match, right? And that's something that I didn't necessarily know would be the case with Absol. To be fair, I kind of talked down to it for quite some time because the way that I looked at the Mega Pokemon was like, this is the deck, right? Like you're building your deck to go into your Megas. Absol's like kind of one of the unique Mega Pokemon that's not really the case, right? You know what I mean? You're playing it with Oricorios, you're playing it with Hydreigons. That's really the core of the deck. Absol's just there to kind of come in after the fact. You know, Mega Blaziken, Ampharos, you know, Gyarados, Altaria, like those are really the cores of those decks. Absol's just a little bit different, so it's a kind of a unique scenario there. But yeah, if Numatonale ends up getting first again this week, I would not be surprised. One of the best players in all.
So Maddie, here's what's going on here, right? Is there any maybe we jump to top 64? What sucks is that the birds are fighting each other, the owls and the owls. But did you want to do? I kind of want to see the Heatmore Blaziken in action if we could.
Yeah, we can. Yeah, whichever match, you know.
It's gonna be Braven versus, but it's a Sweet Ninja. How do we feel about that?
I'm okay with that. I actually really like this new version of Sweet Ninja, and
cool.
I'm interested in watching.
Okay, good.
So it's top 64, you said?
Well, so there's some 128s going on, but we could just jump to the 64s. The reason why I want to do 64s is because the 128s probably might still be going.
Yes.
So definitely. I feel like if we try to find Braven, we could do that. Or if you want to kind of set back, well, I mean, we'll hit a lot of other games because this is actually a top 128 versus 64s. So there's gonna be a lot of matches, right? So let's see if we can find them. Do you know what their names are in Discord by any chance? Do you mind if you're looking that up for me?
Yes, I can.
Braven.
I'm trying to find them in. I'm trying to find them on Limitless.
No, for sure. So guys, we are switching over again to the another matchup here. Basically, we're trying to find a top 64 match for you guys, and it's going to be Blaziken Heatmore versus Sweet Ninja. So
I see Braver. Is that the correct name?
Where are they in Discord?
No, I just looked them up on Limitless. I couldn't find the person you were referring to.
Here, let me give you the deck list, or let me give you the matchup in our chat.
Okay.
Right there. So cool. I'm gonna be switching it over. I'm pretty sure we can grab this. That's why. So that guy.
Braven.
Yeah. So.
Oh, interesting. Oh yeah, he's in top 64 right now. Okay, so let's take a look here. And he's playing FGR. Ziquan. Okay.
If any of them could be in Discord.
Oh yeah, right here.
Is it also even Ziquans too, right? Or.
Yes. Let's take a look.
Because we can also start the 64s as well. Are they actually playing right now? It's fine. We can just jump in.
I think they've already started. I want to see if they're in Discord at all. The thing is, when they start their match, they're not always looking at Limitless, of course. So.
Oh. I mean, but they should be streaming it. Like, you know, I mean, that's right. Cool.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, let me look. I can go and check their Discord names to see if they're different. So.
Let's try to find. Yeah, let me try to find them too.
Bray. So Braven it should just be Braven in Discord.
Okay.
Oh, he is streaming actually, so we can hop in if you want to watch him.
Cool.
He starts at the bottom.
Sweet, I see them. Okay, let me deafen them, and then we'll go in there.
Okay.
Alrighty, Maddie. So it looks like this is game 1.
Yes. Game 1, and it's currently rocking right now.
Cool. Okay.
We got a Greninja EX in the active, and no rare candies in hand.
Cool. Sweet.
For Braven's Mega Blaziken.
Yeah, so guys, this is Blaziken Heatmore again. I think this had a lot more success than the Entei Heatmore, right? Maddie, do you want to kind of cover that real quick, or? Yeah,
the Heatmore version's interesting. I think that like let me pull up his deck list here, because just so I want to talk about it specifically. But Heatmor is an interesting card, and I think that when you're playing Mega Blaziken, you have to play cards with it that are like, you know, sort of low impact, I would say, but like have potential to help you in certain scenarios. So like for Braven's deck, he's playing like no Cleffa, he's playing like no Entei, like no real draw engine other than like one Copycat and 2 Professor's Research, right? So he's playing the Heatmor basically as just a Pokemon to put on pressure and like kind of wait, right? Theoretically with Blaziken is that you don't really need like energy acceleration or anything like that. All you need is just a Pokemon to like kind of do something while you kind of draw into your deck list. You know what I mean? So one Sabrina, double Cyrus. So again, with double Heatmor doing that bench damage, which again, Heatmor just does 30 damage to the bench for 1 energy. It's like a fire type Hitmonlee.
Yep.
It's definitely a good Pokemon. But again, like the big upside here is that it's something to be in the active spot while we build up Blaziken, and it can kind of, you know, chip on the bench, and then, you know, allows us to kind of target, you know, whatever we want later in the game. So we've seen decks like this. I do like this with Blaziken because again, the double Cyrus win condition is really, really nice. But you know, I think that a deck list like this could maybe benefit from a second Copycat, right? So we saw that in last matchups decks, right? Double Copycat, double Research. And I think that's definitely just one thing that's maybe a little bit scary about this deck, or even like one copy of May, right? Because we are playing, you know, double Heatmor and we're playing 1 Combusken, right? So we have a couple extra Pokemon in the deck that sometimes we don't always need. You know, that could be a reason maybe to play May. But in general, yeah, I think that the Heatmor Cyrus stuff makes a lot of sense. You know what it reminds me of though, Tosh? It reminds me of like Pheromosa Buzzwole, right? Where it's like Buzzwole can't really do anything until later in the game, but you know, you don't necessarily need to be attaching to it as a priority because you have Lucamine to set it up, right? With Blaziken, 2 energies, Flame Patch, it's kind of the same deal. Heatmor there just to kind of chip some damage, you know, kind of, you know, set up the board state how we want to, so that when we go into Blaziken, we can start to put it on the pressure the way we want to.
And also,
so this is kind of what I'm comparing that to.
Well, what's super cool, Maddie, is that I agree is that I think every deck, if you don't have draw, you run 2 Copycats. I know it seems kind of dumb, but it almost might default to like, you know, like, oh, double Pokeball, double Research, right? Like that's kind of like the thing. Because if you look at Ziquan's deck list, 0 Copycats, because why? They're doing all the drawing with their Suicune, right? So
with Suicune, right? Yeah, you wouldn't play Copycat with Suicune.
Well, it's just more of the mentality, right? Kind of like just like the kind of a 3rd grader level, like, hey, you know, like we see the 2 like matchups with the Copycat, right? So now, interesting is I do believe that they do need extra Copycat. I don't think they need the Sabrina possibly, if they're already using Heatmor.
Well, that's the cool thing about Heatmor though, right? Is like maybe, you know, the Pokemon in the active is the Pokemon that you want to do damage to, right? So in that case, you could Sabrina them and then put it on the bench, because like Heatmor is not Jirachi, you can only attack that bench, right? So I get the understanding there, but in general, yeah, I would say that like consistency probably should be a priority here. If I were to build the list, then maybe I'd cut the Sabrina for a Copycat, but you know, this player is, I think, 7-2. He's in, you know, top 64, right? So he's doing well. The deck list definitely makes a lot of sense. And Heatmor, not a Pokemon that you would necessarily think, you know, is that necessarily, you know, meta. But also if you do the math, right? You know, Heatmor does 30, Blaziken does, you know, 140 with Burn. And we are playing 1 Rocky Helmet as well, so that could modify the damage, you know, even a little bit more. But if Heatmor gets 2 attacks off, you know, all of a sudden that totals up to be 200 damage, which, you know, is going to be definitely a relevant number for Mega Pokemon and whatnot. And you could also bring it in later in the game to just finish off a KO. So between the Heatmors, between the Cyruses, we are always kind of attacking the Pokemon we want to, which is inevitably, you know, efficient. You know, I think it's a big thing for Pokemon Pocket, right? If you're going to be hitting for 140, you want to be doing that 140 damage to whatever Pokemon provides you the most opportunity to win the game, right? You don't want to be, you know, hitting a single prize, you know, Chingling with 10 HP, right? With 140 damage attack. You want to be killing Suicunes and things like that.
Right. And what's cool is that it does KO Chinglings too. It does KO Paybees as well. So
right. Yeah.
If we need to just get an extra prize on the back line. Now, what's interesting thing is too, right? If you're Bray here, you're obviously in a good spot because your opponent has to get a ninja to ping you because he has no backline attacking, right? I guess he is gonna go in and probably KO with the Blaze. It seems. I feel like it's a little early, but I mean, if you're just swinging,
it's okay.
The Blaze kicks.
Yeah, I think pace is important here because you know you're living an attack from the Suicune. One thing to note though is no Lily in his list. So when you bring up the Suicune here and you take the KO, like, you know, you're forcing your opponent to go, okay, what am I going to bring up, right? Am I going to bring up Giratina or am I going to bring up Suicune? Either way, you're not going to KO. That means that Blaziken here is going to be able to basically retreat out, and then you can go into the Heatmore and hope they don't have Cyrus. I think you have to be a little bit proactive, basically, in this list. Now, I'm not saying it's like the best strategy in the world, but at the end of the day, like if you're not doing anything, then you're giving your opponent the opportunity to do stuff, right? So especially against Suicune, you got to be very aggressive and like proactive, Right. But last game he went down, didn't get the Blaziken off, right? So like we were talking about consistency, and that's definitely a factor for sure.
Right. Now kind of in a bad spot here if he does stay and he does get KO'd. So but again, the reason why I laugh about it is because just go face, right? I love that's the vibe, like you just like face is the place, right? You just go in anyway, right? So
yeah, especially against Suicune, right? The longer you wait, the more options they have. So he's got to retreat here, but it's not that big of a deal. Although without Flame Patch, theoretically speaking, he won't be able to KO, but he's going to target the Froakie here. And the bench of the Froakie does kind of tell me that Ziquan probably has Cyrus in hand, but maybe not. Or the Rare Candy, okay, which is fine. Yeah, and we have double Heatmore, so like theoretically speaking, if our opponent doesn't have the Cyrus, then we can kind of just take some time this way. But also if Suicune hits the Heatmore, then it goes down to 140 HP and Blaziken can KO. But we don't have like Flame Patch as well, so he definitely is just getting pressured in a way that he doesn't necessarily want to. The one Flame Patch is also interesting, Taj, for this deck.
Did he already use it?
Most Blaziken decks.
He didn't really.
I don't know if he did or not. But the one copy of him is definitely interesting.
That is pretty. Yeah, I definitely feel like Flame Patch is needed. But again,
very,
cool deck. Yeah, cool deck. So no Cyrus yet.
So no Cyrus this turn.
Yeah, so Bray is still in this here.
But he can't hit, right? So he can't attack with Suicune this turn, which maybe you don't really care to anyway because you're just waiting to draw into the Cyrus, I guess. Yeah, it's interesting. I would say that's in like the pressure that Suicune and Greninja can put on the bench as well probably makes this a tough matchup in general. Also, like Giant Capes, dude. Like Suicune with Giant Cape is such a tough Pokemon. Like how many Pokemon the game can hit for 160? Like virtually none that are seeing play in the metagame, right? So it's like it's such a strong Pokemon with Giant Cape because like it just avoids KOs.
Flame Patch? Oh,
yeah, no Flame Patch here, but I think yeah, he does play one red card in the deck. I
think they're just waiting for waiting for their one. Bray is waiting for one turn, and then Ziquan is waiting for their Cyrus. That's literally what it is.
Right.
So.
You're right, and we don't know how many cards are necessarily in.
But there is Irida on the side of Ziquan. I don't know if they use it yet, but there is an Irida on that side. So if that thing gets healed, then it cannot be Cyrused out. So, well, you're also gonna hit with Heatmore anyway, though, right? He should be hitting with Heatmore.
Well, you're gonna hit with Heatmore, but yeah, no, he can't full heal up the Greninja because it already took 30, right? So that'll be 60.
Just hit the ninja and then wait for it. Yes.
But this is that position that I was talking about, Taj, right? It's like if you just don't do anything against Suicune, you do lose the game, right? So him being aggressive here is sort of giving his opponent, of course, the option to draw Cyrus for a game. But if you don't do anything, then you never win.
3 cards
right?
left.
So you kind of have to.
3 cards left. Oh,
and
Research!
No Cyrus.
That's the last card. Oh my goodness.
Wow. And that's, listen, that's pocket for you. You know what I mean? Sometimes you gotta gamble. Sometimes
no hand disruption on Ziquan's side either. Wait, did he didn't play Mars? I'm surprised. I guess, yeah, why would you? I would play Mars at that scenario, right?
Well, he's hoping that he doesn't have Cyrus either, I guess. So he's like,
right, but you want to lower the hand. I guess you want to draw everything and just wait.
Yeah, it's a tough scenario, right? Because like both players are playing, well, the Braven's playing 2 copies of Cyrus, right? So here's one situation, right, where we see this new Suicune deck cutting certain cards from their deck to include, a Greninja EX, to include May into the deck list, right? And inevitably you have to cut, I believe what most people are cutting is 1 Cyrus, 1 Irida.
Yep.
And oftentimes in Suicune you don't need to use Cyrus more than once, but you always need to have it when you want it, right? So that's the idea of playing double Cyrus. So right there, even with the draw engine of Suicune, almost every card in his deck drawn still did not have Cyrus, and that's oftentimes what your losses are going to come down to when you're playing a deck like Suicune Greninja, because you are reliant on that Cyrus.
And I don't think that's bad because he literally went through his whole deck, right? Like there's probably a mathematician out there that can actually do the math there and be like, yeah, that was an X amount of % chance of happening. So, and you can't really build a perfect deck via like TCG, right? Because there's RNG, there's bricking. Luckily there's no prizes, which is funny. So, because that'll be kind of funny if there's prizes in this game, because that'll definitely change things up for sure. Like the actual Pokemon TCG, right? So,
Right. And I think, to be fair, in the strategy, and it worked out for Braven this match, but I really do think when you're playing Blaziken, because it's such a one-dimensional deck, no matter how you build it, you always know what your opponent's going to want to do. And as we see a Heatmore lead, I think for like the 3rd game in a row, which is crazy. Yeah, like you're just going to do everything you can every turn, right? Like there's no... Especially in this matchup, you're just gonna attack, and then take the KOs where they come, and that's literally all you can do, and hope that your opponent doesn't have a way to kind of get it done before you. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. It's just the nature of playing Blaziken, right? It's you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of playing like Stoke Charizard kind of, in previous metas, where it's
that's
like
why I love it.
every game, like you're gonna get to that. You're doing what you got to do.
Yeah.
What are we doing? So for Oricorio, I wonder what we're doing, Taj. I guess
there is. Oh wait, he doesn't
I guess it doesn't matter with Heatmore.
He doesn't run the Hollow Blaziken. This guy is high rolling like crazy, Matty.
And funny thing, he's playing Heatmore.
Yeah, funny thing that you do say that too, Matty, is that his opponent
Cyrus, right? So you can.
Well, his opponent Z also started with Giratina twice. So like, dude,
yeah,
we're talking about math here, right? That is a terrible start.
I've seen a lot of people cut the Giratina from the Greninja lists.
Well, no, that's. I think it is a good card, but it's definitely a brick because like if you don't get it by turn 1, it's funny you want to get it on your first turn, but just not as your first Pokemon, right? Like you want to.
Right. Well, right. But it's also better than going first and leading like Froakie, right? So like. The Giratina, people ask me all the time, they're like, why play Giratina in Suicune Greninja? And it's like, I mean, to be fair, like you ask that until it just absolutely dominates you because
well, I mean, look at right here.
Get it on their bench turn 1.
Look at right here. Like it's literally gonna be set up right now, which is kind of crazy, but yeah, now you have.
And it actually it with Giant Cape it can attack and then still live a hit from Mega Blaziken. Like Giratina is still a super strong Pokemon. But we do see Blaziken and Cyrus in hand, right? So what we can do here. And what I would do is again, you got to press the issue. You just probably take the kills where you can, but it's a little bit scary here because like maybe you think to yourself, well, if I ping this Froakie here, is he going to rare candy it next turn? That could be a very easy single point to take. We can't damage the Giratina in the active spot, and you definitely don't really want to bring Blaziken here into the active unless you're taking the KO. So I think right now he's deciding, do I KO the Suicune? Do I maybe stay in with Heatmore here? He could play Research drawn to a Rocky Helmet. That could be definitely really useful because that would fix the math on Giratina for sure. But Irida still exists. It didn't come out last turn, so the Suicune here is still the prime target. If we don't attack the Suicune this turn with Heatmore or with Blaziken, it could potentially get out of range of getting KO'd. So again, here I think he's going to just take the advantage that he has in the moment and just take that KO here because at the end of the day, why not? That's really what it comes. Oh no, he's not. He's gonna bring up the Suicune, and he's gonna ping the Froakie. Oh my God, he played me. He played me. Tosh.
My thought process was actually to go for the Giratina, just to get more damage on it, to get it down to that 140. Yes, there's Irida. But
what if we see the Irida though? That really does. I think he's maybe banking on because now you're banking on no Irida and no rare candy Greninja.
Also, he didn't drop his other Heatmore. He could have sent out his other Heatmore to KO the Froakie.
Right, but he hasn't benched that. He didn't bench that Heatmore that turn, which is
I know what he should have because in case if this gets KO'd, now he can just send it out and KO the other one.
Now what do you go into?
And then you have 1-1-3. So one Heatmore, one Mega Blaziken, right? So.
But he also has another Combuskin too, right? So I think that he's thinking, well, if I press the issue here and my Heatmore gets KO'd, then I go into Blaziken, I KO, and then I can retreat and maybe dodge a Cyrus play here because if I don't, so we see the rare candy Greninja, which and it's Greninja EX though, which is I actually think a lot better in this scenario because now it's all 2-prize Pokemon. But if we don't see the Irida here, then theoretically this was actually a good play. You know what I mean? Because now Greninja and Suicune are both in range of getting KO'd by Blaziken, right? And you're living a hit no matter what. So he's forced to retreat for free, or no?
Yeah, it's
no.
free.
Can he?
Yeah.
How did you?
So it replaces an active water.
Okay. I was like, okay. I forgot that how it worked. I was like, well, that wasn't a water Pokemon that came in. So yeah, he goes into Giratina here, and this is again the best play. But he already used the Cyrus right last turn, and that's like the other downside to this particular play is like, well, I don't have another Cyrus, so.
Well, Bray has 2. Bray has 2, and then Z has 1. So our Blazing player has 2 Cyruses in the deck.
Right, but he doesn't have another one in hand, right? So he can't Cyrus this turn.
Right, yeah. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
So, if we can hit the Giratina here and drop it down to 10 HP, but again, you're really playing around him not having Irida. That's really what he's been doing this entire game. And we do know he plays one copy of Irida, so definitely an interesting scenario here. We don't see the second Blaziken.
Drop the heat.
We would like to have that. Yeah, it doesn't. That's the thing. You're playing single prizes.
See, he should have dropped it earlier.
Right?
Oh,
that's what I mean. Yeah, right. You're right. You're 100% right. So he's just gonna go ahead and ping the. I don't know. I think
something weak so that if Irida comes to play, it doesn't matter.
You can't ping the full HP Suicune because if he Irida's up all 3 Pokemon, he's got all of his Pokemon will go to full HP. So yeah, he's gonna target the one already damaged. That way it doesn't go out of range of if it Irida's. But yeah, this is interesting. The plays here from Braven have been not what I would have done, but like I can't speak for him because maybe.
Oh, but interesting, dude. Check this out. No, pause. But look, check this out. If Giratina attacks, it gets KO'd next turn.
Right.
Well, so we do need to see the magical Irida here.
At the beginning, he had Blaziken in the active, so it was like he had to retreat, right? Because if he hits Giratina, it could just sort of KO itself, and then But again, like you're playing around Irida, so it's so interesting. Like this is a very interesting board state here. I really wish I knew it was in the hand of Ziquan here, but he's gonna go back into the Suicune with low HP again because
it's GG's.
It's gonna get KO'd probably. Regardless.
Oh no, sorry. Brazen only has one. Brazen has no points.
Yeah, Brazen has no points, right? And now, you know what I mean. So it's like now. But you're in the same spot we were before, Taj, where if your opponent Irida's, like it's game over because they're just going to be out of range of you KOing. We just have yet to see it yet for whatever the reason.
Also, what's funny is that one.
Oh,
that's crazy. Yeah, GG's. Oh, actually, no, it's not a GG's. But what's crazy is this, right? If he had that extra energy from retreating, he could set up his other Blaziken. But now he's in like one turn behind.
I don't even know if that strategy is necessarily worth it. Because, again, like last game, it worked out for him. So he's just going to KO the Greninja here, which is interesting because, but we haven't seen the second Giant Cape yet.
Right. I mean, I guess there is Heat Patch from Bray too, but I'm just saying, like, if he had an extra energy, like if he dropped the Heat more first so that he sends it out.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Yeah, he could have.
Yeah, I don't know why he didn't bench it. But.
Because now he's one turn behind for another Blaziken. He does have a Flame Patch,
okay. So now he gets kind of cooked because he's down double Cyrus. So he gets cooked here by Irida or Giant Cape. So like, it's interesting that his opponent goes into this Suicune.
The weakest one.
Oh. Yeah, and no Irida still.
Wait, but then this one gets KO'd.
Sabrina.
But this one gets KO'd.
Yeah, I know he's got to retreat. I don't know why he went into it, but we have a Sabrina in the deck.
And the Cape
would be handy. And right. That's what I mean. So now, you know what I mean?
I know, but
I think if I were to go back, but he only takes 80 damage. I kind of forgot about that. Like the Suicune isn't even, he can't even KO. Like I never even considered that. So he's actually in a good spot. Like I didn't even do the math. I just assumed Suicune would do more damage.
Yeah,
but
he just sits here. Yeah. Well, no, pause.
Giratina can KO though.
No, he has no energies. It's only two. It's only two psychics.
Yeah, no, I think he's fine. It's weird. I never even considered the math on this. Like Blaziken has so much HP.
I know. It's crazy. So.
Yeah, that's the advantage of Mega Pokemon right there. I mean, this is like seeing it in practice is actually kind of crazy.
Like on paper, you think Sui Ninja would win because now this is 100 damage, but there's no extra damage amp. This is just going to be 100.
He does Mars him here. So theoretically, though, he hasn't played the Irida, so he can go into Giratina, attach, Bellow, take a hit, and then Irida, and then KO.
Oh.
But the other Blaziken,
if he draws Flame Patch, like it's GG's. But also, his opponent probably has Cyrus too, right? Did Z already use
Cyrus? Yeah, he definitely does. Yeah. If I had to go back, like to me, like I think that original Cyrus play was a little bit interesting.
Copycat, but it might be. I mean, copycat.
It probably doesn't matter here.
Well, you can evolve. Well, no, you evolve and then you retreat and then you have a fresher. Well, I guess then you have to just worry about the Cyrus,
because
right?
then you can't attack. Yeah, so because you don't have your Flame Patch.
Well, you copycat 7 cards, or what is it, 6 cards from your opponent? I mean, you might as well do it.
Yeah, but he's losing next turn. Like we can't say that this man doesn't have.
I mean, he didn't get it last time, right? So
I guess you're right.
Oh, red card.
Red card though. Forgot red card was in the deck. Okay. So we're cooking actually. So we have Flame Patch.
Yeah,
so.
Retreats, Flame Patch, and then attacks the fresh one.
Man, Blaziken is just these high HP Pokemon like are a little bit crazy. Like I that was kind of what I was saying before Megas came out. I was like, just that HP alone is gonna matter a lot. But like, yeah, man. I mean, that copycat was huge. Like the copycat into red card flame patch, and he has Sabrina in hand right now, which is effectively a GG lock as well. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what you can do here. If anything,
but also,
I guess you can.
He could. There could be a reality where we actually gave him Cyrus right now, right?
Yeah, but then you go for the tie here if you Cyrus, because Giratina will KO himself.
Oh.
Because you get Irida and Cyrus in the same turn. Now there is 4 bench Pokemon here, so Suicune's doing 100, but yeah, he actually just concedes. Wow, so Blaziken just does it. He just doesn't care. That's crazy. So like, yeah, I was totally behind on that all game. I just didn't. I was like, you're gonna get 2-hit KO by the Suicune because I just assumed it was gonna be enough damage.
The hundreds and the 120s. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think he was playing around that. I think Braven was really smart. He was like, listen, I'm gonna just keep going into my heat more, and then force him to. Because what he did was he focused down the Greninja, right? So like. So Suicune couldn't press the issue. You would just go to KO, let him KO your Pokemon, and now you only have 2 Pokemon on the board. So, you know, Blaziken lives 2 attacks. Like, that's a really glaring matchup there for me. I don't think I've ever seen anything quite like that.
But also, there were some misplays though, right? Like not dropping the heat more. You know what I mean?
Well,
so definitely could have played a little bit tighter.
Maybe there were.
But again, yeah. Also, we're in third person POV, right? So okay, so let's look at the standings now and see what we're at. Again, we are letting players play through.
I think Lampot has selected another top 32 match for us if you want to hop in. That's going to be a Mega Altaria versus an Absol Hydreigon.
Is that SD?
Top 32.
Is that SD?
That is
SD versus
Table
that
2.
Other... What's their names so I can get their deck list? I'm assuming S.
It is the other Atrocity.
Yeah, versus SD. Cool. Okay, cool. Let me.
Yes. And this is going to be the Indeedee list. I told people Indeedee was going to pop off for Altaria, and it has. It's just an absolutely broken card.
Cool.
No Goodra made day 2, huh, Taj? That makes me sad.
Hey, again, I think it's just something fun. I'm not saying that the deck is good. It's just something fun, you know?
It's definitely not bad, though.
Yeah, no, honestly, if it didn't have dual energy, it'd be sick. That's my mentality. But that's what makes it
would be crazy.
Is the dual energy aspect, right? So, okay. Really quick, Maddie, is this where we should go in there first, and then I'll change over the stuff. So,
yeah, Atrocity is screen sharing, so we can hop in there, and then Lamp will let him know he's in the call with us. Oh, I think Lamp is kind of running the show here. He's just gonna,
Is he up or down? I can't see him.
He's towards the top. He's like 4th from the top. That other Atrocity.
All right, cool. We'll jump in there. I'm gonna deafen him, and then we'll go in. So,
let's do it.
All right, sweet. Maddie, let me know when the match is up. I am still switching over the deck list as we speak for both players.
Sure. Yeah, Lampot, go ahead. I appreciate you, man. You can go ahead. Our head judge today, you can go ahead and let them know that they can start. But yeah, so this is going to be, another Absol, Hydreigon deck. This time playing Cleffa instead of like what is it? The Chingling, and then he's actually playing one of the A4, the Leap Over Absols, the single prize Absols. So instead of Chingling, he's playing a little bit more of like a, Cleffa is more of a consistency card, and then that Absol again is basically the same thing as Heatmore. So he's playing like those combos there, and then the Altaria deck is playing double Jirachi. But they're playing 2 Indeedee EX, and I really do think that this is like a very common. This player, by the way, SD from Japan, is 9-1 so far this tournament, so he's on an absolute tear. Altaria to me is looking to be, you know what it reminds me of, Taj? And I think that we're seeing a really accurate, interesting reflection of back in like Genetic Apex days, if you can remember, which I'm sure you do, was like, Pikachu and Mewtwo and like Circle Charizard, Circuit. Articuno. Like Altaria to me is Circle Circuit Pikachu from back in the day. 100%. It's just super consistent. Like it's always going to get to that board state no matter what. And it's a strong board state. It's not the strongest of board states, but the consistency is in general just so strong. The Indeedees provide healing. We have Rocky Helmets for extra damage. This deck list to me, and we have Jirachi for bench sniping. This is the perfect deck right now. Like I put Suicune Greninja high up there just because we all know how broken that deck is. But on my tier list on Tuesday, Taj, like I put Altaria Indeedee because I was like, this like deck to me has everything it needs to. It's consistent. It does damage. It can heal. It's got sustain. Like it's got a little bit of everything going for it. Yes, the players are about to start their match here.
Cool.
So
and I'm about to open it up right now. And again, guys, this is our top 32 match. SD from Japan versus Atrocity here. What's super sick is again, like Maddie was saying, the Altaria, right? I think the super. Oh, sorry. This is actually our top 32. Again, we are flying through this tournament because we have a lot of players from other countries, and we appreciate all you guys. So, but we're also still trying to find and isolate games. We haven't told anybody to stop yet. We are going to cover the top 4 and also the semifinals and the finals, but we're just letting all the players go through. This is Top Cut is very fast. We're getting the best matches for you guys. Try not to get any mirrors, but there might be. But again, yeah. So
towards the top, it becomes a little bit more likely. But at the top of the standings overall right now, Thomas, we are seeing like in this order, we have Suicune Greninja, Oricorio, Absol Oricorio, Decidueye, and Magnezone. And then like those are the top 5 decks, and they're all different archetypes. And there's some Altaria sprinkled in below. There are like Blazing's in there. Like there's a Dark Guzzlord deck, Poison Guzzlord. Like there's a decent variety, but we are seeing definitely that Oricorio is still such a good card. I think in this metagame. I've heard a lot of people kind of complain a little bit. I'm not gonna lie about Oricorio because some people just don't like the card.
Wait, Matt, people complaining? That's crazy. What do you mean?
Complaining? Listen, I understand playing against Oricorio probably doesn't seem that fun, but from somebody like myself that analyzes like the overall scope of the metagame, and like the health of it all, I think Oricorio is an absolutely incredible card for the health of the game. Like I think if Oricorio, and we saw this the last couple of seasons where Oricorio wasn't that relevant, and to me the metagames just felt really stale because they were just very linear metagames where it was like the strongest deck, tries to win, and then you play something that's specifically strong against that deck. Whereas when you throw Oricorio in there, decks now have to become a little bit worse so that they don't lose to Oricorio, and then certain decks can benefit from not having to do that because they're just playing single prize archetypes, and then there just becomes a lot more of a complicated mesh of different decks and interactions. So it looks like our players are still searching here. I'm not sure.
I don't know if they've typed in the right. That doesn't look like a right code, to be fair. I don't know if you could check the limit list really quick, but that isn't it supposed to be. And also, guys, first of all, thank you guys again for screen sharing your matches. Make sure you guys are on Do Not Disturb on your phones. If mom calls, you have to just say, hey, I'll call you back, mom. You know what I mean? We don't want to see. Also, try not to open up any other apps. That happened yesterday, which is crazy. So, like, again, like,
we don't want to see your DMs.
Yeah. So until I believe it was what?
I told them to use their own, like a new code. So.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, we'll just see if this works.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So again, guys, until Dina and Pokemon gives us spectate mode, this is the best way we doing it, and we're rocking it out, right? Guys, we're already on our top 32 as well, which is super sick. Again, we had a top 128. So again, we are rocking through the tournament. So if you guys are like, oh man, it's super late in my country, whatever, like, again, this is moving. It's moving. So
yeah, we're cruising, and I like it. I like doing that for Top Cut. I just want, what we really want is for to showcase like one match from a variety of different players throughout the tournament. But really, I think what most people are really hype about is like when we get into top 4 and we watch both semifinal matches and we watch the grand finals, like you really get a scope of things. The journey there always interesting. You guys did an incredible job yesterday in Swiss, but like it's really hectic. Like the amount of games in Pokemon Pocket, which is a relatively quick TCG, like they go fast. You know what I mean? And it's very rapid fire. And when you have 8 rounds, when you have 800 players playing, you kind of have to go just a little bit quick, right? We can't be here all day. Right. And we have to definitely, appreciate the players' time. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm sorry what's been going on. I guess SD was trying to figure out a screen share, so he wasn't searching for matches, but Lampbot has communicated with him. So
yeah, we're good. Yeah. So, and again, guys, we appreciate you guys. Also, keep in mind, guys, we have players from all of the world. So, like, English might not be their first language, right? So, like, us communicating through them, too. We appreciate the foreign players. Maddie, we're not doubting NA at all, right? But some of the best players are from foreign countries, which is, again, you got, like, Puerto Rico, you got Japan, you got France, like.
Yeah, I would say, to be honest, well, I guess it makes sense. The majority of the top players in Pokemon Pocket are from non-USA countries. Right. If we look at the standings right now, we have Japan, Singapore, Ireland, Chile, Brazil, USA, Germany, Spain, and Switzerland, and Italy. Like, that's the top. Like, so it's very spread out. Pokemon Pocket is just a global game. Pokemon's a global game. And we're lucky enough to host the largest tournament series and have players from all over the world. But to your point, try to communicate with all of those players and try to get everything, matched up. It can be, it can be a little bit difficult for sure.
Do we want to jump to something else and then figure this? I mean, like, are both players in Limitless right now? Are they?
Yeah, we're communicating with them in Limitless. I think we might have a caps issue.
Yeah, I think they're not both doing capitals, so which is all good. But again, really quick, guys. Maddie, let me know when it's popped up. I'm gonna do some promotion while you guys are figuring that out. So.
Sure.
But again, guys, this stream, so Maddie, let me know when it's up, right? This stream, again, was sponsored by BoxGG. Again, if you guys haven't checked out BoxGG yet, it is a website where you can actually pull cards digitally, and then you get them mailed through you via TCG Player. Again, a reputable company, so you make sure that, again, those cards are getting to you. Also, again, BoxGG, again, they sponsored us for $250 every single week, so we appreciate it. Okay, good. Use Pocket Mad's code for BoxGG. Thank you again for the sponsors. So, as we get into it.
Shout out to BoxGG.
Yeah. See how we're using our time wisely? You like that? You like how I slipped that in there? Cool.
Yeah.
So.
Wait, listen, yeah, I would just tell people, like, supporting Box.gg is going to help everybody a lot. They're really, not only are they our sponsor, but they're really supporting the online Pokemon Pocket community by sponsoring, this tournament series. So, whether whatever it comes down to, it helps us and it helps the entire competitive community to support Box.gg. So definitely big shout out to them. They've been absolutely incredible. But Taj, we're here finally in top 32.
Yes. Now, cool thing is, right, we do see Atrocity starting out that leap over Absol. Again, what's super dope is that I believe there's 3 new Pokemon that were like Hitmonlees, right? There is the Absol.
Jirachi's broken, though.
The Heatmore, Jirachi's absolutely insane, right? Can target anything. So, and the downside, though, Atrocity is going first, so he doesn't get the energy ad. What do you think SD does in this position here?
Well, so I think that, so SD, you definitely just want to commit to the Altaria. Because, like, even if you get leaped over by this Absol and the Swablu takes some damage, you can evolve, right? And you can, you can always bring it back up later and heal it up with Indeedee. So I think that for right now, you're just sort of trying to fly through your deck list. I don't know if you can really commit too much to this Jirachi just because you probably don't have that much time. The Cleffa does come down, but, like, you're going to leap over and, he's actually just going to retreat.
He's going to he wants to get his Mons.
We don't see a Dino.
But then now, does Jirachi just bomb this thing out of existence? I think that's what's going to happen.
I think it's tough because, again, Absol seeing play with purely single prize Pokemon. So if you're this Jirachi, yes, like you could go ahead and you could
copycat. That's fat. Well, Helm. The fact that again, seeing these high players use Helm for that chip, like you said, right? The best
Helm's
damage
everywhere.
modifier.
You gotta play Rocky Helmet. It's by far the best.
Guys, 2 copycats, 2 Rocky Helmets.
This Altaria is gonna get attacked by this Absol probably 4 times before it gets KO'd.
Right.
So it's like, that's a lot of damage. Like, it's extremely valuable. He's just gonna KO the Cleffa. You might as well get it off the board here. And it ended up working because he ended up pulling the Absol off of the Cleffa attack there and not a Dino. So now we're in a really awkward spot, which is why I think the Indeedee is really going to be so strong here, is because, like, but we're not playing Oricorio with this list. So, we can leap over, we can start dealing damage to, the Altaria here, but, like, how's that really going to help in the long run, right? Because any damage you deal will likely get healed by the Indeedee, and Absol's only dealing 80 damage. And the cool thing about Altaria and Indeedee is that healing isn't required from a supporter card like it is in other decks, right? Like an Erica, like a Lily, like a Pokemon Center lady. So Absol can't discard the ability to heal. Like, so it's such an insurmountable, and we play double Indeedee in the deck. We might see a second Indeedee, which is 40 healing every turn, which effectively means Mega Absol is only dealing 40 damage per turn. We don't. We see the Swablu, which I think is fine too, but
I guess setting up a second Mega Altaria would be
you got to do the damage. Yeah, because your damage is based around your bench Pokemon here, so you didn't need it for this KO, but I do like benching that Swablu again effectively. You can swap out. You can do different things here, but yeah, I think right now we're seeing the incredible consistency of Altaria. Only 2 prizes attack, 2 energy in its attack cost, and only a stage 1 Pokemon, right? So you don't have to play Rare Candy. Like, there's just so much to Altaria.
Circle Circuit, right? Well, I guess not really Circle Circuit, because
it kind of is, though. Like, it's basically just like super
big
energy Pikachu. Yeah, like it's taken the place of
well,
Circle
it's a
Circuit
mix
Pikachu
between like Arceus and like Pikachu.
He's like, I'm out of here, dude.
Yeah. No, I mean, a great start for SD, tough start for Atrocity there, so.
Yeah, going first, obviously not ideal. Not getting your dinos out, definitely not ideal. But I don't think this is going to be a very easy matchup for him. I just think that Absol, again, is just kind of hard counter. Like, Altaria's not weak to dark, it's weak to metal, So, like, at the end of the day, at the end of the day, like a Rocky Helmet Altaria, Mega Altaria with double Indeedee on the bench, like what are you going to attack this thing 10 times to KO it? Like it just doesn't, it's not it's not a viable win condition. You are very reliant on the Hydreigons to do most of the damage for this deck, and those are stage 2 Pokemon. They're not like the most consistent things in the world. But a Hydreigon inherently is a bit of a high roll card, right? It's a Pokemon that can come out really early and have incredible pace, or it just doesn't really do anything because you never get it online. So
shoot,
it's
Maddie,
it's not the most consistent thing in the world. But what's
Maddie, talk about consistency. MisPing, shouts to MisPing, running a Guzzlord deck top 32.
Yeah, Guzzlord is really, really good. It's I've said it since week 1. Like that Poison Guzzlord list is so strong. Like Naganadel can KO a lot of basic Pokemon in the active spot, right? And just a really fast-paced, aggressive Pokemon. It's single prizes. Like in that deck, Guzzlord kind of operates like a Mega Pokemon.
170 really HP? Heck yeah,
Dude, 170 is big, dude. He's a big boy. And discarding the energies is actually really relevant. A lot of these Pokemon that we see right now are pretty reliant on 2 or 3 energy costs. If we discard 2 or 3 energies off of a Grindcore, then yeah, what do? You can't really do anything.
Also, I do want to say this, guys, as a dragon enjoyer, like Dragonite, Garchomp, Goodra did make top 64 but was taken out by a I believe by an Absol deck. So
okay, yeah, that's tough. You discard the lilies and whatnot.
But again, cool to see a Goodra make it. Cool to see it make it to top 64 in the tournament. But again, here we go, Maddie. Again, match 2 of our top 32 here. Again, we have SD versus Atrocity here. He do gets the Hydreigon after the Twinkly Call, which is big. So we'll see how this goes out, right?
So this is the other side of the coin here, Taj, that we're seeing.
The high roll, baby. So
yeah, it's dangerous. That's what it's all about, man. You always have to weigh potential, with consistency, right? I think the potential for Hydreigon, turn 2 130 is crazy. It's just inherently very, very, very strong.
Also,
this Indeedee as well.
If he doesn't get this Mega Altaria, this could be.
Yeah, no, yeah. I mean, the pressure here is immense. I mean, this is going to be a juicy KO here on the Indeedee. 2 prizes, perfectly 130. I mean, you're hitting for weakness anyway. You do take some Rocky Helmet damage, so if we do see the Altaria come down after, we're in a tough spot. But the upside to Hydreigon here is that we can actually commit that energy this turn to Absol, because Hydreigon can generate the other 2 energies himself, right? So going second turn, Hydreigon, Absol on the bench. I mean, this is the perfect board state here as well. And we even have a Giovanni or a PCL if we want to heal up the Hydreigon here. So I don't know if that math ends up working out, but yeah.
I would save it, to be fair. But the funny thing is, Atrocity doesn't run Sabrina. I do like the double Cyrus for sure, but I feel like if you're swinging big like this early on, you know what I mean, like with something that has no damage.
I like it though, because if we KO here, sure, we take Rocky Helmet damage, and we go down to 130. But your opponent, SD is gonna have to have Mega Altaria and a couple of basic Pokemon to even KO this thing, right? So
so if it needs to retreat, I see what you're saying. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, right. So it's I mean, at the end of the day,
it's like a Scorpion get over here, right? So
yeah, well, we'll see, right? So so we see a Pokeball come down here. Interesting.
We don't know May from SD's side, so if there is no Mega Altaria, but it's coming down.
No, he's got it. Yeah, he's got it. yeah.
But does he have 2 other Pokemon? I don't think he has enough.
Well, he's got one other. He's got one other Pokemon.
He's gonna take. No, he's taking.
So he does 100. Does 100.
Oh, now he can't heal.
Perfect. Right. Exactly. Right. So it worked out. He had Mega Altaria and Pokeball Basic, which is what you were kind of banking on him not having here. But you know what we do have.
I love the sack. Though, I love the sack to retreat. It's so funny.
It is funny, yeah. But what we do have here though, Taj, is a Cyrus in hand, right? So there is some potential to maybe draw into that leap over Absol to win the game, because we were able to take those 2 free prizes. And we are going to see the 1-card copycat here, just because why not, right? I mean, you might as well just look at a new card, because neither of the ones in your hands are helping you at this moment, and it's Cyrus. So yeah, it's a little bit. We're in a weird spot, but no Indeedee at the moment. Okay, Cyrus. Okay, we take the Cyrus out. That's huge because it's a discard, right? So now there is no gusting option anymore in Altaria.
But now, if Mega Altaria hits, Absol goes down to 20 if there's another Pokemon.
Yeah, we're definitely just going to retreat into Cleffa here, for sure, because the Cyrus is in hand, right? So, the Dino.
See, this is
interesting,
where the
'cause now
Sabrina.
it's another.
No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, because now we can go into Cleffa and potentially draw into like a Hydreigon out. And if this is Absol, then we can get KO'd. And then, but yeah, you're right. We're like a turn behind because he just took one prize. So there's the Hydreigon. We could potentially just see
if
the top
rare
deck
candy,
here.
if the rare candy comes out. Also, two copycats from Atrocity.
He plays a second Cyrus. I didn't even realize. Okay, double Cyrus is crazy. I guess that makes sense though because you are playing double Jirachi. Okay, that's a dominant.
Wow!
Yeah, that's tough. That's a tough one.
Discard Osiris, get it back. Mathematicians, do the math on that one. That was insane. You could say absolutely mad cinema. So.
But that turn with 3 cards in hand, he had Pokeball Mega Altaria, right? Like if he didn't have the extra basic in Mega Altaria, then Hydreigon could have gotten an attack off, right? So like that was very, that was crazy. It really was.
What are we doing? Okay.
Oh, we're good. I mean, that was game 3. So.
What? Wait, no.
Let's see what Lampot's got for us.
SD. Was
it
that game 3?
He 2-0'd him. Yeah. No, it was game 2. Sorry, but he 2-0'd him.
Oh yeah, Trusty lost that one. Yeah. Okay, sorry.
Yeah. Lamp will be finding a top 16 match for us up next. But in the meantime, how about we showcase a box.gg?
Sure. Okay. Cool. So why don't we go into the casters room really quick, and then you can screen share there. So, Lamp, come follow us too. Yeah. So. Alrighty, cool. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be doing a little segment here. Maddie, I say we let the players keep playing, though, to push through.
Yeah. Lamp will stop a top 16 match that he would like for us, and then we'll hop into it when it's done.
Wait, is there... Okay, so, Lamp, if MisPing makes it, I think we have to do that one. That's the Ganondorf Guzzlord, but they have to fight against Greninja or Koryo, so... but, okay, cool.
Well,
so...
All right.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. What were you saying?
No, nothing. Can they see, or what are they looking at right now?
Oh, okay, cool. Let me. Well, I'm gonna. Yeah, nothing's open. Are you screen sharing your?
I am screen sharing.
Okay, cool. Okay,
yes.
Okay. So guys, really quick, we're gonna be screen sharing. Pocketman's POV. Do they want sound or?
No, they don't need sound. It's all good. But yeah, guys, so Box.gg are the sponsor of the Pocketman's Tournament Series. It's a really fun website. So you can basically utilize your money to open up, specific digital packs of cards. And you can actually customize. There's a million different options here. There's themed packs. It's basically a great way to open, Pokemon packs like you would from the store or in Pokemon Pocket, but for specific cards that you're looking for. That way, it's a little bit more in line with looking for specific cards, right? So Box.gg, really fun. Like I said, this is real life Pokemon cards. They'll ship them to your door. Really, really fun here. And you still get the same sort of thrill as you would opening like a typical pack. So just as an example, they've hooked it up with a bunch of, gems for us here to dive right in. I'm just going to be opening up some of these, these suggested ones right off the bat. Mega Evolution here, kind of the newest set for the official Pokemon TCG, and a lot of really, really fun cards. And it'll even show you, of course, like the value of those cards, the rarity, the percentage chance of getting them out of the box. And it shows you everything that you can get from this specific box. So as we see here, every card that we can pull from this one is like a rare card, which would be very rare from like a typical, just normal Pokemon TCG pack. So really, really fun. I'm going to go ahead and just crack a few open, showcase to you guys what it's all about here, and we'll see if we can get something crazy. But big shout out to Box.gg. They've just been so great supporting us. We actually just sniped the Shuckle right here. This is one of my favorite cards, dude. Let's go.
Nice.
Shout out to the Shuckle here. I'm going to keep going though. Like I said, I mean, you can even customize the boxes yourself. You can choose like specific cards that you want to go for, and you can build like your own custom box. It'll like automatically program the odds as we pull this Delibird. And what's cool here is that, you only have to open the things that you want to open, right? Like you have the full choice to go for whatever specific cards you want to go for, which I definitely think is really, really cool here. So we got a Stuffle. Like these are awesome cards, you know what I mean? So Pokemon card prices are just like incredible right now, even for like sealed product. Like I think that's like kind of the biggest issue right now is the availability, but also the affordability of sealed product for Pokemon TCG. It's just so expensive. This is a great way to guarantee that you're getting like either whether it's old cards or new cards of the most recent set, specific rare cards that you want here. I love the Spearow card as well. It's really fun. And like I said, if we go back, those are real cards that we got, and I can get those shipped to my house if I want. I can also exchange them for more gems, a bunch of really, really fun stuff here. It's just a lot of fun. I love opening Pokemon cards. One right here, Cave Depths. Look at this. So this is like another really cool theme set here. Yeah. This Tyranitar, 1% chance.
Maddie, I'm pretty sure you kind of covered it a little bit, but let's see the poll real quick.
Ooh, Cloth.
Ooh,
One of my
nice.
favorite. One of my
Yeah.
favorite Paldean Pokemon.
Is that you could actually sell the card back for currency,
Yeah.
and sometimes you
Right.
might pull a card that's worth more that you got. So if you got a really rare card that you really don't want, you can actually sell it back for the digital gems and then actually pull some more if you wanted to. So
right? Yeah, and you can just kind of keep going. It's just a fun experience.
Oh!
Dang, we get the Magby. We get this. We get the huge Magby. Let's go.
Huge, dude.
I love it.
Let's save that one for sure.
Yeah. We're definitely gonna save that one. It's just a lot of fun. I just want to give Boxed a big shout out. Just a great sponsor. Everything that they're doing for the community, and it's just a lot of fun. It's like opening Pokemon Pocket like digital packs, but you get like real cards on the back end, right? Tangible cards. So definitely a whole lot of fun. Shout out to Box.gg. Absolutely love it. Incredible. Taj, I believe our top 16 match is ready.
Cool.
And
Nice.
I think this is going to be table 3. So it's MisPing, like you said, versus NoNito. So we're going to be watching it from
Cool. Let me switch over the overlays really quick. But again, shouts to Box.gg. Mods should be able to put your promo link as well, so you can actually save on your bundles as well too. So again, shouts to Box for sponsoring this. Maddie, I'm closing your screen now.
Yes, sir.
I do need to manually which matches are we doing? So
yeah, it's table 3. So let me pull it up here. But it is going to be the Guzzlord, I believe,
sweet.
which is awesome.
Cool.
So let's see here. So
So
top
MisPing
16,
versus Nui. So,
NoNito,
cool.
which is going to be coincidentally another Altaria deck. This time though, they're playing Chingling Jirachi, so the classic version that ended up winning our tournament last weekend with Chingling Jirachi and Sableye to get around to Oricorio, and they're going to be going up against, yes, you guessed it, Naganadel, Nihilego, Poison, Guzzlord, which is just a really, really fun aggressive dark type deck. So gonna be a fun matchup.
Let's jump in there. I'm still putting the overlays down, so give me 2 seconds.
Sure. Where are they? Oh, we're down there. Yep. Sounds good.
So give me 2 seconds while I change the overlays behind the scenes so that you guys don't see anything crazy.
Yep.
I should have been doing that, but I was too busy watching you do polls. Sorry. Should have been setting it up. Okay, cool. One more. And also, guys, again, I do apologize. I am on production as well as casting. It's not too much, but again, there is a little bit of because we can't really.
Taj is carrying.
We can't really
the squad.
preset all of the deck lists. Like we can't be like, oh, we want to do this. But at least with a bracket now, it's a little bit faster than 3, 2, 1, boom.
Yeah.
Yeah, 3, 2, 1, boom.
But you never know who's gonna win, right? So
Exactly,
it's like you have to you have to adapt in real time. You're like, oh, okay, now this is the matchup here in top 16. Let me put it's not as easy as people might think it is. Behind the scenes, you do a great job.
Okay. So again, where are they at in the MisPing? You want to go to MisPings, or who do you want to go?
There's MisPing and Noel. So I think if we want
like
MisPing, we can go ahead if we want the Guzzlord matchup.
Let's go to MisPing then.
Perspective.
We'll go to MisPing. Okay, I'll see you there.
Let's do it.
Okay, I also did def of them too, so
I am
they will be
here.
able to hear us. Okay, cool, sweet. Pop that open.
Great. Let me pull up the screen here. And then Lamp, yeah, you can let them know it is time to go here. Yeah, we're absolutely flying through this tournament.
Top 16. Already at top
Swiss,
16, guys. Yep.
Yeah, and and I think like last weekend, like Swiss especially, like it goes a little bit slower. We do have 45-minute rounds, but like most of the time, you don't need 45 minutes to play a best of 3 match. But some Oricorio matchups, like there's some slower stuff in the game for sure. But I think that the pacing of games in Pokemon Pocket right now is actually really enjoyable. That's another reason why I wish we did have ranked, just because I feel like there's so many decks where it would be fun to just sort of, like kind of get in the flow state and grind out 30 games or whatever and get into it. But yeah, looks like we're diving right into it, Tosh. I think we're getting.
Also, Maddie, just want to say this again. This is awesome, guys. There's literally 651 people on YouTube right now. Everybody 07s in chat. What's up, y'all? Again, the Pocket Mats community. Also, there is 105 of you guys on the Pocket Mats Twitch channel. So again,
wow.
Thank you guys.
On Twitch?
Yeah, thank you guys for again supporting again this tournament. Please come join the next one again next week. It's gonna be insane. I won't be here though because I'll be at the Las Vegas Pokemon Regionals, which will be super sick. I will be holding it down for you TCG Pocket guys at that Las Vegas Regionals, so it'll be super sick. I won't be here, but again, Maddie and crew or Maddie and team will be here Saturday, Sunday for you next week for the Pocket Mads number 8 Mega Rising tournament. But here we are, top 16, MisPing versus. What's up?
Do you see? I mean, I don't know. I don't know what you're looking at here, but I'm looking at a going first Poipole in the active with an Naganadel in hand.
And that is
that's what I'm just looking at.
Yeah, that is absolutely insane because there's a lot of Pokemon that are 60 HP and again, well, actually, wait, pause. There's no Nihilingo, so... Oh, there is! Oh, okay. So again, the 60 damage could just knock out Jirachis, again, Swabus, Torchics.
Yeah, we're hitting for weakness on Jirachi anyway, too. So, like, yeah, and his deck's playing Chingling and Sableye. These are Pokemon that are not going to be very useful against Naganadel. And do we see double Naganadel, double Poipole on our second turn going first here? This is why you play Naganadel. A lot of these single attack cost Pokemon, stage ones, dude. Like, look at, like, this dude's hand is absolutely juiced up. Like, he's on the creatine. He's ready to go. 40 damage plus poison, like, is quite a bit. And I know we don't have Nihilingo, but 50 damage, like, right off the bat right here.
60 now, too.
Also has 100 HP, too.
Yeah.
Right. Like, it's just a lot, man. It's such an aggressive deck, and I really love Guzzlord because what we've seen it over the past, like, 5 seasons, Taj, is that it's been relevant because it's just a good card, but it's really easy to pair it, you know, with a lot of different stuff, right? We saw sort of the control version, you know, last metagame without really any, you know, cards with it. Although the Altaria does come down here, which will coincidentally be getting the KO on this Nihilingo. So, I mean, the Altaria, again, we've seen it before. It's Altaria, so it's going to come down, hit you for a bunch on turn 2. But yeah, Guzzlord, very flexible. You can play it a lot of different ways, and it's been relevant ever since it was released, which I really love. So kind of the MVP, I would say, at this point, Taj, of Extra Dimensional Crisis. You know, it looked like Buzzwole was definitely the top dog for a bit, but I mean, at this point, honestly, I would say that Guzzlord is kind of the guy. This deck's only playing one Guzzlord, though, so it's definitely more of a Naganadel deck than a Guzzlord deck, but interesting nonetheless. Okay. All right, so that looks to be it, actually, unfortunately.
So the speed
we were hyping
in the high
but...
Yeah, the speed in the high roll wasn't quite there. Again, Mega Altaria can beat down those Ultra Beasts, but again, like you said, right, Maddie, is that for MisPing's deck, one Guzzlord, it's more about the Naganadel and the Nihilingos, just putting that active pressure. Aggressive. And also, too, like, would you maybe throw in a May here if you have 8 Pokemon versus the double copycats, right? Like,
yeah, you could play the May. You know, it's just... The aggressive strategy is really great, but I mean, going second, he gets Swablu down, he gets Mega Altaria in hand, he gets 2 energies on his second turn. So it's like, you know, it's on one hand, the Naganadel is really great pressure, it's strong going first, but you know, a turn 2 Mega Altaria is just not something that most decks are going to be able to deal with, which is really why I think that Mega Altaria is, you know, it really is. He's like that top dog right now. He's just so consistent, and I mean, we've seen it like back-to-back rounds here. It's just Altaria always gets there. It just always gets to his spots, and it's
well, and it's too, Maddie, right? A stage 2 Pokemon or stage 1 Pokemon with 2 energies doing 130. It's literally, like you said, it's like watching a Circle Circuit Pika, right? Like in Gen 1 that you see, like, oh crap, I'm going first against Pika or an Altaria.
Yeah, like,
all of a sudden, turn 2, it's doing 90 damage. Same thing now. This Mega Altaria is turn 2 doing 130. So. And what do you do to it, right? Like, Chronon's not coming back yet to get energies done, but maybe, you know? No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, but here we see, you know, so now is the hand, and it really just depends, right? I mean, if we had seen a Guzzlord come down earlier, that would have been a different story, because, like, Lusamine is in the deck, right? We just didn't, he got a little bit unlucky, didn't find his other basics, but here we see Pokeball Research, we draw into, unfortunately, just Celesteela, which is obviously not super ideal. We might be put in the exact same situation we were last game, unfortunately, but at least we have the Celesteela, so, you know, that can technically maybe do something in this match here. But going first yet again, so the Naganadel is going to be strong, but you know what also strong is Altaria going second, right? So we'll see here if he ends up getting the same thing. He actually attaches to the Sableye here, coincidentally, I think hoping to live an attack. Or hoping that he doesn't have Naganadel turn 2. So, and we see the top deck Guzzlord. So now the game is completely flipped on its head here, Taj. The commitment to the energy of on the Sableye here does tell me that he doesn't have Mega Altaria in hand. So, you know, this Naganadel is going to live a hit from Sableye, and it's gonna put in like pretty big pressure, right? So, the Guzzlord on the back line with Lusamine's a very, very strong card to have here in this position as well. This is the board state that you were hoping to be in last game. You just kind of missed it just slightly. You know, now it's kind of coming to fruition. And I love that, you know, an archetype like this that was kind of pre-built, but given to us a while ago, right? This was A3B, Extra Dimensional Crisis, is still relevant right now in Mega Rising with all of these Mega Pokemon. It's just, you know, it's consistent, it's strong, it's aggressive, and that's, you know, I think that's really cool.
Now, Maddie, let me ask you this. If Guzzlord, the big boy, wasn't 170 HP, do you think it would be... You feel me? I think it's just because...
The big thing with Guzzlord is 170 HP. The
Right.
Altaria is here anyway.
Right.
So I wonder if he top decked that, because I don't know why he would have committed energy to... I guess it doesn't matter, right, it on one hand, but is he playing Will in his list here? That's actually what I'm curious about. Is MisPing playing any Will in the deck?
I do not see a Will, no.
They're not. Okay, so the Grindcore is not going to be that consistent, but you know, no Indeedee here. So, you know, double attacks here. Oh, look, and he gets the Poi pull down. It operates, this deck operates just like Mega decks do, right? Where you have these single prize Pokemon, and then you kind of go into Guzzlord at the end of the game. It's just that Guzzlord's a 2-prize Pokemon instead of a 3-prizer, but, you know, it functions just like a Mega would in this deck. So, I'm actually curious. Like, I wonder...
a Naganadel anyway, right? So...
Right, yeah. And then after Naganadel, you can just go into Poipole and do some more chip damage if you wanted to. Maybe we even top deck a second Naganadel here. He does Mars him to 2 here, so no Lusamine is a little bit tough. But maybe he just draws into it again. That's totally fine. And we're good. We're all good. The Cyrus is interesting, but the Lusamine's important, right?
No,
so what we're able to do is...
Yeah, it's huge.
Because the poison gets put down with Barb. So we can hit for 30 with Grindcore, and then we can Lusamine the following turn if we wanted to, right? And so we're still going to be able to Grindcore, live an attack, and then hit for whatever the other attack's called. I forget. What's it called? Tyrannical Hole.
Yeah, imagine if they pull another Naganadel here.
It would be pretty aggressive. It's honestly, it doesn't even matter, though. Like, it would be cool, but it really doesn't matter that much. Like, you could still attach her to the Poipole.
Yeah, because you're going to get killed anyway. Attach the Poipole.
Right, so I guess the damage doesn't matter, though, because you have poison, so... Yeah, you're going... Yeah, because it doesn't... You're 2-hit KOing here with poison, right? You're going to do 150, so the poison chip will do 40, and he can't heal, right? So... And you're living an attack. So I don't mind this at all.
Does he have 2 energies in the discard, though? I don't think he only has 1, right? Oh, but the next turn he gets...
You only need 1. Yeah, you only need 1. And if he does hit the Grindcore here, then he wins, right? So the poison damage is relevant. Let's see what he hits here. It's Tails, which is unfortunate, but in this scenario, it wouldn't have mattered unless he got 2 anyway. But the 10 damage gets ticked here, right? So now he's at 140. At the end of the turn, he goes down to 130. And then, you know, effectively next turn, he gets hit for 130 with Tyrannical Hole and the poison. So this is totally a fine play because I don't think there's any healing in the Altaria deck.
Nope,
so,
there's not.
I could be wrong. Yeah, so... Not a bad play. As we see here, that Swablu comes down now. But the Altaria is forced to retreat. I mean, so, you know, what do? I guess he just goes into the Swablu here. He's going to try to put him asleep. He's going to try to sleep him, Taj. Oh, no.
I mean, hey, it's just like Tyrannical Holing, right? Like, or sorry, it's just like Grindcore. And if the heads...
It's like Grindcore, yeah.
Yeah, if the heads hits, then...
Oh, it's Tails. Oh, no. Oh, no.
MisPing.
Okay, so he's poisoned this turn. Oh, but the Poison Barb is really good. He can put that on the Guzzlord and be in the same spot he was before, which is funny. Oh, but he can sell a Steela. He doesn't have to retreat.
You add the energy. Yeah, you sell a Steela to get the heal, to get the sleep off, and then you send out Poipole retreat.
That's hilarious.
Oh
Celesteela just doesn't care about retreat, right? Because you can't retreat if you're asleep, but Guzzlord can't retreat anyway. That's why he plays Celesteela.
It's literally like a gotcha claw. It goes, it just like grabs it.
So I wonder here. I wonder if we copycat to try to grab the Naganadel to take the KO.
100%.
Okay, well,
yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's probably the better play.
Yeah,
but then you get rid of the Cyrus, which... You know, we'll see.
No, it's happening here.
See,
it's happening, dude.
No.
And the Nihilingo. Oh my god.
Let's go. He's cruising. He's absolutely cruising.
Dude.
Yeah, I mean, this is dominant, right? This is... I wonder if...
And a Lusamine, too. Sorry, I just saw that as well, so...
I know. I wonder if NoNito maybe forgot about the Celesteela stuff, because I kind of did until, like, just now. But yeah, he will just be able to just scoot on out of there. He doesn't care. Look at
Ultra thrusters, baby.
Yeah, it's one of the all-time greatest abilities in the game. It really is.
Guys, if you guys are new and don't know what's going on, basically, you cannot retreat when you're asleep. What Celesteela does is it pulls back any Ultra Beast from your active, and you swap it with one on your bench. So since all the Pokemon in MisPing's deck are Ultra Beast, basically, it's not retreating, it's just literally swapping the spots. And that removes anytime you go onto your bench, you remove any status ailments or debuffs or buffs that you have, which allows, again, big beat resets as well as any... status elements. So we do see the
Altaria.
Mega Altaria coming through. Yeah, I don't know what they're gonna do at this point.
If he hits, he gets poisoned, and it's just GG. So well, I guess maybe not. Maybe he's thinking, well, I guess coincidentally he needs still Lusamine to KO me next turn, right? So I think you still hit the Naganadel, and then maybe hope for like something. I guess
hope for Lusamine in hand, right? So
right,
which we can clearly see
the
here,
Chingling.
so.
Chingling comes down again. Chingling's an interesting one. I think it was a big reason why Altaria won last weekend, but this weekend we're seeing just less Blaziken. Chingling Altaria was a really good Blaziken counter. Not that Chingling is a bad card, right? Suicune Greninja still plays rare candies. Decidueye plays rare candies. So I do still like Chingling, but I think that in a lot of matchups commonly right now that Altaria and Indeedee, like Indeedee's a little bit more valuable. In this particular deck, it might have been a little bit.
Oh, and the Nihilingo makes it 20.
Oh, he has Cyrus anyway. He top decks the Cyrus anyway. So
yeah. But the Nihilingo made it 20 chip, not just 10. That's
right. Yeah. There's only one Nihilingo in the deck as well. So, pretty dominant victory there for Miss what is it? How do you say
MisPing. I just say MisPing.
But yeah, I really like the Poison Guzzlord deck. I mentioned it like in one of the first few days of the season when Mega Rising came out. I was like, hey, like Poison Guzzlord has been doing pretty well. Like it is actually pretty well positioned. I don't know if it really caught on that well. But definitely been a really, really strong contender ever since the beginning of the game. And people asked me that about Guzzlord, before the set release. They were like, is Guzzlord going to be good? It's got a lot of HP. I'm like, yeah, I think it probably has potential. And coincidentally, the Poison version, very well positioned for sure. So that was a fun match. This is a fun matchup. I really enjoy the interactions here.
Yeah. And again, this is game 3, guys. So whoever wins this will advance to top 8. And again, both these players, really, really good. We've seen them. We've seen MisPing a lot in tournaments. So again, running this, I wonder where they learned that from, possibly, right, Maddie? Running this kind of rogue Guzzlord, mega Guzzlord deck, right, Maddie? So
it is. It's like mega Guzzlord. Yeah, man. And I think that's one of the cool things about Pocket is that, when new cards are released, sometimes old cards become better. Just just inherently based off of, whatever new deck, becomes relevant in the metagame, right? So I think that's definitely really, really cool. And it's not the only thing, right? Decidueye is very good. Magnezone's been doing really well. Guzzlord, as we see here in top, is this a top 16 matchup? So it's like, the mega Pokemon are definitely at the forefront of the meta, but there's a lot of old cards are very, very strong still. I think that's healthy for the game.
Now, I do, again, great start, right? That's why they probably run one Guzzlord to not... Because you kind of only need one in a sense, right? You want to have your Naganadel. Even like a Nihilingo start would be good too. But now, does MisPing get the Nihilingo? No item cards, but you can still use tool cards. Funny thing is, the only item cards in MisPing's deck is only 2 Pokeballs. That's all it is. So. Yeah,
and unfortunately, you can't attach... Like, he's going second, so you can't attach that Poison Barb. Like, you're going to get hit by this Chingling before you're able to attach the Poison Barb to the Void Pull. Right. Not that the damage will matter at all in the long run, but like it would be nice to be able to poison this thing. But the Copycat in hand is crazy, but we do see a bunch of cards come down in the hand. Did he just cape the Chingling?
I guess he wants to survive. That's
he wants to live.
Crazy. I mean, I like it's like your tank right now, right? So
right. I think you get more out of that probably right now than you would maybe giant caping a Swablu, but he plays double Nihilingo in the deck.
Yep.
Wow. So, okay, so if we Poison Barb the active here, we can still Copycat, get 3 new cards here, go +2 on card advantage with this Copycat. I like this.
But Maddie, would you have saved a spot for another Naganadel and then a Guzzlord? I feel like...
Well, you have Lusamine. You can still Lusamine 2 Nihilingos. I think that, I don't know. It's interesting. I guess the damage might matter, right? Because Nihilingo doesn't even have to attack to deal that extra tip damage, as we see there with the Poison Barb, right? So, like, he can go into that Nihilingo, and then, did you get double hits?
No, just 2.
Right? Is that? But that's fine, because of the double.
Yeah,
but he's got double Nihilingo Poison Barb.
The Poison would, yeah. So
yeah, so now Chingling can attack again, but it doesn't. The Chingling damage here doesn't really matter. So like the Chingling just doesn't have to attack. It's not like it's going to KO the Poipole anyway. But I'm curious what he's going to pull out this Pokeball. I guess it could be a Poipole or a Guzzlord.
Why didn't he play the Pokeball last? Oh, he couldn't play. I'm sorry, he got hit by the jiggly noise. I was like, why didn't he play Pokeball?
Altaria. So we can't just attach to the Altaria and do our thing here. I don't think Chingling or Jirachi is going to be that useful. Yeah. We'll see how this goes. Again, like that's why I think this Chingling is really good at to stall the games out. But in this matchup, like Chingling is really bad because you're not stalling anything and you're not dealing any damage. So you're effectively just sort of, throwing away a prize to just maybe buy a turn, which in its own right isn't that bad. But I would not want to be playing Chingling against a Naganadel Guzzlord deck, right? That wouldn't be my number one choice for sure. But All right, so 2 Altarias as well. So and a Jirachi. Okay.
This Chingling
so,
is holding on though. It is holding on for dear life, which is
yeah. He's not gonna attack. There's no reason to attack. Oh, and the Celesteela comes out. Okay, so now we're guaranteed it's a 50-50 here between Guzzlord and a second Poipole. Both would be fine, but we don't have a Naganadel, and there's the Guzzlord, which I think is probably preferred. I would say.
Yeah.
No Lusamine in hand either. So honestly, I could see him attaching to a Nihilego here and not Guzzlord because maybe you want something to go into before. Yeah, he's going to do that. Even though we don't have a Lusamine in hand, it's still fine to do that, right?
Yeah, just in case.
Can he KO here? Can he KO here with 2-step?
He needs
That's
2
one?
heads though.
Oh, okay. So another turn, but he might just like retreat out of the Chingling here, But
right, and Mega Altaria is your
matter.
target. Mega Altaria is your target, right?
Yeah, right, but if Chingling goes down, like, what is that? Doesn't get you any closer to winning the game, right? Because again, that's just the math of the 3 prize Pokemon. Like, that's why you play them this way, is because no matter what you do, you're not winning until you KO the Mega, right? So all these other Pokemon here are just sort of buying time. I do too. Yeah, he's gonna go into this Jirachi.
Yeah, chipping down.
He's gonna put some pressure there on that Guzzlord. Yeah, he wants to get it down low enough so that when Altaria comes in, it can KO it here. Because without that Guzzlord, we just don't have any really heavy hitters, and I really don't think it's possible to KO the Altaria with only Nihilego. But Celesteela can flip heads for 100 damage, right? So even if you do KO this Guzzlord, theoretically speaking, that Celesteela can put in work here. But if he has a Cyrus and he can kind of press the issue, then that'll effectively be the game because no matter what comes after.
I like this play here.
KO the Jirachi. Yeah.
You KO the Jirachi.
But if we do see the Cyrus, if we see the Cyrus though, at any point it's going to be really tough, for sure. But I mean, it's actually not that bad. I mean,
wait, but
he can only hit you for 130 max.
Noe only has 1 Cyrus though, so he will survive it, and then he could actually just thrusters out.
Unless we see like a second Jirachi ping on that Guzzlord.
Right. So he puts out the Chingling and then drops another Jirachi. Does he have 2 Jirachis? He does, right? He does.
Yeah, he's got 2 Jirachi. Yeah. So if we see the Jirachi come down here and he pings that Guzzlord again, like, yeah, I'm a little bit afraid because that Cyrus will inevitably kind of win the game. But if you do that,
Wait, but then you'll just have a Chingling after that. So say you put out Jirachi, and then also MisPing runs how many Cyruses? Just 1. So
that is true. Yeah,
you can Cyrus the Chingling and then so no Jirachi. So
all right, so now we're gun ho. We're going full Altaria mode here. Yeah. And again, we do have that second Altaria, so we can just sort of leave the active and then go into the second Altaria. We do lose to a Cyrus at any point in time, but it's better than not doing anything. So he's going to go ahead and take 1 prize here, but he does take poison damage. This Nihilego is getting KO'd, so the poison damage increase won't tick until after the Nihilego's in the discard pile. So he'll only be taking, I believe, 20 for this poison ping, but 20 is a lot more than none.
Yeah, he has to draw Naganadel here. Naganadel would be insane.
The Lucamine's really big, really, really important because without Lusamine, that Guzzlord was never getting set up really. So.
Oh, and he can take a hit too. Yeah.
Oh, is he gonna? Oh, he's actually just gonna attach to. Oh, he's just gonna go in. Yeah, he's gonna go in and grindcore. I keep forgetting because the poison isn't. It doesn't go anywhere. It's not like burn. It stays until.
He's already poisoned. Yeah, I forgot he's poisoned already. Yeah.
So we're gonna do the same thing we did last game. We're gonna grind core, maybe flip some heads here, but the poison damage will tick, and no matter what, we can tyrannical hold the following turn and then set up the KO. Right. So this is definitely a really, really great play. Yeah, man, poison Guzzlord. It's really interesting, and without Indeedee, like you can't really heal a lot of this extra damage. Right? So that's, think about this game, Taj. If it was double Indeedee on the bench instead of Altaria, right? It'd be a lot more annoying. This poison damage wouldn't matter nearly as much.
Yeah, so we'll see. He has to retreat though, but what does he retreat into, right? I guess
you can just go into Chingling. You buy yourself a turn here, and we whittle him down to 130.
But if a Cyrus draw, GG's.
But I mean, you at this point, you have the second Altaria, right? So.
And Guz is also at 130 after this. Chingling hit.
So I think he's probably looking for maybe his own Cyrus at this point. I assume he doesn't have it in hand, but yeah, we could see the top deck here, for sure. Yeah, man, this is the Cyrus thing. Both of these decks really coming down to a win condition Cyrus. And that's how it goes, man. It goes like that sometimes. Shout out to Guzzlord. Hey, that's Pokemon Pocket at its finest right there. This is why every deck plays 1 Cyrus, right? I mean,
and the fact that again both of these players played their out super well. Like I don't think there's any bad misplays at all. It's just
they
whoever got to
both
Cyrus
players played
and
perfectly this whole match. Yeah. Yeah, and I think either player really could have won here. I really don't think like the Chinglings and the Sableyes, those aren't useful cards in this matchup. So I think that the Alteri deck was just at a disadvantage, I would say. But yeah, I mean, Poison Guzzlord. I mean, you think about this deck that we just watched, right, with Naganadel, Nihilego, Guzzlord, and think about like envision this game matched up against this deck matched up against like all of the other decks that are in the meta right now. And you can kind of see that Guzzlord is uniquely well positioned. It doesn't really care what it goes up against. There's nothing that's won at killing Guzzlord, and you know, a lot of
Maddie,
small HP Pokemon, right?
Maddie, Mega Pinsir, dude.
Mega Pinsir does right. No, you're not wrong.
But who's
Mega
playing
Pinsir
Mega
is
Pinsir
insane.
right now? And that's why. And again, it's kind of funny, right? That's why it's succeeding is because it is weak to grass. Go ahead.
Ortage, the new Whimsicott EX. It's actually they actually put Whimsicott in the game specifically
for Mega Guzzlord
when it KOs Guzzlord.
Yeah, for Mega Guzzlord.
For Mega Guzzlord.
We're just gonna call it.
Yeah, no one plays Whimsicott, even though it's not a bad Pokemon.
Right.
It basically perfectly just one hit KOs Guzzlord with weakness for only 2 energies. So, yeah.
Okay.
But anyway.
So Lamp just got another mattress, which is sick.
Let's go, Lamp.
Oh, just want to stick with MisPing? Maddie,
we can. It's Numatonale versus MisPing.
Oh my god. Yes. Can we?
You know, it's gonna be so. Numatonale was playing the
Absol, and I want to see
Hydreigon deck.
I want to see the Absol Hydreigon because it's that's another dark type.
It's gonna be interesting, but you know,
hold on.
But the energy discards could matter a lot. Both control decks.
So Maddie, okay. So guys, I do want to feature other players, but this match seems kind of sick, right? Again, you have
it does seem fun.
It's not only the players too, but the deck archetypes, right? Where you literally have kind of like both teams or both players using this kind of rogue, you know, again Guzzlord, and then you see like Absol with the Chingling versus Oricorio. So it's kind of like I say we stick with this as our top 8. What do we
yeah, so he said the other top 8 is in the middle of the game right now. So we would either have to wait a bit for like the next one to come through, or we can immediately hop into this game.
You know what, Maddie? We're the ones doing this, so I want to
do it. We make the rules.
Yeah, this is gonna be sick.
We make the rules. Wow, and he's hopping in just like immediately. And again, this is top 8, and Numatonale back in top 8, former Pocket Mads tournament winner, various different top placements. He's won other tournaments as well. I mean, Numatonale, honestly, and I'm not discrediting any other players, but he might be the #1 player in the game. Like if you take a look at his results over the last month or two, Taj, like I don't know, he might just be the #1 player. Like and I know we don't have ranked, and of course there's the ranked ladder, but from like a tournament perspective, like I mean he is like a top guy right now.
And again, like Maddie, like I'm not guys, this is nothing negative, right? This guys, by the way, this game is gonna be sick. This is top 8. If you guys are just tuning in, Pocket Mads $250 prize pool, sponsored by Box GG. Also, there was a 10-minute delay, so you're wondering what's going on. That's why we're not responding to you guys. Yeah. But really quick, what I wanted to say though, Maddie, was that ranked and tournament play are totally different things. Because you can just grind rank. Like if you grind, that doesn't mean you're a good player. And nothing's wrong with you being a top 5K badge player and not doing good at tournaments. It's just that it's a different
so the way
scenario.
I put it, Taj,
go ahead. Yeah,
is you gotta change the correlation and know the correlation between or the difference between correlation and causation. Right. So this is a really big thing. Like for me, like, for example, like if there's a player that's like #1 ranked on the ranked ladder, like they're the #1 ranked because they've played a bunch of games. Right. Now, they also are probably pretty good at the game because they've played thousands of ranked matches. Like inevitably they're going to be good at the game, but they're not necessarily good at the game because they're high rank. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's a little bit different in that sense. And I don't want to disrespect any of those players because it is its own world
100%.
to be able to win that many games in ranked throughout a month. But in tournaments, it's completely different, right? It doesn't, like your win rate matters more than anything else, right? Because if you lose too much, you just never climb. And for someone like Numatonale, who's always at the top of the standings, inevitably he's just winning a bunch of games. So, yeah, you know, I also have a bit of a bias towards the tournament meta because that's who I am per se.
Now, Pokeball. Also, now we're back into the game now. MisPing cannot use Pokeball to find that little Poipole here, which again is kind of the main attacker here. But now we do see the Absol come on and take away Cyrus, which is big for MisPing because MisPing only has 1 Cyrus here.
Yeah, people definitely consider Chingling to counter like rare candy decks, but you know, stopping Pokeballs is a really, really big deal. You know, there's definitely a lot of times where you rely on that Pokeball to find your basic, right? So, Chingling just a really strong card, and I think we're probably going to see it in not just Altaria decks, but as we see here in Absol, in a variety of different matchups. And I think that it's really like kind of like an Oricorio specific card for these rare candy decks. Ooh, should we just pull the Cyrus out and KO the Nihilego?
Right. What do we do here? Do you tank with Celesteela? I guess you have to.
Yeah, you have to.
Oh no!
Single prize
If Lusamine is how many energies? Oh, this has to be Guzzlord. This has to be Guzzlord. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
So we just do it, huh? We're just sending it.
Lusamine before you lose it, right? And then throw. I guess you gotta go. You gotta go.
Poison barb here though. Poison barb would be kind of nice.
He has to go in though, right?
Well, you know what you could do here too is like
tank a hit.
You might want to keep Celesteela, like the thought of Celesteela there, right? Because like that's 100 damage. So like that can be a win condition on a free prize.
So maybe boost out Nihilego. Definitely use your Lusamine here.
Yeah, we want to do something. I mean, if we grindcore double, like that's kind of GG as well. You know what I mean? But the math doesn't math, coincidentally, right? Because we don't have Poison Barb. So
I mean,
he's gonna Lusamine to Guzzlord, which I like because now double grindcore does kind of force the issue here. And Absol can't KO the Celesteela because poor Absol, you only do 80 damage. That's again the main downside to Absol for sure. So yeah, I mean, Guzzlord right now can basically just come in and threaten, hey, I'm literally going to tyrannical hole you until this game's over.
Yeah, right.
And what are you going to do about it?
And also, Numatonale only has 2 cards, so probably not a rare candy or high dragon either.
Yeah, right.
And that's the thing too, right? When this is a cool part, right, Maddie? When both players are using those copycats and they don't have draw, then both of them can't draw. So they're kind of really like hard of the cardsing it, you know, like.
Yeah, and Copycat is like obviously a really strong card, but it's balanced in that sense, right? Mm-hmm. It's a comeback mechanic card where it's like, yeah, like, you know, you can't just pile up cards in your hand like you were able to the previous seasons, right? You weren't going up against Suicune and they had 9 cards in their hand and you knew that they had what they had, but Copycat definitely evens things out. But
does the helm
it has
matter?
The inverse effect. Not
because for Guzzy, right? Like this is gonna be weird math, right? So.
It doesn't really matter for Guzzlord regardless, but what you want to do now is threaten a KO. So he's going to attach, like he can still tank a hit, so he's just going to attach to Nihilego and pass.
Right.
Which is a correct play because now you can
set out
force
Nihilego.
the issue going to Nihilego. Yeah. But you know what this does do is give Numatonale another turn here to draw, which let's see what he has here. It is a research. Shout out to the Full Art Research. We just gave one away in the Discord last night. And now we have Hydreigon on the board, and now now the game is different.
The tempo is different. The 100%.
Now the game is 100%. Like now it's and that's Hydreigon's so strong too.
Wait,
and the one thing I like about Hydreigon is that like it's easy to play this alongside like really anything. You know what I mean? Like when you were playing Rampardos because it was a fossil. Like, you kind of finished the game, but Hydreigon, you can play it, like, with Oricorio or Chingling, as we see here now, in this metagame, and you can kind of bring out a Hydreigon in the middle or beginning of the game, right? Or at the late of the game. So it's like a Pokemon that's useful in any stage, which is crazy. But
so I like this play from Numatonale here, because why? If he did go into the Roar Unison to get the energies.
Huge here.
Yeah, that's
Poison
insane.
Bark's going to be all the difference.
Yes.
Yeah, because the damage on this Hydreigon, if he comes in to KO the Nihilego, he'll take that extra 10 HP, and inevitably after, he'll be basically at 120, which means that, Tyrannical Hole will be able to KO.
Right.
So I really do like the math here and how this is all working. Yeah, the breakpoints are really interesting.
So here's a big thing too, right? For Numatonale, Maddie, is that there's no helmet on Hydreigon. So if Guzzlord comes out and hits Hydreigon, it's still gonna be 80-80, which is 160 versus 170.
And I like this play. You go into Absol, right? So you go into Absol here to take the poison barb damage, you're still not getting KO because you do have 170 HP, which is a lot, right? He's burning the XP. I don't think he's going to use it. Is he?
No.
Is he going to go into Hydreigon here? You can't because he's got 1 prize left.
Oh, he's going to wait for a turn to manually do this. Oh my God, Maddie. He's waiting.
Yeah. So like, yeah. He's not going to take the Hydreigon damage, and he knows that Absol's going to be living an attack here from Guzzlord. Right, so what this is going to come down to, I think, but Guzzlord, but this doesn't.
Wait, ready,
you're
Maddie?
Still end up losing.
Maddie,
to...
what if you? No. I was gonna say what if you grind cord, but I still think you do the damage.
He did burn the X speed. You could grind cord. No, you attack here. And then you're just hoping to draw into. But the Lucami gives him the ability to.
He has options.
Attack with something other than Guzzlord. Yeah.
Wait, no, I was just kidding because yes, he's gonna add the.
He did go for it.
No, because he could.
I guess he has poison. He is poison. So.
But he could still roar in unison now. Like the Hydreigon doesn't. Oh.
Well, it doesn't matter if you theoretical holes here because like you win with Cyrus regardless, and you're not getting killed by the Hydreigon regardless, right? So like, the poison damage here means that grindcoring here isn't the incorrect play because there's no healing, right? For Absol,
true.
So it doesn't really matter. You always grindcore, I guess, because I forgot about the poison. But he's got Cyrus, so that's what this came down to. But didn't he get a Cyrus discarded? Did he get a Cyrus discarded? Does he play two of them? I don't remember.
MisPing only has one, and Numatonale only has one as well. So.
Right, but did he discard it with Absol early in the game?
No, I don't think so.
Couldn't remember. Okay, yeah, so it came down to Cyrus. But both, I mean, Numatonale though making every single correct play, which he oftentimes does. Like it's just when when you're playing up against him that like there's no gaps, right? Yeah. Like he's not gonna give you any opportunities to win. You're gonna have to kind of make that happen yourself. Right. So he does go up 1-0. Yeah. You know, top 8 could be the end of the line for the Guzzlord deck here. I would be very interested if like imagine if Absol if Hydreigon ended up winning this week, right? Because like that would kind of come out of left field, Taj. I'm not trying to jinx it for Numatonale, but like nobody was sitting here being like, yeah, I think Hydreigon's gonna win this week. You know what I mean? Like it's a strong card, we all respect it, but I don't think it was on anybody's like bingo card.
So I am gonna say this already. It's kind of a perfect storm, and we're not gonna jinx Numatonale here, but like so Maddie, you ready for this?
Yeah.
There's like 3 things for a good player, right? Or for a winning player. It's the player themselves and the deck, but also the high roll. So you collectively give Numatonale all that. He's a great player, and it's a powerful deck with cheese, and then high rolling with Copycat. So essentially he has draw due to Copycat to get to the high roll and have all, like, you feel me? Like I feel like with this kind of perfect storm of Copycat, now Numatonale can kind of go, I'm going to say balls deep, and like literally just high roll things and make these aggressive, insane plays, right? Versus like a more consistent deck.
You know what I mean? Stuff is so interesting to me because like the way the deck works is like even if Chingling's not useful, like it's just a Pokemon that's worth 1 prize. You know what I mean? Like it's just there. And like you're playing all single prizers and Absol. So like worst case scenario, like double Chinglings go down and then you like can bounce between Hydreigon and Absol. Yeah. But like the ordering of the deck is strong because you could go Chingling into Absol into Hydreigon and hope they don't have Cyrus. But you could also discard that Cyrus with Absol, or you could go, Chingling, Hydreigon, Absol, or you could just go Hydreigon, Absol.
Hydreigon turn
lead Absol.
Hydreigon turn 2. By the way, like, you know what I mean? Like that is also a
like, yeah.
So
and
the
Chingling's
fact that
gonna win you some games too, right?
Yeah.
Don't sleep on Chingling, like Suicune Greninja, Blaziken, like Decidueye. Like there's a lot of decks that Chingling is still strong against, even though Blaziken's on the decline. So imagine if Chingling might just be the MVP though. Like maybe
for sure. And that's what I was trying to say, right? The perfect storm of just all this like shenanigans, but. Keep in mind, Numatonale also running the double Rocky Helmet, knowing where the math works, and using the really powerful control bonds. So you have the control, you have the high roll, and you have the discard too. So it's a very utilizing these kind of control. I think we're frozen, by the way. Utilizing because it's stuck at 80. Utilizing all these like cool cards, and again, not saying that RNG is RNG, but again, Numatonale winning some games because of an early rare candy. Which is possible due to Copycat, right? So I closed the match. I'm gonna pop it out and see.
Yeah, they might have just hit a little Discord snag, a little technical issue. Unfortunately, the stream has failed.
Okay, cool. You want to jump to Numatonale on Twitch? Just so we can see something really quick. Yeah.
Yeah, let me pull it back up. I had it up before I closed it for some reason. All right. Let's hop in here. Let me know when the viewers can see.
Yeah. Not yet. Also, guys, if there's an ad, I apologize. We are streaming. Okay, it's up now. We are streaming the POV of Numatonale on Twitch. So.
Yep. Yeah. So we missed a little bit there, but we see the double Chinglings on the board. We see the Dino, and we see the Absol here. And flips double tails here on the Poipole attack, which is unfortunate, for sure. I think that like It is
Does
funny
Absol
because
already
Chingling doesn't have to attack here, but you can go into Absol already on turn 2 here. Just,
Also,
and potentially, you know, like an early Absol has a lot of pressure. You could discard a Lusamine from the hand. You could discard a Cyrus. Like, you know, there's a lot of really useful supporter cards in this Guzzlord deck here. So let's see what he can pull.
I love how Numatonale,
okay.
Numatonale, I love how he uses his X speeds just to burn cards. Like, he knows he doesn't need it anymore, and he just, like, burns it so that his opponent doesn't get a copycat.
Right, exactly. And you kind of did that before, like, anyway, like, sometimes with, like, Mars, right? You know what I mean? Like, later in the game, if you knew, like, you wanted to increase your odds of not getting Mars.
Or, you know, using a red, but the fact that it's just so, like,
but this is a scary play, though, because this Absol here, there's double Nihilego on the bench. So he's going to be taking 30 damage every turn, which, like, after 2 turns is a lot. Like, now he's at 110. So now the Absol is immediately in range of a Tyrannical Hull at some point. So this was an aggressive play, but he can kind of keep it up, like, if he really wants to. You know, that Celesteela, too, like, 120, like, it, you know, Absol damage numbers are definitely awkward, right? Like 80 is not great. You're not even 2KOing a Guzzlord for, you know, as an example. So
Mega Guzzlord, right? So
Mega Guzzlord. I mean, literally. Oh, so we'll go into Chingling here. We are stopping the item cards, so I mean, theoretically speaking, you know, that's doing something. But unfortunately, we whiffed any supporter cards that turn from. So both Lusamine in the deck, Cyrus still in the deck here for you know, for MisPing. So and Copycat. So he top decks the Copycat here. That's a crazy top deck. Numatonale is shaking his head right now as we speak because he knows that was an insane top deck. So yeah, now he's just gonna be able to attach to the Guzzlord and you know, kind of just wait. I mean, he can kind of just chill, maybe get that Cyrus in hand. As soon as he draws Cyrus, the game is over, which is the awkward part, right? So now we have to be a little bit more aggressive. I don't know what's in Numa's hand because he hides it. He's going to Copycat of his own, potentially drawing into a Hydreigon.
Oh,
Hydreigon here would be massive.
Candy.
Yeah. Okay, that's an unfortunate turn of events here. He will just be going into Absol because you lose to Lusamine, you lose to Cyrus, so you know you're living a turn. So I like this play because if it's Lusamine in hand, you can discard it, you're safe next turn. And if it's not Lusamine and it's Cyrus, we could discard that Cyrus, and then it's not an issue for the rest of the game. So I love this play here to go into Absol and potentially just sort of take something out of the deck. That you know, is a possible win condition, but Hydreigon will be carrying the rest of the game, unfortunately. So let's see here. Still 30 HP left. And it is Cyrus and Lusamine. No, but he takes the Cyrus.
Wait. How many points does? Oh, but yeah, it's over. That's crazy.
So very unfortunate. First of all, very unfortunate that he had Lusamine and Cyrus.
And Cyrus, 2 win cons.
Because that means that you kind of lose regardless.
But again, like you said, Maddie, let's not take away from that moment, right? That play was insane because Numatonale knew that he needed to get rid of a Cyrus or a Lusamine, and the fact that his opponent
being in the hand there are really tough. Yeah.
So, but again, I mean, that's pocket. Like, nothing's wrong with that, right? So
you could say that was a misplay, obviously, but but it's really not because
that was the best odds in your favor.
What,
best odds in your favor.
Because he plays a second Lusamine, and I don't think he had used the other one yet, right?
Still, you have to though. You're so far back. We had no Hydreigon. Like, you had to just, you know what I mean? Like,
I mean, technically taking the Lusamine and not the Cyrus there means that you don't get KO'd the next turn, right? Because the Guzzlord still isn't set up.
That's
so
true.
Theoretically kind of a misstep, but I think it wouldn't have really mattered anyway. I think it was just very unfortunate that he had.
Yeah, I'm surprised actually. He would have had like one more turn, maybe, right? Like,
yeah, he would have, because Guzzlord wouldn't have been able to Tyrannical Hull that turn unless he top decked the second Lusamine. It's just a tough spot there, right? Because like in a world where he only has Cyrus, you're like, oh, perfect, right? In a world where he doesn't have Cyrus and he has one Lusamine, you're like, perfect, right? So you can continue to put on the pressure there. It's just at any point in time, if he has both of any of those, then you don't win, right? But he wasn't winning the game either way because eventually, Ping's going to draw into the Cyrus and then just win, right? So,
but again, Maddie, this is top 8. Numatonale versus MisPing here, and again, MisPing using this really cool deck, Mega Guzzlord. I'm just kidding. I'm coining it. And again, this is basically life on the line for both these players. Again, both of them have been playing really well. We are looking at MisPing's POV here, or sorry, Numatonale's POV. Is it still working?
And we will be getting into top 4 after this, people. So if you're tuning into the stream right now, don't go anywhere because we're about to get to the conclusion of PMPT number 7 Mega Mayhem. Anyway, Todd,
Is it
take it away.
is MisPing's POV working still, or no? Is it still kind of down? Do you want to switch over, or
No, I think he bounced. I think
Okay.
he got out of there.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah.
Super hard focus
yeah,
right now.
For anybody wondering, we're on a 10-minute delay. So like, if there's any worries about that, no information that's being provided is mattering. The hand is being hidden here from Numatonale anyway because he's live on Twitch, which is the smart play if you're competitive, of course, and you don't have a delay in your stream, which most streamers would. The reason why we do for casting is because it's me and Taj. Like, we're here commentating. We're not really interacting with the audience, so we do the 10-minute delay. We talk about the games, and we can kind of provide you all of the info that you need to have, that you want to have, and no restrictions there. So.
And also the cool thing, Maddie, about having open hand, which I was against open hand before, and also delay, but it's because we can see what the players are thinking and what lines they're going for.
Yeah.
Like,
right.
we can
It's
actually
a
have
more
a
enjoyable
discussion and
experience.
see that. Yeah. Because now we kind of don't know
We're not
what's
just
going
doing
on.
like play-by-play.
Right.
We're not just like
exactly.
describing what's happening.
Yeah. So.
But anyway, so the Rocky Helmet Chingling I do like a lot. Maybe this Poi Pole just whiffs on heads back-to-back times again. But in this matchup here, the Chingling obviously not that useful. It can stop really just the Pokeballs. Those are the only item cards in.
All the barbs are coming out. Jeez
Double barb.
Louise.
Yeah. So this is
Woo!
man. And this is where the Nihilego is so strong. Is that the Naganadil is that it's just he goes double tails again. These Poi Poles, man, they're blind out. You don't know what's going on. The Chingling is too hard to hit. He's too small.
Yeah, it's a too small Pokemon.
What are your thoughts
here.
on Mega Chimecho, by the way?
So Maddie, I said this when I was casting with Jay, is that we're gonna get a So guys, spoilers by the way for ZA, there is gonna be a Mega Chimecho. The trailer's out, so we're spoiling blah blah, right? So Chimecho evolves from Chingling. So imagine we get, Maddie, ready for this? A support Mega Pokemon. So something that is worth 3 points, but
like a basic too.
Well, no, doesn't Chingling evolve into Chimecho? So like,
yeah, but the baby Pokemon can't evolve.
Well, maybe they'll make it evolve onto. You feel me? Like maybe they'll have a baby and then it evolves into Mega Chimecho. By the way, that's one Cyrus down. But doesn't it evolve?
Oh, he just discarded. Wow.
Yeah, he discarded.
But the poison,
no. Yeah. But anyway, if it could work, Maddie, like again, imagine having a Mega Pokemon that's like a support card that does a lot of things, but it's still like weak because it's just a Chimecho. So like,
it would be interesting. Yeah.
Like a support Mega
like
versus like just offensive Megas. So, but anyway,
we see the. Okay, so he's going to attach. So no. Naganadels come down and back to the game. So Numatonale here doing kind of the same thing he did before. This time it did work out for him, right? He went into Absol a little bit ahead of the curve. He was like, you know what? Let me get that Cyrus out of here. Now I can kind of hang out with Absol until I'm threatened and then retreat and be okay with it, right?
And he also did get the only Cyrus away. Yes, game 3 actually, life on the line for both. And again, Cyrus was discarded, so now Absol is safe on the bench.
Right.
So
but you're still taking the poison damage here. So, wow.
If one more
this is the pressure that Absol can provide here.
If one more Lucamine goes down, this might be game. But also, Absol is ticking, right? So
we have not seen any Hydreigons since like game 1, I think. He doesn't even bench the Guzzlord. He actually just goes into the second Nihilego, and that poison damage is going to tick here. And he's going to be able to actually go into the other Nihilego, so deal a total of like 80 damage here. So he's going to actually force the issue this turn, and then force him to swap out into something, even if it's not fully evolved like that Hydreigon, right? So I believe, is this 50? Is this 50 damage from the Nihilego? Oh, it's only 30? Okay,
but then the tick though.
But the tick will also be 30. So he goes down to 50. So he's forced to retreat because he gets KO'd if he doesn't.
Yeah.
So he top decks the X speed, which is fine. But again, like, what are we going into?
What are you
here?
going to? Chimecho?
Because if you go into Dino, you have to go into a Chimecho here because you can't let him KO the Dino.
Yeah.
But the Cyrus is gone. So like in theory, this Absol here is useless until maybe it's finishing off the game. But now we're in like stall mode because we have to draw into a Hydreigon to kind of do something useful here. And we can start manually attaching to it so that maybe it doesn't have to take that damage before it attacks with the ability. But this Nihilego here is literally just going to start attacking and one it KOing everything on the board with the double poison ping. It's a total of 60 damage, right? So that does KO Chinglings and KOs the Dino. He's yet to take a point yet, but he will be taking a point this turn. We could actually, And
wait, Dino. If Dino comes out just to hit though, but
Wait, so he still has one Lucamine in the deck, right?
Right.
That's
so
important.
guys, Lucamine and Cyrus was discarded from MisPing.
He goes into the poi pole. Does he have Naganadel? He wants the poison barb here. So he's actually going to elect not to guarantee the KO because he wants...
No.
2 more turns, dude. No. So that's really tough. But this is still... I like this play because you're pressuring... Because Trimaco's not KOing, and we see the Hydreigon here. But if Hydreigon comes in, it takes the poison damage. It takes the poison damage, which will theoretically put it in range of getting KO'd by Celesteela. I don't know if he has candy. But yeah, so like that's why you go into this poison barb here, because you still have double Nihilego, and that's going to be 30 damage. And Hydreigon taking 30 extra damage is a big deal because, you know, then it's in range of Celesteela KOing, right? So that's kind of what I think MisPing is playing for right now, if I had to guess. But also, this is a very interesting scenario.
Both players have their benches kind of set up awkwardly, where they don't have their kind of key card. MisPing does not have a Guzzlord setup, and also
yeah, but you don't need a Guzzlord, because what is Guzzlord doing without Lucamine, right? Like it's just not. Okay, so all right, we do some damage here. I think MisPing really wishing that he would have been able to KO this turn. Top deck's the copycat. That's sketchy though, because this is a 2-card combo to rare candy. So if we copycat for 4 cards, we need Hydreigon and rare candy, which is fairly likely at this point in the game. We see research, rare candy, X speed, and double rare candy. No, he's upset about that. He's gonna burn the X speeds. He doesn't want them, but that's really unfortunate. So now,
well, you can also swap into
he can retreat into the other Chingling. He can go to the other one.
But wouldn't he tick down if he? No. It would be 1. Yeah. So I would retreat into that one.
But then you're like, well, is the Naganadel coming out? Which it probably is, right? So, man, this is coming down to the wire. It's so tough, man. It's such a hard thing. I think we still commit energy to the Hydreigon, but yeah, no matter what happens here, MisPing can just sit in the active with his Poipole with the poison barb, right? I mean, that's the play. That is just what has to happen here. Yeah. So he's going to retreat, not attack, most likely. No Rocky Helmet here, but we still need the Naganadel or double coin flips to KO this Trimeco. Very likely that he does top deck a Hydreigon. Oh, he gets Mars to 2 though. There go the rare candies and that research.
Rare candy Hydreigon.
Oh. Oh no. Was that? So
research and Cyrus. Yep.
You know, the Cyrus plays big because we can actually bring up that Celesteela, which is going to be really valuable, but he goes into Nihilego here to guarantee the KO. But no Poison Barb, unless I think one already got discarded, right? So he's really hoping that this Mars sticks, but yeah, the pressure's on right now. It's very much on. We're never going to be able to Cyrus up this Absol because it got discarded, but there is still a Lucamine in play, but that Celesteela has some damage onto it, and yeah, we're in an awkward spot here. So we have research, a Dino, which is tough. So now we need to go Hydreigon and rare candy off this research. We need both. We need one of each.
Surely. Yep. Candy,
There's
Super Bonbon.
There's 2. There it is.
Oh!
You got it. All right. That's huge. That's huge.
And then
That's
also
karma.
too, no
comes back around.
No barb to get poison down, right? So
no, this is safe. This is safe because like really the only thing, yeah, exactly, is that there's no barb anymore. So
also,
like,
how many energies does he have on him? Oh, 23. Oh, he doesn't even need to. Yeah, he's chilling.
Yeah, no, he's good right now. Because even if a Lucamine comes out, without that poison barb damage, that would be taking this turn, Hydreigon. So he was really just hoping that the Mars would stick there, which it didn't, unfortunately. So now I think heavily favored right now because Numatonale's at 2 prizes, and this Hydreigon's KOing anything on the board. Now, what we can do here, though, Taj, is drop the Guzzlord, and we can technically Lucamine 2 at this turn because I think he's got 1 Lucamine left. And that's what we're gonna see.
That's crazy.
But the Cyrus is in hand though. Yeah. I believe Numa has Cyrus in hand. So
for the last point,
I think it's gonna work out pretty well for him.
And also, it's crazy that Hydreigon doesn't have any like energy, so Grindcore doesn't matter. Like it's just like.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it would be setting up for another KO here, but yeah, discarding the Cyrus earlier in the game there was an aggressive play that Numa did. The game prior, it just didn't work out for him. This game definitely worked out for him here. Yeah, I believe we have Cyrus in hand. Hydreigon will just be KOing here, and that's going to be a really great match. Yeah, phenomenal. I mean, phenomenal stuff here. Numa using that Absol perfectly, by bringing it up at the perfect time, putting the correct pressure on, playing his odds perfectly. I mean, I've seen back-to-back games for Numa here making literally no, like, incorrect plays. I mean, you could say that last game where he grabbed the Cyrus, not the Lucamine, but that was just a bad situation regardless. Yep. Like, he's been playing so well. This is why, like, anybody that says like there's so much RNG involved for Pocket, like obviously there's some, but like you can't deny the fact that these are the best players in the game, and they show up week after week because that's how good they are. They're not misplaying. They're always giving themselves opportunity to win, and they're playing really good decks. Like back-to-back weeks, Numa has played perfect decks for the metagame, right? And that just goes to show how smart he is as a player.
And also too, Maddie, let's not take anything from MisPing. I've been watching MisPing from other like tournaments.
Yeah, played great too. Played phenomenal.
And they haven't been like winning tournaments as much as Numatonale, but actually getting to more top cuts and getting better as a player. So again, shout out to MisPing. Like again, not like MisPing is also somebody that MisPing is somebody that we know in the community as well too. So definitely not like, again, hats off to MisPing as well. Playing, again, 100%. No lines missed against Numatonale. Again, just both players doing really well. And again, definitely nothing.
800 players made top 8.
Yeah.
Like, I mean.
Definitely nothing down on MisPing as well, too. So we're excited to see them next week as well, too. But, Maddie, we're in the top 4 here. Do we stick with Numatonale or do we try to find
I would like to try to get a different perspective so we could see the hands here. So it looks like Fab will be playing.
Where are they? Like, what's I gotta find the.
So we can watch Numatonale because I think he'll be the first top 4 match ready.
Well, let's try to find. Well, they can start, but let's try to find the other person. Like, I wanna see the hands.
Yeah, no, we're gonna hold them here. I'm gonna try to communicate with the other player and try to get them in Discord so we can get that other perspective.
Oh, Fab.
But yeah.
Oh wow, it's a frog player too. That's so funny.
Is this Greninja or Ikoria or is this Suicune Greninja?
Suicune Greninja, but I don't know what. I'm actually editing it right now as we speak. It's Greninja EX, also with Giratina. Wait, so they have Greninja EX and Giratina, so this is
the standard Sweet Ninja list.
Now the funny thing is, Maddie, is we're gonna say this again. Numatonale is probably one of the best Sweet Ninja players out there. So the fact that he is not using Sweet Ninja.
He knows how to play with and play against his deck. And keep in mind, he is playing Chingling. He's playing Chingling,
so
which
this
is a big deal.
Yeah, this is not looking good. But if we can get Faz POV soon. But if not, Maddie, why don't we just start? We could just start it. So, if you're cool with that.
Is Fab in here? Oh, he said he is. What's his Discord name?
So, Lamp again. Just hold the other top 4, and then we're.
Yeah, both will hold. Yeah, Lamp's gonna hold both top 4. I don't see Fab in the Discord right now. I'm gonna see if he can. He might be streaming on Twitch. Is that what he was saying?
I don't see a link to him, but I could try to find it. It usually says live on the list, so.
Hey, right. Okay, interesting. All right. Anyway, shout out to Box.gg. You guys should definitely go check out Box. They are absolutely incredible. Again, $250 week after week after week in the prize pool. It's real money, guys. And if you want to support us, if you want to support the tournament series, if you want these tournaments to continue, if you want these prize pools, definitely go and just check out Box. Throw them a little bit. Use my promo code. It supports me as well. Just an incredible group of people that have been helping us out. I would highly recommend that you guys go check them out. So again, big shout out to Boxed. Absolutely just incredible people over there. And link. The promo code will get posted by a mod for sure. Let me ask.
And worst case, we could just start it with Numatonale as well.
And they're speaking in French.
Well, also the downside too, Maddie, is that what's really funny is that looking at the deck.
He needs our Discord. Okay.
Well, looking at the deck archetypes, right, Maddie? Numatonale has a really big advantage. So, guys, not saying we're riding Numatonale to finals. But it's just how
I said in like top 32, it was probably pretty likely to get there.
Yeah.
But for me, it's validating though because in Numatonale doing what he's doing is legitimizing Pokemon Pocket as from a competitive standpoint, right? When you're watching any competitive video game, you will oftentimes see that it's the same players making it. It's the case with other TCGs as well. There's RNG involved, but it's about navigating that RNG, and it's about maximizing your odds and playing the correct deck. One thing that is very underrated. Hold on, I gotta communicate with Fab here.
Wait, Chimecho? I thought Chingling evolved into Chimecho. I'm sorry, guys. Chingling
evolves into Chimecho.
Right, so how come we can't make that a Mega? I'm confused.
Because baby Pokemon in the TCG just don't evolve. For an example, we have Mantine in the game, but I'm pretty sure Mantine is a basic Pokemon. And Mantine's also a basic Pokemon.
Well, right, but then how come
we might
even
have a Chimecho card in the game?
Well, right, so how come we just... No, for sure, but I'm just saying for Mega Chimecho, you just make it have a Chingling evolution. Like, does that make sense? Like, you just have that little...
No, but I don't think you could, is what I'm saying. Like, I don't think it would work.
Because, like, the rule for baby Pokemon, isn't it just a basic? And again, I don't know the regular TCG, so it's like... You feel me? But anyway...
All right, he's in.
Okay.
Fab is here. Finally. Shout out to Fab, by the way. Thank you so much. I know these people are French, and this is probably new to him. Like,
for sure.
Let's
head through. Let's head through, Maddie. Let's head through.
Let's do it. Let's hop in.
Fab, we are gonna deafen you, but thank you for coming in for the Discord share. So you guys can start. Thank you, and we're gonna meet you in deafen.
Thanks, Fab.
Hey.
Cool. I deafened him right away. So cool. Okay.
Oh man, yeah. What a legend. All right, let's pull this up here. Lamp, you can let them know it's time to rock. Top 4 has begun, or will. It's beginning right now. Okay. I don't think we know what the other top 4 matchup is yet. Do we know if we look at the standings? Like, I guess I should probably know. Like, what are the other matches going on? Is that side of the bracket might be a little bit behind. I see a top 8 matches going on. So
so
the other top 4 is Tekken. Tekken is playing Absol.
Ooh,
as well,
and Teemo's running the
with Oricorio.
Mega Blaziken Heatmore. Yo, Mega Blaziken Heatmore. And also Quiet.
Quiet is playing Magnezone. Okay, so the final decks of the tournament are Absol, Hydreigon, Suicune, Greninja, Absol, Oricorio, Magnezone, Oricorio, and then Blaziken.
All different decks, dude. This is sick. Wait.
This is crazy.
Maddie, I want to show that. I can't, though.
So, and we have a new tournament. We have a new winner. So Altaria will not be winning back-to-back. Is I guess.
Are there no Altarias? Are they out?
Yeah, there's no Altarias left. None of them made
Wow.
Well, there might have been some in top 8, but none of them are making
right to top 4. But ladies and gentlemen, again, this is both Frog EX players, Numatonale and Fab. Again, this is our top 4 here, or basically our semifinals here. Whoever is gonna be winning this will be fighting in the finals. And again, we have the Sui. If you guys are just tuning in, we have the new Sui Ninja with the Greninja EX and Giratina. Some players opt for not to have the Giratina, but again, Numatonale. Now he is also the Master Sui Ninja, and also probably good friends with Fab because they're both Frog EX. So Fab's got a lot on his plate going against probably one of the best players in the world right now, Maddie.
Yeah, and I like Numatonale's deck specifically for the Suicune matchup. I would be curious to see like if Suicune ended up like if it did end up winning this weekend, I would be surprised. I know variants, it's all possible, but this weekend was so specifically heavily counterplayed to Suicune that I would be shocked if it didn't end up winning. I mean, even this matchup is an example of that. There's a Magnezone Oricorio and an Absol Oricorio on the other side of the bracket. Like, it is definitely, like, it'll be crazy to see, how this kind of goes through. But anyway, Chingling immediately, Numatonale putting that pressure on, right?
So guys, no Pokeballs. Fab tried to play the Pokeball, by the way, just letting you know.
Yeah, he's got Rare Candy, he's got Pokeball.
So he's got Rare Candy. He can't do anything right now.
On the upside, though, this Froakie can 2-hit KO. So the new Froakie that doesn't do 10, it does 20, right? So,
but do you want to take that helmet damage? Like,
oh no. But you kind of have to.
You kind of have
like,
to.
You
I
can't
think.
win the game.
But then
you can't
Absol comes in.
Oh, yeah. Man. So let me take a look here because I want to take a look at the deck. I don't have it pulled up, but this Greninja deck, I don't believe it's playing Frogadier, right? So
no, it's not.
Yeah. So Fab not playing Frogadier.
Oh wow, it's only running Candy. Ooh.
Yeah, which is kind of the standard, right?
Mm-hmm.
Man, it's gonna be a tricky one. Like the Absol discards plus the Chingling plus the Hydreigon being able to 1-hit KO Greninjas and whatnot. Like it's really. Like, this is a very well-built deck. A very technical deck as well. Like, knowing which Pokemon do you attack when, which energies to attach, when to go into certain Pokemon. Like, it really is kind of a very intricate situation here, I would say. But Double Dino on the bench, this Chingling's just going to start smacking away, having the time of his life here, just laughing. He's just laughing at Fab here like, listen, I'm going to just hit you for 10, but what are you going to do about it, right? There's no Suicune on the board. There's nothing. I mean, leading Froakie in this scenario is really bad. I'm not going to lie.
Also, too, some of the Sui Ninjas deck do run like a X speed just to allow like an energy retreat for Suicune as well, or like anything in the front like a Giratina. So even X speed gets nullified.
Well. Yeah. Numatonale's running copycats with the Chingling. You know, he could draw a bunch of cards coming up. Right?
Yeah. Also, too, our top 4 has been announced. So it is Tekken versus Teemo, and Teemo running the Heatmore Blaziken. So the
Wow.
so I guess the Altaria, or not Altaria, the Oricorio Magnezone is out, I believe. So
Oh, really? Okay. So Oricor. Okay, so Blaziken. So, and then he's playing against
versus
Absol Oricorio.
Yep, yep.
Okay. So we have both of the Absol control decks here in top 4 up against, the water and fire heavy hitters. It's going to be a crazy one here. Fab here, of course, in a position of like, well, what really am I going to do here? The Giratina is not that bad, but it's not a Suicune, right? So,
I don't know what you
Man.
do. I also too all the overlays are set up. I love this. I love Top Cut. Everything's all set up. I can actually focus on the game now. So.
I know it's a lot easier than Swiss for sure. But yeah, man, I mean, this is like Chimecho is really, really good in this specific scenario, right? Typically, Chimecho against Suicune Greninja is good, but oftentimes they just lead Suicune, right? And they just draw and they hit you, and then it's like, well, okay, Chimecho kind of did something, not really. But in this scenario, like, we can't really pressure the Chimecho, and we can't really do anything because we don't have Suicune, right? So it's definitely a little bit of an awkward scenario. I guess you kind of have to bench the Giratina here. But at the same time, like, do we just attack the Chimecho? Like, do we just kind of press
lock
the
down
issue
the
here?
bell? Yeah.
Yeah. There's definitely a world where stalling here isn't the end of the world because, neither player is really doing much. We're both setting up their board states. And theoretically speaking, at some point, Numatonale has to kind of go out of Chimecho to do something. But, yeah, it is tough without Suicune, right? Because it's like we can't really put on the pressure. We could sacrifice a Froakie, but you don't really want to do that in this particular deck because we're not playing like Megas. We're playing 2 prize Pokemon. It's one of the unique examples of a deck that can play, 1 prizers and 2 prizers and still be a top meta deck. I don't think there's like anything else in the game other than Guzzlord, I guess, as we just watched. But very specific scenarios for that.
You know what's crazy, Matty, is that basically, Numatonale is getting his board set up. It's going to be literally a fresh Hydreigon or Hydreigon doing 130 damage with 150 HP.
Yeah, and he's not even going to take the damage. He's going to have 150 HP.
That is scary.
Yeah, and whatever attacks this Chimecho will take 20, right? So Giratina is an example without Giant Cape. Even with Giant Cape, it's weak to Dark. Like, we'll just be getting KO'd by the Hydreigon. So Hydreigon uniquely also very good into Giratina as well, which is an interaction you don't really see that often this this season. But in this deck list, specifically, I guess the only deck that is playing Giratina right now. So yeah, I mean, we did Irida there, so it's buying us a little bit more time, but still no Suicune. We're going on like turn 4 without Suicune right now. But that's probably because that Pokeball's been stuck in our hand too, right?
Yeah, I mean, oh man.
So he's gonna press the issue. You gotta just start attacking.
Yeah, I feel like
maybe we should have done that earlier.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like it should have been done sooner versus like.
Well, I mean, because you buy yourself some time to draw cards, so maybe you do end up just drawing into Greninja EX, which I think he actually has, and Rare Candy, right? So after this Chimecho goes down, this Froakie gets KO'd, but then we have a Greninja EX in play, which is living 2 attacks from an Absol and is living.
And also
1
has the
attack
attacker's advantage against the Absol too. So.
Right. Yeah, but. Then you're down a Froakie and you don't have a Greninja, a Water Shuriken Greninja.
Is that the Greninja in the hand, the rainbow one? I don't pull rainbows, so I don't know.
Yeah, he's got both. Yeah, he's got the Rainbow Rare Greninja EX. So he might actually not even go into the Greninja EX because at this point, like if you KO this Chimecho and this Greninja Froakie gets
you can't evolve though. Shoot, I was saying.
No, see, but I like this though. I don't mind this because like you could go into normal Greninja with Water Shuriken and still hit something for like 80, right? And then finish it off with Suicune. So it's really not that bad here, but finally we draw the Suicune, which is a really big deal. The question here is that, do we want the Froakie to go down? Probably not. It's just not worth it. So we could just like not attack this turn, and then we could Mars him now, because
But then you're gonna lose a Cyrus, which is I guess is
so
fine,
strange.
Right?
This is such a weird. Yeah, he's gonna take the Cyrus regardless. So, but if he goes into Absol, you don't really mind that, because then you can hit it once and then it's out of the game for the rest of the game, right?
I like this.
He's actually just gonna hit the Chimecho and Mars.
I like this.
Yeah, I like it too.
I like it. I think
So now we can Rare Candy in that Greninja.
Yeah.
That can be the Water Shuriken. We have the Cyrus in hand, although he probably will just go into.
I think Mega. I feel like Mega would be the better play because then you hit the Absol and then you can.
It would be an interesting call out, right? Because he only plays 1 Cyrus and it is in fact in his hand.
Yeah.
But there's no way of really knowing that.
Fab runs 2. So
Oh, Fab's got 2.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
okay,
so
that's a
he
big
hits
deal.
it.
That's a
But
huge
also
deal.
Numatonale, look at this. He's just like, whatever. I'm gonna sack my little Dino. I get the
You
KO
can actually
regardless.
just KO. Yeah, you can just KO with Dino too.
Right.
He doesn't have enough to.
But then now he loses that attacker's advantage. Like now this.
Yeah, but
this
you can
thing-
evolve because now you're at 150 HP, so you're not going to KO next turn. And like you said, he's not taking any damage to Roar in unison, right? So he can just hit and then live and then hit again and be in a really good spot.
Right.
But this is where we have to be. The Giratina here now is not useful because you are getting KO'd. So you have to go into Suicune, which is unfortunate because now you're going to probably end up losing to a Cyrus at some point because we already played the Mars. Now the double Pokeballs
all
come
the
down,
items
although
are
they're not very
coming
useful
out.
at this point.
Drops
We've
the
already played the
Suicune.
Irida. So if we rare, so here's the thing, right? Because we still have a second Cyrus in the deck. This would be a crazy play if we rare Candy Greninja Cyrus up the Absol and then hit it.
We have to draw it though. That's the thing. But also, you're not.
Suicune's drawn at the end of the turn, so it's like really not that unlikely. Like you have to focus the 3 prizer here. You're not winning the game by going through double Hydreigon. So he's gonna do it. Yeah, this is the play you do because now you're doing a lot. You're doing 100 damage.
Yeah.
And even if he doesn't have Cyrus, that pressure from Water Shuriken Greninja can still make it happen. Also, he did cape that Greninja, which means it is living an attack from Hydreigon as well, which is important. So this is really big damage. Like this is a big deal. He's got only 4 cards in deck, I think I see. And that's the May. That's not a Cyrus. But he's living an attack this turn. He already used the Mars, so it really just comes down to whether he either top decks it this turn or if Numatonale draws his Cyrus, and that's what this game's going to come down to here. So very, very fun matchup here. Both players, I think, played this pretty well. He is going to copycat, so he's going to increase some odds to have Cyrus on the following turn, I believe, here. I must not have had it in turn. 3 cards in the deck. This is what Fab is playing for. This is what Fab is playing for here. As soon as you told me he had double Cyrus in the deck, I was like, okay, that changes things completely. No Rocky Helmet on the board here for Numatonale, but he definitely is just going to go to Hydreigon here because he has to. He can't stay in with Absol. And there's the Rocky Helmet. Not that it really matters per se, because we don't know what's in either player's. We don't know what Fab is going to top deck, and we don't know what Numatonale has in his hand. So as we see, there it is, the back-to-back Cyrus plays. Yeah, I know, but I mean, he played it so well. Both of these players played it so well because, like, it came down to, like, if you're Numatonale, what do you want to do, right? Do you want to stay in with the Chingling and stop him from rare candying? Or do you want to go into Absol, possibly discard a supporter card from the deck? But if you go into Absol, you're going to take the damage, and if you whiff the supporter card, then they can just draw it, and then the game's over, right? So a very tricky matchup here, I think, for both players. It really can, he's going to take a screenshot there.
Well, you have to.
That's okay. You're live on stream. You're live on stream.
Well, yeah, true. But also,
yeah,
too,
no,
frame that.
Practice.
Frame that. Ladies and gentlemen, this
Frame
was
it.
probably one of the best matches. Guys, this is only semifinals. You guys realize this, right? Like, if you guys are not buckled in for some absolute best gameplay of TCG Pocket, this is where you're at. If you guys are not subscribed yet to either Pocket Mad's Twitch or YouTube channel for the best up-to-deck meta content, also for the best tournaments on TCG Pocket, this is where it's at. So again, welcome in, ladies and gentlemen. If you guys are just tuning in, we're on a 10-minute delay. My name is Sandro, and again, we have Pocket Mads again casting with me the top 4. And these are great games, man. I'm excited, dude.
Oh, these are incredible. Yeah, no, I mean, it's so fun because
this is Pocket.
Somehow, and again, somehow it's the best players with the best decks, and they make it to the top at the very end. This deck specifically, this matchup here, both decks are very intricate. They're very technical. A lot of interactions here. I mean, this is just such high-level gameplay. It's an absolute just like pleasure to be able to like have this experience here. But we see the Suicune now in the active. So now this Chimecho, has a little bit of a less opportunity to just stall like forever. And double we do see the
but you get
Giratina,
Tina,
right? So
you get Tina.
You have the Tina, but it's a bit sketchy because again, it does get one hit by Hydreigon with that giant cape. But later in the game, though, definitely the 130 damage can win, right? It's just a useful card here. So this Chimecho will be getting at the minimum 2 or 3 attacks off.
2 hits, yeah.
Which that chip damage can be useful. It's going to bring Suicune potentially down into KO range. Plus the Rocky Helmet on the Dino I like a lot. So again, I think we're going to see a kind of a repeat of last game. I think both players are really just going to be kind of looking to navigate the board and get to the particular position that they want to get to. That Pokeball not able to play it.
But Suicune can attack though. Next turn. Sorry, next turn. Yeah.
But he's got 14 cards in his deck, right? So he's like, listen, if I see a rare candy Hydreigon next turn, like like, then we're out of it.
Concede.
You know, but listen, guys. But listen, this is what Hydreigon is all about, right? We've all been here before, okay?
The high roll.
We've all been here. This is pure high roll in its greatest form here. And he knows it. That's why he's clicking the deck list. He's showing it to us. He's like, listen, guys, there's literally nothing I can do here other than hope he doesn't KO me next turn because, quite frankly, there is nothing else to do. So we'll see it. He's
just so guys.
Very dramatic.
He's just
Very
thinking
dramatic.
of what
he's gonna Mars him. You always Mars here. You always Mars because if you don't Mars and he has it, you hate yourself forever. You know what I mean?
No,
he's not gonna do it. He didn't
Maddie,
do it.
there's a timeline that we are now in a different timeline, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah,
we're in a different reality here.
The timeline split. All right, 4 cards in hand. Numatonale. He could also just research into it. He's gonna copycat. Ooh. This is the strength of the copycat here. This is gonna be a fat 6 cards in hand here, but does he draw it?
He has to. Absolute drop.
It's suspenseful. It's suspenseful, for sure.
Oh, the super bon. And just like that. So that's what I was saying, right, Maddie? Like, the fact that Numatonale has that high roll option as well versus Strategery is insane. It's just like giving like a really good.
Is a ridiculous card.
Yeah, like you're just like, oh, by the way, I could just nuke you by turn 2.
This card's silly. But you know, this is the unique aspect of going second, as well, right?
Can I change the score? I think I'm just gonna change the score right now. But
well. I mean,
he one shots anything.
Well, so if we giant cape this Giratina, we live, and we can use that as a pivot, and then we can KO with a Greninja EX. So,
or
he goes into Froakie. Well, no, because he could evolve. Well, yeah, I don't know. He only has the non-EX Greninja in hand, so you can Mars him to 1 here.
He could retreat into Suicune, but that's.
Yeah, you don't have any draw. Like that's what I mean. Like, why go into Giratina if you know you don't like? He doesn't know what he's going to top deck, right? So, you go into the Froakie here. Yeah, I know it's cooked. Yeah.
The only thing that survives right now is the Suicune. But
I'm trying to think. There is theoretically a world where this happens, right? Because you have a rare candy. So like, if you retreat into Suicune, you could top deck.
Oh, he could ping. He could ping the back Dino. Because you need to add an energy, but like that's still like 1 turn. Like.
No, but it already has 1 energy attached.
Oh my god, dude! Numatonale's thought of everything.
Yeah, you have to go into this weekend here. Theoretically, you could top deck Greninja EX because you have Arcane in hand, and that could free pivot you back out. But then, like, you're still. I honestly might have actually rather pinged the Hydreigon here because it's just going to be taking more and more damage every turn. And then technically he can bellow, right? So he's able to pivot here. He's just very reliant, and you do get the draw in front Suicune here. So it's like, technically speaking, like he could grab a research or whatever. He could draw into Greninja EX. He could pivot into Giratina and take the KO here. This actually isn't as bad as you might think. That Giant Cape is actually huge because now you can actually use Giratina as a pivot. But the Pokeball is going to come down. That's going to be the Absol. So what could be another Chingling, right? No, Chingling got KO'd. Pokeball research off the Mars to 1 is so brutal, dude. I would be throwing my keyboard right now across the room if I were him. Because if we see a rare candy Hydreigon, you concede. He's playing to his outs. I mean, he was definitely in a tough spot. Fab was there, and he was like, well, I mean, can I do anything? And yeah, I mean, he made the correct play, right? You go into Suicune here, you build up Giratina, you maybe hope for a Greninja EX or a draw supporter into it so that you can free retreat, and then you take a KO, you go from there. I mean, that's really all he had available to him. But the Chingling copycat combo with Hydreigon is nasty. Like, genuinely one of the most insane high. It's like consistent high roll though. Like, how often are you going to be able to pop off? Like, truthfully, with a Hydreigon turn 2, like probably pretty often with the Chingling copycat combo. It's actually pretty good. Only 6 cards in deck here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is he playing May? If he's playing Double Cyrus, is he not playing May?
He does have a May.
I love going into the Chingling here because why not?
Yeah, 130.
You're safe.
Right? Yep.
You're literally safe. It doesn't matter. You're just buying yourself another turn. And there's
Greninja.
But that Greninja EX is interesting because
you can double ping.
We can double ping. Yeah, we can double ping the Hydreigon, and now he can never really get set up because he's 2 turns away. no, you're right, because they can manually attach. So I guess you just maybe KO this Chingling, and then you can kind of attack with something on the following turn. But no, because this doesn't work. He's got Kate though, so he's still living. He's surviving here, so this is correct. And I think he's not going to evolve that Greninja this turn. I just don't
he
think
can't use the rare
matters.
candy to evolve the second one because of the
Because the Chingling.
the itchy pollen.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So, yeah. You broken Space Bellow. Like, this Giratina might win him the game here. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that what do we top deck here? Yeah, and the Giant Cape just works out like kind of perfectly because Chingling's only dealing 10. You know what I would do here is I would actually retreat into the Dino and just hit for 20. Because he's already played Irida, right? Or did he not? Has he not played Irida? I forget.
Not yet.
But that's definitely something I would think about.
To get him back
this
to 130,
here
right?
also, the Absol here also could just win the game, right? Because the game has slowed down so much that if this Absol were to come out and just start discarding supporter cards, like, you know, you're kind of cooked. But Fab has 0 prizes taken, so like you can actually freely just go into this Hydreigon. And I think we're still in a spot where if we see a second rare candy, Hydreigon, the game's over. So we might just be seeing that this turn. Yeah, I mean, Fab's playing to his outs. He's making all the correct plays here. It's just, you know, one little thing goes wrong and the game's over, you know. Also, you have Rocky Helmet, I just realized, on the Hydreigon, so you can't even really KO it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he can hit, bring him down to 10 or 20, and then so we can just can't. Oh, and he Rocky Helmeted the other Dino as well. Oh, the Irida, though. So we can double Greninja here. And we can actually
You ping the back one and you KO the front, and then you're good.
Yeah, exactly.
You double ping the back, you
no.
KO the front, and it's only a Chingling.
No, you KO yourself to Rocky Helmet.
No, you have Irida. Oh, you can't. No, you have Irida. He just drew Irida.
Oh, yeah, you top deck the Irida. Yeah,
Yeah.
actually, no, that's crazy. So he kind of wins here, coincidentally, because he has Cyrus in hand.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so the Irida top deck. Yeah, that's why I was asking, has he played it yet? Yeah, so this top deck is insane.
That's
yeah, I mean, there you go.
crazy.
Yeah, the Irida top deck.
Yeah,
Yeah,
'cause
no
then-
Absol here is tough, for sure. Actually, tough draw for Numatonale there.
Wow.
Yeah, he made it out, dude. He made it out. We didn't see a second Hydreigon or Absol or anything in that game. Like, he literally just played to his outs and like.
And
mars
also,
him
Fab
and
wins
just-
this. Fab moves to the finals. It's Sui Ninja. No, wait, Maddie. It's Sui Ninja.
That's
Back
all right. I'm
again.
not. I don't hate the Sweet Ninja. It's fun for sure. It's listen.
My.
You
That
know,
was
it is what
great.
it is.
That was great, dude.
Yeah, the double Cyrus in hand as well. He played it perfectly. Like, I think it's just tough. Like, the Chingling. Did he win? He won last game?
No, yeah, Fab won last game.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, so Fab is
For some
making
reason, I thought it was the other way around.
Yeah, no.
Yep.
Fab.
All right. We did it. He played to his outs, bro. He literally he did it. He did the plays that he had to make, and it ended up working out for him.
He did the thing, Maddie. He did the thing, and
Is Numa not playing like hand disruption? I don't feel like I saw any disruption.
yeah, no. So basically, no red cards. Double
See, that's
X
tough. Like
speed.
with the Chinglings, I kind of would want to play a Mars because there were so many scenarios where he was sitting on like 6, 7, 8 cards in hand, and then had to get out of the Chingling. Whereas like, you know, the Chingling, if you just Mars him and then go into something else, like I feel like that momentum could carry the other way around.
I
X
think-
speeds. How many times did we see him just play X speed?
Yeah, just to burn it.
know what I mean?
So my mentality
Yeah.
though, Maddie, is that like I was saying it earlier, was that maybe he just wants to copycat high draws. You know what I mean? Like,
Well, that's the core of the deck. Is Chingling, stall, copycat, draw, and Hydreigon pressure. But the double Greninja, like once that Chingling goes down and then they just double rare candy and a double Greninja, then it's like you're still kind of in the same spot, and they just have a little bit too much of a pressure there. That's why like a Mars would really be the big difference,
Right.
I think. But maybe not though, because you're right. Like you are oftentimes probably are just playing the
cool. No, for sure.
the copycat.
Right, you know what I mean? Just to get your draws out. Now, here's the thing. Both players did really well, though. Again, shout out to Frog EX Fab, beating Numatonale, getting to, again, the quarterfinals here, or sorry, the semifinals here. But do you want to do Tekken's POV for the next match, or do you want to do...
Yeah, we can do Tekken. He's here on the stream, so we can hop right in, and
Cool. Let's,
Fab will have him continue screen sharing.
Cool.
But we'll keep him in the Discord, of course, for grand finals if we want to. But yeah, we'll hop over for Tekken for our other top 4 matchup, and this is going to be, we're What was this?
Top four,
this,
semifinals to finals. So 2 more rounds, 2 more matches.
What are the decks here? It's
so I can post you, but let's move over there and get set up. So
okay, let's hop over.
Already ready?
Greetings.
Cool. Okay,
we are
cool.
back.
So it is
ladies and gentlemen.
Absol Darkrai with Oricori versus Heatmore Blaziken. And again, there's only one
Heatmore Blaziken.
Well, there's 2 Heatmores, which is crazy. And only 1 patch. I think you need the double patch.
This deck is suspect, but I think it just kind of comes down to Blaziken being. We saw it. Like he literally took down a Sweet Ninja earlier,
right.
just by being able to take like a KO on a bench Pokemon and then like tanking a hit from Suicune. Like it is such a weird deck in that sense. Like this might be the Suicune sauce, or sorry, this might be the Blaziken sauce. Like it just is like a deck that like somehow is just enough. Like I don't know how else to describe it. Like it's so bizarre. It's such a bizarre deck because like Heatmore itself like isn't that good of a card, but then you think to yourself like if Heatmore is just getting backed up by a Mega Blaziken, like it's probably all right. Like you know what I mean? It's like that's a lot to like have to navigate through, and it's just so much potential damage. Double Cyrus in the deck as well. Like I wouldn't even be surprised here if Blaziken won this matchup here, if won in top 4. But I also wouldn't be surprised if it got steamrolled here, right? Because it's playing up against
well, yeah. What do you do against Double Bird? What do you do against Double Bird?
You have Heatmore Double Cyrus. Like it doesn't matter if they bench an Absol, like the game's over.
Oh, that's
you know what I mean?
Yeah. So first
like,
of all,
like you just hit the Absol and then bring it up and the game's over.
Yeah. It's not. I'm not. Do you see any gameplay? I think we're having a little bit of issues from. Tekken.
I'm seeing him search. I am seeing his stream, but he's searching for a game.
Mine is not popping out. So for some reason, let me try to leave.
Try to disconnect and come back. Yeah. Are you there?
I'm here, but I don't. Again, I can't.
I am watching his game currently.
I have a blank screen. Should I try to disconnect completely? Let me try to disconnect completely. Okay, give me 2 seconds here. Okay, one more time. I can see it in like the little bubble, but I don't see it. Okay, cool. We're good.
All right, cool.
Alrighty, so ladies and gentlemen, this is our semifinals here. Again, this is Teemo versus Tekken. Again, if you're just tuning in, this is the Pokémads number 7 $250 prize pool sponsored by BoxGG. My name is Sajwell. This is Pokémads. Again, if you guys are looking for the best of the best content of meta gameplay, don't forget to hit the subscribe button on either Twitch or on YouTube. Again, this is game 1, Tekken versus Teemo. Maddie, up to you, brother.
Hello, yeah, man. So we're seeing the Pichu, right? Because he's playing Magnus on this game. I've kind of jumped ahead in thinking about him into or not Magnus, he's playing Absol. But I've jumped ahead in thinking like, oh, what about the Suicune Blaziken matchup? But he's got to get through the Absol first. But of course, Teemu here playing Blaziken Heatmore, but Tekken is playing that traditional, Absol, Pichu, Oricorio, Darkrai deck, and there's some very specific targets here that are very scary for this matchup. This Pichu, of course, 30 HP, Oricorio as well. Theoretically speaking, like an Oricorio in the active can kind of just roll over this matchup. But what I was saying before is like when you bench the Absol, you're immediately putting yourself in a position to potentially lose the game. And we do see 2 Giant Capes and 1 Pokemon Center Lady in the game. But how is Tekken going to navigate this matchup with, the bench damage with the Heatmore and then, of course, the high damage attack of Blaziken? It's going to be a really awkward thing to, to deal with. But we do see going second Pichu lead here means that this Oricorio is going to get set up very promptly, like almost immediately. Now, I believe that the Blaziken player was playing 1 Sabrina. So, like, theoretically speaking, you will just be able to, maybe Sabrina around the Oricorio and then, like, hit it on the bench. It's, I also forgot he's playing Combuskin, which I think does 50. Yeah. So Combuskin might be able to put in some work here.
So, Teemo's running actually just 1 Cyrus. That's it. I'm surprised they're not doing double Cyrus. They're only running 1 Cyrus. So
was he the Blaziken we watched earlier?
No, different one. Same, but a little bit different.
That's crazy, dude. There was 2 Blaziken Heatmores? Okay.
Yes. So
okay. So
that's why it was like
we do see Giant Cape.
It's not the same player, but yeah. So
yeah, we see Giant Cape in the deck here. He is going to elect to bench the Absol, which I don't mind. Again, we do have PCL, we do have Giant Cape, but he's gonna cape the Oricorio and the Absol here. So again, the Giant Cape does kind of fix that issue of like one Heat more, one Blaziken attack KOing you. But yeah, like you said, you got one Cyrus in the deck, and very easily could just be discarding it. So, and he's gonna get red carded. This might just be like an aggro game here, where like the Oricorio just actually does just end up kind of winning. Both Heatmore and Combusken do get KO'd by Absol as well, so keep that in mind. But this Oricorio is what's set up here on turn 2, hitting for 50. We'll set up a KO next turn. And the question here now is that for this Heatmore player, for Teemu, what is the best plan? And we don't even know what his options are, but like regardless of his options, what's the best play here? He's gonna hit the Absol, I guess you do, right? Hitting the Pichu's not gonna do anything for you, but this Absol now at 160 HP. Yeah, man, it's strange. It's a strange world. You don't really want to bench the Pichu because then you give him 3 prizes there. So he's going to copycat that 3-card hand to 4. And there's a second Oricorio, Cyrus, and PCL, and that PCL is going to be really, really big for sure. But this Oricorio is also living the attack from Combusken because it has Giant Cape. So like I think I was saying before about the damage threshold stuff with Heatmore, right, Taj and Blaziken, yep. But I think the double Giant Capes and PCL kind of fix that problem for the most part.
Well, right, because yeah, I was because say the Cyrus comes out and hits him, he just retreats, and then you just that's it. So like,
yeah, but are you really going to be able to KO a Blaziken though? That's the thing. Is like Blaziken's got a bunch. Okay, so second Heatmore comes down.
Retreat, kick him again, and then you.
Yeah, and then you're good. But he's got PCL in hand too. He just happened to draw into like double Giant KPCL. But you're living, like, so that's important, I guess.
Also, so is Heatmore. No, pause. So is Heatmore though.
No, not from Absol though.
Well,
not
if Absol
from Absol.
does,
like if he goes into Absol and just KOs Heatmore and discards the Cyrus, the game's over. Yeah.
Oh, can also set up another.
I guess
Absol.
technically. This is a classic Oricorio match to me. Because you're right, this Blaziken deck like does have some stuff for Oricorio, but it's like not really like he does. Okay, so he stays in with Oricorio here, and he's just gonna let this Absol take more damage. But again, PCL is in play, but like, yeah, no, this is fine. This is totally fine because then what? You know what I mean? Like it's just not enough. Like the Giant Capes, the PCLs, like it's just too much extra HP and Heatmore. He's getting, this is the third Heatmore attack off, and it's not going to matter, right? And that's what's important here.
Because of the caves and the Pokemon Center ladies, right?
Yeah, so. and the Pokemon Center lady, you're right. Like in any other world, like you'd be like, all right, cool, like I can get up my Blaziken and just win the game. But like, no, it's not going to work like that. Also, Absol can just kind of spam attack.
Also, you can switch to the other one. Switch to the other one.
Right, you could switch to the other one, discard the Cyrus, and like you're fine. So the more I think about this matchup here, I think that like as long as like he does have the Pokemon Center ladies and the Giant Capes, like I just don't really find this to be that winnable, personally. And you can't go into Combusken here because it's not even KOing Oricorio on the first of all, and then second of all, you get KO'd by the Absol. So I think this might be a very dominant victory here for Absol. Darkrai Oricorio in this match here in top 4. Might not be as much of a nail biter as the previous matches were, but a very large hand size for Teemo here. And no matter kind of what, it's probably pretty likely that we're gonna see. Oh, Rocky Helmet though. Forgot about the Rocky Helmet. So that's a big deal, I guess. But you don't KO the Oricorio regardless, unless you evolve. He doesn't even have it. He just doesn't even draw the Blaziken anyway. Wow. Okay, so that's unfortunate. I mean, I think everything kind of went poorly for Teemo there.
I mean, but
I think it's going to be tough regardless, man.
That's what I'm saying. Like really you said, like with all this heal, because not a lot of Absol decks, I mean, maybe Hydreigon, they do run the PCL just for that extra 30, but
yeah. I was thinking like maybe the Heatmore would be like a different scenario, but it really kind of is all the same issues that Blaziken had with Absol or Oricorio last week, which is why this was the first deck I had showcased on my channel last week, was because I knew everyone was playing Blaziken, and I was like, yo, like that was the Blaziken Entei version, so it was a different version. But like this Absol Oricorio deck is specifically good into Blaziken. It was one of the main reasons why it popped up into the metagame. So for us to be in week 2 here in this matchup, like it does kind of have similar vibes to me. Like it's a different matchup, but it's not that different, right?
Also, Maddie, I do want to say this, brother. We have 900 people watching on YouTube right now. Shout out to you guys. And over 200 viewers on Twitch. So again, shout out to you guys. Again, the community for supporting this. Again, shout outs to Box GG, but also shout outs to, again, Maddie, for you for letting us do this, using your community as a way to push the tournament scene for Pocket. So thank you, brother. But here we go. Match 2. This is our semifinals here. I forgot to type out finals on the overlay. My bad. Semifinals here. Tekken versus Teemo. Teemo kind of in the back pivot here because of the heals from Tekken. So we're gonna see how he navigates this next match.
He's going second here though, so like this isn't that bad. Although we do again see double giant cape in his hand, which is just very fortunate back-to-back games here to have those giant capes. But going second Torchic here. The Heatmore comes down. I don't even know. Does he play any retreat cards? I should have his deck list up for some reason. I don't.
He does not. He does not. He has Flame Patch, which kind of acts like it if you think about it.
Let's go. So he's going to attach and retreat, but he yeah. He's going to attach and retreat, which effectively is the same. Wait. Oh, he's got Flame Patch. He burned his Flame Patch.
Yeah.
Is he playing one or two?
Just one.
Why are they only playing one?
I don't know, bro.
I guess it's fine, right?
But also, this is what I'm thinking too, Maddie. You know how he has 2 Heatmores?
He KOs the Pichu, so it's like, now what?
Oh,
so
wait.
now he's in energies. Now he's in a position to where Oricorio can never attack. Because then if he benches a Pichu, it gets KO'd.
And I think this is how he wins it, maybe? But then I would use Repels. I would use Sabrina's, right?
Yeah, but he doesn't actually even play any Gusting.
Also, he
doesn't play Repel or Sabrina. So
what I'm saying.
If you bench the Pichu, you can retreat that turn, go into it. But then Oricorio takes damage. So, actually, I like this. Okay, I was talking bad about this matchup, but in this given scenario, I see how this is broken because. Oh, he's just gonna Combuskin hit?
No, just because he could evolve next turn.
Oh, you can hit the active.
Yeah,
you can evolve next turn. The active.
So this is my take too.
Like Absol here.
I feel like Teemo. I feel like Teemo should.
What is this Heatmore deck?
I feel like
this is so funny.
I feel like it just needs one Hollow Blaziken and you're fine. Like.
Yeah, but in the same vein, like it's. Yeah, I guess, but maybe what we're gonna see right here is that this Oricorio matchup's really not even that bad. Because of Heatmore. So like maybe Heatmore is the tech. Because Oricorio is seeing play in like various decks, mainly like with Pichu.
So what is he doing? He's going to go Heatmore, hit Absol, and then Blaziken next, I guess?
I think you KO this Oricorio, dude. I think you literally just KO this Oricorio.
I think you got to put pressure on the Absol. But also you don't have a heat patch either.
What's in his hand.
He doesn't have a heat patch either. Like it's the last one, so.
Right. But I mean like,
I don't
if
think
he goes into Absol, like you just attack it. So like, so he's gonna May here.
He's gonna get the evolution that he needs. So, it's probably Combuskin, unless he drew 2. Oh.
No, this is fine because he's gonna Rocky Helmet, and now if he goes into Absol and he KOs, then maybe he's gonna be staring down a Blaziken next turn.
Oh, also
Heatmore can have limited options in his hand.
Bro, what the?
He can retreat this X speed. A lot of people playing X speed in this format, which is funny. So yeah, you go into Absol here, which is a little bit scary if, like you said, if they have if he has like Cyrus in hand or whatever. But we're about to see what his hand looks like. He's only got 7 cards in deck. I think what happened there was he made and got Combuskin and Blaziken, but he doesn't have Rare Candy. Because if this Absol gets hit by a Mega Blaziken next turn, the game is like effectively over, just because Oricorio can't attack and you don't have any way to put pressure on the Blaziken. You know what I mean? So when you take burn damage, so you're forced to retreat out anyway. And he's got Research and Blaziken though. So like that's, you know what I mean? So like that's the deal. Yeah, man, you're just getting hit for 140 and now what? Right? Like that
he has the Blaziken already from Combuskin. I was like, how does he evolve into it? Yeah, Combuskin coming out. Yeah.
Yeah, because that's why he evolved the bench Combuskin. When I saw him evolve the bench, I was like, okay, he doesn't have a candy, but he probably has because he made, right? So he played May and probably got Blaziken Combuskin and was like, okay, I'll do it next turn. So like 140 here to the Absol is really big. Now you're kind of forced to go into Oricorio, but if you do, then you can go retreat into Heatmore.
Yeah, Heatmore just KOs.
And then just KO that. Yeah, you can just KO. But he's going to PCL this turn, so he's kind of safe in that regard. But you have to retreat regardless, right? So I don't really know. Like, this is a weird situation. Like, leading Oricorio and then benching the Pichu is really tough. I guess, like, if Teemo didn't actually have, like, the one heat patch pivot combo in turn 1 to KO the Pichu, like, this would have been a totally different game, but he just happened to have that turn 1.
That's why I feel like Flame Patch is so good. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know why players are not. Yeah. But
I
again,
know,
like
and Heatmore has a retreat cost of 1, which is crazy because I'm pretty sure this is a slow Pokemon like in the game.
no, it is.
That's
It
just
is.
me.
It is. Yes.
All right, so maybe we just top deck a Cyrus here and it's GG. But now you can't ever go back into Absol, and you never discarded the Cyrus, so I think he knows that. I think he's like, okay, like regardless of what happens here, like I'm never going to be able to go back into this Absol.
Yep.
So maybe he's trying to find a second Absol to start building up here to maybe try and discard the Cyrus, but you can't, like, it's just not going to work that way. Yo, hold on. Hold on. This would be a crazy play. What if he waits a turn and then red cards him and then goes into Absol to try to pull out the Cyrus of his deck to discard it?
Yeah, I mean,
Let's
I see
go.
it too. And this is
But then
pocket,
he does
ladies and
take
gentlemen.
Rocky Helmet damage. He takes Rocky Helmet damage and then probably goes down to Blaziken anyway, so. Oh, he top decked it anyway. There it is. Game 2. Or no, because game 1?
Yeah, no, so game 2
Game
going
2.
To
1-1. Yeah, going to game 3. Going into a game 3. Yeah, man. What a weird dynamic. I think that matchup seemed obviously a lot more one-sided just because of how unique that start was, right? But you could get around that by just not benching the Pichu that turn. You know what I mean?
No,
like
right.
you just don't bench Pichu until the turn you have an energy on Oricorio to retreat. And since he went first and then led Oricorio and benched Pichu, then Heatmore on turn 2 was able to KO the Pichu. And that's where that issue arose. So like it was kind of a misplay, but like I think he saw the Torchic in the active spot dodge and was like, all right, like I'll just bench it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like no, like he ended up having the heat patch.
The
Heatmore,
one flame patch that's probably like one of the best cards for fire.
Yeah, he just happened to have that one specific like 3-card combo or 2-card combo to KO the Pichu that turn, and then he was just like in a bad spot. So I think you can avoid that pretty easily.
Or just X-Speed.
By he does also, yeah, I think.
No, he doesn't. But I'm just saying everybody plays X-Speed now, right? So we're back in the X-Speed meta.
The X-Speed has returned. Yeah. The real best card from Genetic Apex.
But also, too,
yeah, so I'm curious to see how this game goes. Because,
and also, like, Maddie, keep in mind, Teemo, again, looking at the badge, top 1K player. So, like, obviously has built this deck, you know, for a reason. And it seems clunky, but it also seems to be working, too. So
Teemo's one of the best players in Pocket as well. I mean, this is, again, a player that's just always at the top of the standing. So the Pichu lead comes down, which is obviously ideal.
Yep.
Yeah, but now it's like, okay, so how about I don't bench this Absol because I don't want to. But you're also going second. So, you know, we can attack turn 2 with an Oricorio this turn if we get it. Absol probably don't want to bench it until you don't need to. Like, maybe you hold off benching Absol until you see, like, those Dragon Cape PCLs in hand because, like, then you're a little bit more, you know, you feel a little bit more comfortable with the situation for sure. But I love this, like, Heatmore pressure. Like, the dynamic here is fascinating for this Blaziken deck. It really is, like, a weird... It doesn't seem that good on paper, but then it kind of just happens, and you're like, wait, yeah, this is actually...
Well, you know what it is, too. Remember, like you said, Maddie, what's the biggest damage modifier in the game? Rocky Helmet. So
yeah, he's got 2 double helmet as well. Yeah, so it's like
with the 30, with the 30, with the burn, with the 20s, like it does add up at the end.
There's Cape, Darkrai. Let's see if he gets an Oricorio here with this Pokeball. It would be kind of unfortunate if he doesn't. Oh. Wow, that's tough, actually. So this is really annoying because now, theoretically speaking,
I think you have to go into it, which
he's got
kind of
Cape.
sucks.
You got Cape. It's fine. That's fine.
So my mentality is...
Oh, he can go into the active, actually. This is super funny. But now Teemo's like, oh, let me just attach to my Torchic and go turn 2 Blaziken, I guess, or turn 3 Blaziken. He did just May as well. Yeah, okay. Let's go. I mean, calling his bluff out here, you know? He's like, listen, you want to play this game? You want to park in the actives? Well, let's do it, you know?
I was saying that what if you went into Darkrai? Added energy to Darkrai from the backline.
Yeah, but it's the thing is, benching Darkrai here I think is never worth it because of it's a 2-prizer alongside baby Pokemon. That gets 1 KO by
because the Heatmore can just KO
like
it too? Yeah, true.
Yeah, it's so sketchy where it's like, you know, he just KOs a Pichu and then all of a sudden like he can just bring up the Darkrai for game. So
if Cyrus,
maybe
I don't think Cyrus is in hand. I don't think Cyrus is in hand. You have to cape this. You have to cape. It's coming. Tekken, it's coming.
It doesn't matter if you cape this turn, right? It doesn't matter technically if you cape this turn, but
I mean, just give your Absol some superpower here. Come on. Like,
yeah, but he's in the same spot. Whereas, like, even if like he discards a Cyrus or whatever, like I just want to see what's in Teemo's hand, quite frankly, because he's only got 2 cards.
It's a Blaziken.
And if it is a draw supporter,
oh,
it's not a draw supporter though. So I mean, he does have He already played the May. I guess he has double research in the deck. That's hilarious, though, that he grabbed the Cyrus. What does he top deck? Because if it's not a Blaziken anyway, it doesn't matter. It's a top deck the research. Here we go. Why not? But yeah, this is the aggressive version of Absol, right? So it's a little bit more flexible in this sense. Rocky Helmet comes down here on the Heatmore. He's going to have to retreat. Yeah, and that's going to be
I mean,
pretty
Pichu
unfortunate.
goes... I guess you add it to Combustion. Yeah.
But I still think you're in a fine spot.
Yeah,
You're definitely not in a bad spot. But this is your last Heatmore, though. So, like, if...
Do you red card and give him more resources to get rid of it? Does the Absol player...
What are you trying to get rid of, though, at this point, right? He's played May. You discarded Cyrus. He's played research. Like, he's got one Lily, one Copycat, one research in the deck. So,
I mean, Copycat could be big, right?
Copycat would be sus, but the second Absol just came down and Cyrus is gone. So I just don't know if you really win the game here. You'd have to snipe a Lily, I think is probably what you're looking for.
He still needs Blaze. He still needs to draw into a Blaze, but he could get Copycat, which is kind of awkward.
Did he just discard a research?
Yep.
Oh.
So if Tekken gets, if Teemo...
Nah. Yeah, no.
Come on! Teemo taking it.
Yeah, man. All right. Well, that's an interesting matchup for sure. I really like the Blaziken Heatmore stuff. I do. Unfortunately, what we were able to see there was that Absol can just press the issue and just be aggro. You know what I mean? And like, if you don't get Blaziken, you just can't win. You know what I mean? So like, he kind of called his bluff there. It was like, listen, like.
Pardon me. It was Tekken, not Teemo. Pardon me. Tekken Advanced, the Absol and Oricorio, yes. Not the. Okay. So, Maddie, what POV would you like to see here? Fab or Tekken's maybe?
Fab or...
So, Sui Ninja or... I should have done this on the other side. Well, I guess I would have known, so...
I don't think it really matters. I don't. It doesn't matter much. I mean, we've seen both. The last two matches have been from both of these players' perspective, so we'll just stick here with Tekken. I think it was a nice little screen share here, guys. But don't go anywhere. Grand Finals coming up right now. Frog EX, Fab playing, of course, Suicune Greninja, and then Tekken playing Absol and Oricorio, which I believe is back-to-back Grand Finals appearances for Absol Oricorio. Am I correct? Yes. I think it lost to Oricorio last time, but yeah, man. I mean, definitely just a top deck. It's just like Oricorio is just such an interesting Pokemon.
Do you want to tell him to start? Because I think Lamp is.
Is he asleep?
Well, I mean, it's the last match, right?
Been working too hard. Yeah, he's probably
guys, shout outs again to the production team as well, to admin team. I mean, we can just tell them right now in the thingy. You want us to?
I'm actually just gonna go and use the restroom super quick.
Sure.
And then I'll come right back.
Hey, no worries. I gotta set up the deck list. So.
Okay. All right, guys. Don't go anywhere. Grand Finals coming right up. I'll be back in literally 30 seconds. All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, cool guys, thank you so much again for watching. This is Pocket Mads. If you guys are just tuning in, this is the finals. It is going to be, I'm getting the deck list. Hold on 1 second here. It's going to be Sui Ninja with Giratina versus Oricorio Absol. So again, we'll see how the control deck works against Sui Ninja, against that draw. And again, Fab did really well going against teammate Numatonale. So we'll have to see how this goes for both players. And again, Tekken, I've seen around a little bit, so props to them for making it through here. Again, beating down Teemo. So again, you're seeing the best of the best here. Waiting for Maddie for a quick bathroom break, but this is going to be the final match. The next 3 games are going to show who's going to be the winner of the Pocket Mads number 7. So thank you guys again for all hanging out here. Again, this is it. 250 people on YouTube, and again 950 people on YouTube, and then 200 people on Twitch. So thank you guys again for supporting and watching. We are in a little bit of a bathroom break, but as soon as Maddie gets back, our players will be starting. So
we're back.
Cool. I will turn on your camera.
Okay, is Tekken on screen share now?
Yeah, I think they might have took a little breather. We could just talk to them though in the Discord as well. So we can undeafen them.
Can they hear me?
I muted them, so let me undeafen. Okay. They can hear us now. So where's Tekken? Tekken.
Right.
Oh, Okay, Tekken, you guys can start though. This is the finals. So whenever you guys are ready, I believe Maddie is in Limitless chatting with you guys too. But whenever you guys are ready, good luck. Again, this is the finals. Congratulations for making this far, Tekken. Good luck, and we're watching your POV with a 10-minute delay. So whenever you are ready, Tekken, feel free to start your match, brother. So thank you.
Yes, congratulations to both players. This has been a phenomenal tournament. I mean, I don't know about you, Todd, but this metagame seems like really fun.
Yeah.
I'm just a big fan of, you know, of what Pokemon Pocket is currently right now in November of 2025.
And so here's the funny part, right? People, again, I'm gonna be real, right? People didn't like the Deluxe EX. I mean, it was cool to get the Full Art Oaks, you know, like, but again, getting the repeated cards, yada yada. But what Megas brought, again, there's literally, it was like 6 different decks in the top 8. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's such a, like, it's all RNG, blah, blah, blah. No, because, again, we've had these top players consistently making it and winning it. So it's not just RNG. Every card game has RNG. But where the meta state is in Pocket, it's very interesting and very fun. You have this mega prize, this raid boss. Do you go in it with just the raid boss mega, or do you use, again, single prize Pokemon like Hydreigon and just, like, wreck stuff too, right? So...
right,
it's just a really cool meta.
Prizers.
Yeah.
They've changed the game. It was hard to know what the game would look like with the Pokemon in, but I think that they've designed all of the Mega Pokemon in a really interesting way, and I think that they're all quite strong in their own senses. Again, no Altaria here in top 4 this week, but Altaria is phenomenal, consistent. You know, Blaziken just strong, a lot of HP. Absol, just such an interesting card. To me, Absol like is the biggest story, but it's so funny because Absol itself is still, in my mind, a very underwhelming card. It just feels like Absol is not good until like you can just pair it with like some specific Pokemon that really just kind of
Vera, you can start too, by the way. Thank you. So
what was that?
I was telling Vera they can look for each other. So
oh yeah. All right, grand finals, we're into it, guys. Let's go.
Well, no, but again, like you said, though, Absol, again, it's underwhelming, but the control is insane, right? The fact you can discard a support card that your opponent needs to win is very devastating. So
right, but it's like, it doesn't really work unless, like, you're able to go 4 or 5 turns with Oricorio in the active to get it all set up and deal chip damage and, you know, and set up a second Absol and stuff. Like, it's just so funny to me that, like, there are tools in the game that enable Absol to get to that point in the game where it is strong. You know what I mean? Whereas, like, most of the time, like, it's just sort of a liability, but like it is absolutely phenomenal. Maybe we need to play more Delcatty. Maybe we need to pull those Cyruses out of the discard pile. Could be an interesting
cat first Absol. Anyway, here we go.
That's right.
Maddie, this is the finals again. Tekken Vera versus Frog EX Fab. We are at the POV of Tekken. Again, both players have gone through hurdles and battles to come here, beating top 1K players, beating champions as well. So this is the finals that you definitely want to see. Again, it's Pocket Bets number 7, sponsored by Box GG, $250 prize pool. My name's Sajroma. Maddie, let's get into match 1 here.
Let's go. Oricorio right in the active spot. Does attach that giant cape, but you know, things are a little bit different now with this Froakie with 20 damage as an attack. And again, in this matchup, Oricorio can't attack without Pichu, right? So leading off with Oricorio in the active spot is not nearly as good as you might think, just because it can't do anything other than maybe just soak up damage. But you know, Fab's deck here, I believe, is playing double Greninja non-EXs with 1 Greninja EX, right? So it's still equally as likely to have a turn 2 Greninja come out than it was before. So we got to keep that in mind here. Now, he might elect to retreat into the Suicune and start drawing cards, but no, what we're going to see him do here is just get the damage off on this Oricorio, which might tell me here, Taj, that he has maybe that pocket Greninja. He's got it there, ready for turn 2, which, you know.
The second draw red card, though, off of this research here. That could be big,
that would be,
right?
Yeah.
Because, again, Fab
nice.
televised that he had a good hand. Oh.
Did Tekken place red in his deck? I feel like I didn't even see that last match.
There is
that
a
red is kind of crazy.
Yeah,
so double red. Interesting. I guess because he's playing capes,
80,
right? So
also 80, 180, right? I feel like 80 or 80 and 100. I think that's a decent.
It's 180. It's a little bit. Yeah. I mean, it doesn't actually change anything, to be fair, but could Guzzler, maybe for Guzzler.
Yeah, countering for just Guzzlord. But Cragly Toss does go in now. The Oricorio is available, but if we do see evolution from Fab into a possible Cyrus play, this could be really devastating. So I could see
Greninja Greninja Cyrus would be game over right now.
Yeah.
But equally, even if we don't have Cyrus, like just going into Greninja and not getting KO'd by the Oricorio this turn is big. I like this play though. We see the May come down. May is another
Cyrus.
card that has massively buffed Greninja. Yeah, so no Cyrus this turn, but even if we, again, like even if the Greninja comes down and just like pings the Oricorio, KOs the Pichu, it's like, all right, like what are we doing here?
And it can still survive a hit too, right? So,
yeah, and even at the end of the day, like literally this Froakie can just retreat if it wants to and go into the Suicune. You can draw cards. Suicune can tank hits. So, second Froakie comes down here off that May. Curious though, we don't have any middle evolution, so without Rare Candy, it wouldn't really matter anyway. But
there's no
we'll see
Chainling.
what Fab's able to do here, and we see the retreat.
Yep.
See the retreat. So does not have the Greninja play, but does get the second Froakie down, right? So this is still the case with Suicune, right? We're playing Irida, and Fab specifically, and there's the Giant Cape, so we're not getting 2 KO'd by Oricorio. We do play 1 Irida in the list, but now we have double Froakie on the bench. So inevitably speaking, we could get a board state where we have double Genetic Apex Greninjas on the board, which is just going to be enough ping damage pressure to basically win you the game here. But that Absol top deck is spicy. That is something that we can bench and attach to. And that theoretically could be the key to winning this game here. Because again, we're on turn what? Like we're going on to the 3rd turn here. Oricorio is about to hit. And then now, this Oricorio is stalling. This is the strength of this Absol Oricorio deck, is that you're able to carry into that 3rd, 4th, 5th, sometimes the 6th turn of the game without really having any real pressure on your Absol. So Oricorio kind of the perfect shield here in this scenario. Only 3 cards in Fab's hand, about to be 4. Let's see if he does find a Rare Candy Greninja, but if not, this pressure might be a little bit too much for Fab to handle. Here comes a Pokeball here on the Suicune. He's living an attack from Oricorio next turn, but yeah, it's just,
there is a red.
You're right. He does play red. He does play red. I forgot again about the red. So
maybe that's why the red. Yeah, maybe
that's why you play red.
Maybe
yeah,
that's why the red is there. So
definitely strange, I guess. Maybe so. If you're not hitting for weakness, what? It's 120, so 50 plus 70 if you have red. So you could do 120 in 2 hits. It's just weird. Definitely interesting because that red in hand is absolutely ridiculous. Could be the defining card here, but
and also I don't think Fab knows. He should check the deck list.
Nah, he's just gonna pass. Yeah, getting toasted by this Oricorio. That's really, really tough too, because now we have an Absol on the back line. So the thing here is that, like, again, we're on turn 3. That's 3 turns from Fab. No Rare Candy, no Greninjas on the board, right? So this Oricorio here, typically in previous metagames, Oricorio being this slow of a card here into Suicune Greninja really wasn't that good. But now that we have an Absol on the back row, behind the Oricorio, it's a completely different ball game, right? Because now it's okay. Like even if we weren't KOing this weekend this turn, like stalling the game out becomes better and better the longer the game goes for Absol specifically, right? Because it's just so hard to deal with that. Like
the
fact
that
red though.
The fact that Fab has 8 cards still with Sui Ninja is kind of bonkers, right? Like you would think that Sui Ninja would have their whole hand drawn already.
And no Rare Candy yet. Yeah, he's kind of breaking here. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, right. I mean, in a different world, like, you just have Greninja on turn 2, and then the game's completely different. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So, he's going to go into the Giratina here as a bit of a wall. But obviously, damage from the Oricorio plus...
Double Cyrus in the hand, too. For Vera.
Yeah. Well, actually, Giratina is living an attack from Oricorio and then an attack from Absol, which is kind of unique here.
Well,
there's the second Absol, though.
And he can just go Absol, right? Like, why would you...
To be honest with you, Taj, no, he's got Darkrai, dude. He's got Darkrai.
I would go double...
So this math ends up... The math's here, dude. He's just gonna hit for 70, and then he can hit. He has Cyrus in hand. He's got double Cyrus. He wins next turn unless he gets disrupted. And he can discard. Yeah, and he can just discard the. Yeah. Oh, you're right. Oh, you were saying go into Absol and then just hit for weakness twice.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And so you don't need the Darkrai there. You just keep hitting.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Well, it's extra damage, I guess, if he Iridas. Yo, that hand is tough, bro. This man had it all. He had.
Where's the super bonbons?
No Rare Candies.
Where's the super bonbons?
He hasn't played a single research, too.
No.
Has he played a single research?
No.
Yeah, that's bad, dude. That's bad draws.
Oh, there it is. Wait. I think it's a little bit too late though at this point.
He's got Cyrus, yeah.
Yeah, double Cyrus. So.
Yeah. So that's like kind of worst case scenario for Sweet Ninja there, but yeah, I mean, perfectly showcasing the strength here of Oricorio and Absol is that You know, if you don't have a way to deal with that Absol like efficiently and quickly, and most decks don't, Taj, because most of these Pokemon here that people are playing in their deck to KO Oricorio like aren't basics. They're like evolution Pokemon, right? So like at the very least, like you're gonna probably have to wait a couple of turns to go through the Oricorio, and that can be enough time for this Absol to kind of get himself in position to win the game. So it's really awkward. But, you know, in a different timeline where you're right, Taj, we could have just seen that Greninja come out turn 2, or Oricorio gets blasted, and then the game's completely different, right? So,
right. And also too, right? We're saying the different like timelines, right? Is that you saw Fab not draw cards with Sui Ninja. Like that's very awkward, and that's very rare. It does happen, right? It does 100% happen. So we'll have to see.
He drew cards, just not the right ones. You know what I mean? No researches. Like
right.
if you had like a single research early in the game plus the Suicune draws, he also led. I think didn't he led Froakie? I think
yes,
going
correct.
first.
And he didn't get the He didn't get the. Well, he opted to stay in because I bet you he had ninjas. Like, you know what I mean? He had the ninjas in his hand.
Right.
He's just waiting for a candy. Right. He's like, I'm gonna play. But he
did play May though. So I wonder why he played May. I guess he played Mew. I guess you play May maybe because he was like
to get a
Suicune. Because I think he's Suicune after. Yeah, it's unfortunate, you know, but Suicune's not a. It's a deck that will always get to where it wants to go, but Absol is a deck that also loves to kind of go into that mid to late game, right? So, you know, Suicune Greninja can be really fast paced and high rolly, right? With Rare Candy Greninja going second, but like, it's more of a mid to late game deck, and Absol loves to kind of go into the mid to late game having its board state set up. You know what I mean? So, we'll see how this goes here. He's going second this game here. Oricorio and Darkrai, both kind of the worst leadoff options, I would say. But there is a Pokeball and Giant Cape, so he could just, you know, he's going second. He could just, you know, snag the Pichu.
Also X-Speed.
Going first.
Also X-Speed. Vera is winning the X-Speed. So.
That's insane. That is crazy. But even either way, like, you know, like if this Pokeball's a Pichu, he's going second, so he's kind of got some freedom. But here comes the research. So
some draw.
You know, Fab not going another game, without a research. And we see the Suicune bench there, the immersive Suicune, probably one of the best immersives of all time, I would say. Mm-hmm. What's your favorite immersive, Taj?
I like the Pikachu immersive because that one from I believe it's where was that from? Was that from Deluxe? Yeah, the Pikachu immersive. Deluxe? Yeah. Because then it shows
there's the
every
original
single.
One.
It shows the newer one. It shows all of the sets combined. And then it shows Suicune on the Lone Mountain. I'm like, yeah.
All right, so, sick. You know, I think it's tough here because we're not playing any retreat in the Suicune deck, right? And
you have Greninja for it.
Seen that
you have Greninja for it.
That's right, but it's not you know,
instantaneous.
The late game retreat option. Yeah. But let's see what we get off this Pokeball. It is an Absol, which it's not bad. It's not bad. It's not really what you wanted, I guess, but he definitely doesn't want to bench it.
Also, the fact that Vera got both of his giant capes is absolutely insane. By the way, just want to put that out there.
Yeah, they're gonna be really nice for sure. Because even an Absol, like a 190 HP Absol, can live 2 attacks from a Suicune pretty often. And back-to-back researches, he's flying through the deck here. We could see a Rare Candy Greninja this turn, which would be a really, really, really big deal, even though he's behind on energies. Because again, this Oricorio can't deal damage, right? So. This could be a really, really big deal. We'll just have to wait and see, I think, is really what it comes down to. We just have to wait, see what comes down. Imagine if he also bricked Rare Candy again, if he just missed it. It would be brutal. Back-to-back researches. Kind of supplementing the draws while Suicune's not in the active spot. Which is... that's
the vibe that I'm feeling right now, to be fair.
He's just waiting, dude. What is the dramatic pause here? He's like, oh, wait, he's got to go answer the doorbell real quick.
Oh,
he has the Rare Candy Greninja.
Okay, nice.
So this is going to be Greninja EX
for retreating.
So maybe that's what he was debating. Yep. So maybe that's what he was debating, but he attached to it though.
For retreating.
Just a draw. So now he can kind of pivot freely for the rest of the game. Goes back into Suicune, and then he's playing the long game here. But I don't mind this because if you go into an Absol, or if you bench the Absol, like you already scared him for benching the Absol, right? Which is kind of funny. So now you have to bench it and attach to it. But the thing about Suicune is that it's 2 prize Pokemon, right? So think about the total amount of HP on the board right now to win the game, right? It's 300 and what is that? 30 HP. That's a lot of damage for an Absol to go through, no matter what, right?
80. So it's gonna be
and so that's the inherent strength now of Greninja. So he's just going to attach to the Suicune, bench the Froakie. So you know, he's kind of telegraphing a little bit, but to me, he's saying, listen, I do have maybe a Rare Candy Greninja Cyrus play in hand, right? Like he's
Also,
feeling a little
too,
bit confident here.
Irida can spread heal
Ooh,
to,
X speed.
to actually
X
82.
speed.
X speed is big. Oh,
But
to
even
get
if
rid of
he hits the
Irida.
Suicune, he's gonna get hit for 100 from Greninja EX. So that's what's a little bit scary. He does have PCL in hand, so theoretically speaking, he is living a couple of hits here. And Darkrai might be able to supplement some of that damage to 2 KO the Greninja. So it's interesting. I really do like Fab's position a lot more this game than I did last game. I'll be 100% honest.
It is actually a fighting chance. If not, I would say
he's actually
better.
playing the game now.
Yeah.
But yeah, to me, it seemed like it's a bit telegraphed, right? I mean, he benches the Froakie, attaches the Suicune. Does it not feel like to me maybe he's kind of setting up for that Cyrus Hurricane Greninja play? Because he doesn't have any energies, right? So why would you commit the energy to the Suicune if you didn't have Cyrus, I guess?
But also,
he's not going to go. He's not going to attack this turn. Okay, so he's really banking on not getting Hurricane Greninja Cyrus right now. But the Bay comes down, so no Cyrus play. But
Greninja will be coming, and
yeah, and we know he's got a little Irida in his pocket as well, right? Which is definitely going to slow that down. Absol would be 2-hit KOing if without Irida, but you know he probably does also have Irida. So a very commanding position. Here comes the Greninja, and now I just don't really know what you do, quite frankly. Like, how do you go about this game taking 20 extra damage on that Absol every turn? And you have to bring in the Absol at some point, but you've gotten all of these Pokemon with such high HP that are all about to hit you for big damage.
Right.
And we have free pivot with Greninja EX. I mean, this is kind of the board state that you really want at all times. And he even like attaches to the Greninja here because he's like, well, I can kind of threaten whatever I want here.
Right. You do have 2 Absols here, but again, they are. But also adding that second Absol also powers up the Suicune as well.
So yeah, so he's forced to go into it here. He's forced to go in here and see if he can maybe discard a Cyrus or something.
Well, burn the Irida, I would say.
Irida would be big, yeah.
Oh, that's
a lot of options
one
here. What is he going to pick? The thing is, if you don't pick the Cyrus, like, but he's got 2 Cyrus, so you lose this game regardless. That's the issue.
Well, so Irida...
You can't win the game because you're going to get hit and then get hit again.
Well, no, the other Absol can come out now. And
oh, that's true. Yeah, that is a good point because he's not 1-hit KOing, so that's actually a really good point. But I think
you sent out Ninja. You sent out Ninja though. You sent out Ninja and just hit hundreds. You know what I mean? Like the math.
Right. And now
240.
Now you force him to take Cyrus or Irida here.
Yeah, the 2-4, or I mean,
because if he doesn't take Irida, then you're not 3-hit KOing. Like you know what I mean?
I would still
so
burn
then
Irida
the Greninja
here.
pings end up mattering.
I would burn Irida here. No.
If you because if you discard Irida, you lose because he's just going to Cyrus you up and win.
So I would use it though, regardless. No.
No, you keep it in hand because you force him to like, because if you use the Irida, then you force him to discard the Cyrus, and then he can retreat into the other Absol. Whereas if you don't use it here, but it is because that's like you're using 2 prize Pokemon. So like if he Cyruses up Suicune here and KOs, like you don't care, it doesn't matter.
Right. So
but
Cyrus
now he's going to hit
down.
80 into the Greninja. He's going to hit 80 into the Greninja, and now you Cyrus off both these Pokemon.
Both of them. Yeah, true. Or Irida. You Irida both. You Irida both. Yeah.
Right, he'll Irida, but then he's going to choose Cyrus here because he has to.
Yeah.
So you're getting more out of the Irida, and then you get however many turns. But I guess he has PCL in hand, though. But it's not going to matter because there's double Absol here that are going to get hit pretty hard. And Greninja just coincidentally is going to be living.
And then Greninja can also keep
board here.
Greninja can also keep pinging. You know what I mean?
No, it actually matters a lot that you didn't use Irida because now you're healing 40 from both Pokemon, which means they both get above the range. So Suicune's living an attack, and then Greninja will be living.
So that's why he's thinking about Cyrusing, but I don't think he's going to. I think you still have to do damage to.
Can he win though? Because like you do have a PCL.
I was about to say if you didn't Cyrus. I was like, if you didn't.
You have to take Cyrus, but then he's going to Irida now, right? And then what?
But then also Pichu.
You're going to be 4 attacks away from winning, and you just can't win.
Yeah, and then also Greninja wins the Oricorio matchup too. So like.
Oh. You're breaking up a little bit, Taj.
Oh, hello. Are we good?
Oh no. You might want to drop the call and then join back in.
Oops. Hello. We good?
All right, let me hold on. Let me try to disconnect and I'll rejoin.
I think it's on Maddie because the stream is fine. We haven't dropped, so I think it's.
Hello,
Maddie, you good? Hello. Hold on, let me.
Oh wait, I think I'm getting you back slowly. I feel like my internet might be struggling.
So I'll cast this while Maddie or Okay, so if Maddie can't hear me, it's all good. Don't worry about it. Maddie's internet might be kind of glitching a little bit. We do see the Pichu coming out here, but is that going to be enough? Because he does want to have the Ore Choreo here. Now again, this Absol has to retreat, but there is no Cyrus's in play on the side of Fab, right? So I think we just lost Maddie. Oh, wait, are we good? Hello? Test? Hello? Hello?
I can't see the stream, and I can't hear you very well right now, Taj.
Oh, yeah, it's...
We're back.
All right, cool. Are we good? Maddie, hello?
Yeah, my internet just failed for a minute. I'm
yeah, because I was like, I could just cast while this is going on. But we do see the Pichu coming out to get Ore Choreo started. But again, if you look at the board state, right, Pichu adds the energy to Ore Choreo, which it did. But now Greninja KOs, and then also the other Greninja can just KO the Ore Choreo, and then we're back at another square, right? So, and again, because exactly. Absol only does 80 damage, like that's
yeah. Then this is smart too, because he can't keep the Absols in, so you got to go into something else. That red might actually matter because he can bench Darkrai and deal additional damage here as well. If you get a PCL sometime, it's just tough because there's so much HP on the board. I don't think you win the HP race regardless here, because the Greninja.
But he does have Cyrus.
But
well. He does have Cyrus though, so he could hit something right now.
He's taking 0 points though. He's taking 0 points. So it's like you have to burn that Cyrus to use points. Yeah, he's going to concede. I think the math just doesn't line up there. Sorry about that, guys. I lost connection briefly. Yeah, that's a really tough situation, but I think that really goes to show that if like both players achieve their desired board state, then you just can't. I just don't think there's enough for it to work. You know what I mean? Like. And like literally like Greninja has so much HP, so you have Greninja, double Suicunes, and you have all of the free pivots. You have an Irida as well. It's just a little bit too much. Yeah, it just kind of comes down to that. Like Absol's really strong, but I think your really only key factor there was to maybe. It's so tough because he had double Cyrus and Irida in hand, right? Like in a world where maybe he like was playing only one Cyrus, then you could have discarded the Irida and then the Cyrus, and then potentially stopped him from healing enough, and then you could have Cyrus for game, right? But I think having double Cyrus in the deck, along with Irida, made that situation really difficult for him. He's going to be going second, leading Absol here, though, which is scary, Taj, but it might end up kind of being good for him. Like, this might work out.
Is he going second?
Like,
oh, he is. Ooh.
Yeah, so these are like this is the one scenario like in pre-release where I was like, oh, Absol might be okay going second. But I still don't know if it's going to be enough.
But then what do you get rid of? Do you get rid of draw? Do you get rid of I guess you go Cyrus's all the way, right? Cyrus, Irida, or like what are you trying to get rid of here? Like if you had the choice. If you were Tekken, Maddie, what
yeah, it depends on what's in his hand. Like I would prioritize draw for sure, but like they had the thing
just
is
go
they
double
have,
Absol. Just go double Absol, bro. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, and then discard the Cyruses, dude. Just do it. Literally, just go aggro Absol and discard Cyruses as you go, and just hope you can out damage him. Basically, is the hope.
And then also keep in mind, right? If Suicune's in the front, it only does 60s without Greninja Ping.
Right. That's
like
what I mean.
If,
yeah, right. And you have PCL, you have Giant Cape.
Yeah.
there's definitely a world where like being just hyper aggressive with Absol here and like discarding all the correct cards can work here, but we do see the turn 2 rare candy, which is kind of what you need, right?
There's a timer has started.
KOing.
A timer has started, yeah. So the ping timer, just the pings coming in.
Right, and you're gonna get hit for 40 here, but you have PCL. Maybe you draw Cape. You're actually forced to PCL this turn because you're not KOing, so that's the tough part. But you could just retreat at Oricorio and then play the slow game, but you gotta just maybe hope that he doesn't have Cyrus on the following turn if we're not attacking with Absol this turn, right? So that's what he's gonna do. He's gonna go, and he has P2 as well, and a red card. Double Oricorio as well, so... Oh, no,
he's going for it.
We're sending it. But he already... Wait. How come he only took...
Because there's only one energy added. There's only one energy added.
Oh, he didn't attack. My bad.
It's double Cyrus.
Oh, okay.
You got to get rid of Cyrus.
Yeah, but if he top decks an Irida, you're in a bad spot.
Yep.
Yeah, but no, this Absol might be able to do it here. This is game 3?
Yep. This is it. For all the beans. For all the beans,
for all the marbles.
Yep.
Going second Absol might be able to just solo Suicune here.
Wasn't Irida drawn? Oh no, but research was played.
Yeah, so now you can't attack with Suicune. Because then you don't have anything to attack with after.
But also, if you retreat here, you have nothing.
And did he discard the Cyrus?
Yeah, but there's also a Cyrus in hand.
Yeah.
Cyrus and a May.
Yeah, but that's fine though, because if he has the position right now. Because if he just discards that Cyrus, he lives. He can bench his Absol and attach to it, and then retreat on the following turn that Absol. And I think he just wins the game.
Yep.
Because I just don't think there's enough damage on the board.
This is crazy.
The only scenario where this would happen is like if he benches a Froakie here and attaches to that Froakie and then has Greninja EX, then maybe.
Right.
But without any Cyruses, that's going to be really difficult, and then you're reliant on Irida, I think. Benching the Giratina here might have been a mistake.
I think he wanted just the extra damage, and he didn't know. I guess, yeah, I don't know. Like,
yeah, and he's gonna bellow.
Oh.
Wow. So this Cyrus is gone. So now you're out all Cyruses.
It's just double Absol, bro. It's just double Absol.
Solo double Absol. Yeah, dude. This does it though. This literally will do it. This will do it. You can PCL the active as well, dude.
Yeah, don't even put anything out. I mean, maybe Pichu for a retreat. No, but like you're getting Cyrus, so like you're getting targeted. No, Cyruses are gone. Cyruses are gone, bro.
He has no. That's what I mean. Like you don't.
This is the last Cyrus. This is.
Yeah, and this Giratina is gonna get 2-hit KO'd. Everything is gonna get 2-hit KO'd here, and then he has Cyrus in his hand. We do see an Irida though. Oh, and he had Froakie, Rare Candy, and Greninja, but he decided not to play them.
Why did he not drop his Froakie?
I don't know. He could have attacked with Greninja EX this turn, but I think he's electing to go into. This is interesting. You can't Irida out of getting 2-hit KO'd here unless he has Giant Cape. Interesting scenario. But he's got double Cyrus in hand. I don't think he ever loses this game here, coincidentally.
Yeah, because next turn you just basically... also, too, wait, hold on, pause. Ready for this? Fab has 0 hand... Oh, he has a Mars. Never mind. Fab does have hand disruption. He has one Mars here.
Yeah, but we just saw his hand, and he does have it in hand.
Right. But you needed to get rid of that Cyrus.
So, okay, so...
And he made, though. Okay. He made. So, wait, he made, and then now Mega Absol gets rid of that Mars now. So, it's like...
Well, he's going to use it. Oh, he made this turn.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so weird.
Which I felt like he should have made. He should have made this last turn.
Wait, though. I think he's setting up for a double lock play. So he's gonna split here, and he's broken space bellowing. So that's what he's going to do. He's basically trying to get a second Greninja non-EX. So next turn, Giratina will be able to kill whatever one is in the active spot. Yeah, that's what he's going for here. But the Giant Cape actually, I think, solves that problem.
Yep.
Coincidentally, because he goes to 180, so he's just out of range, and that's game over.
Yep.
The top deck. Yeah, that was his play. That's what Fab was going for there.
Mars still edits things out a little bit.
No,
so he should have kept the Mars, or he should have kept the hand.
Well, yeah, I just don't think he can win now because now Giratina can't KO with double Greninja pings.
Well, right, but like a Cyrus wins in the game guaranteed. But if like for some reason Fab Mars next turn to get rid of the Cyruses,
well, it doesn't. I mean? It's not going to go.
Oh
like I think it came down to. It doesn't. Yeah, but. I don't think he was trying to win this turn, and he doesn't have it because of Giant Cape. That's what I'm talking about.
Well, right.
You know what I mean? Like he was trying to go.
Tekken wins this because The Mars is
Yes.
gone. Because what if Mars happened now and then Cyrus?
Yeah, but I don't think he was really playing around that. Like that's what I'm trying to say. Like I think Fab was trying to win this turn or lose the game. So
Right.
I think that's just what happened.
Okay. No, I feel you. I feel it. That was Fab's small line here, right? But
yeah, he could have Marsed him and then retreated and then pivoted for a bit, but then
right.
but I just don't think that works because you can't really go into Giratina. Maybe I guess he's gonna do it now, but yeah, the game's over because he's got Cyrus in hand and you got Mars discarded. So I mean, you're not wrong. Like, but
That
yeah,
was the
he
line that I
definitely just went
saw
all
for
in there.
Fab in a sense, but also it's like it was weird that Vera knew that Mars was in hand already. So like why did he red card Fab?
Yeah,
That's what I was
and he's
curious
got Rare
about,
Candy
right?
Greninja. Yeah, and he has Rare Candy Greninja like in the deck, I think, or one of the two in the deck. But without Giant Cape, technically he would have been able to KO with Giratina on either Absol this turn. So that's unfortunate. But I respect that play, like with Fab.
Yeah.
He went all in there, but double Cyrus for this Absol or Choreo deck, just crazy. Like the solo Absols really just were able to put on a lot of pressure going second. Like that's a unique time where like, and I said it too, like before these cards came out, I was like, if Absol goes second, like it can just win games because like it's hard to like build up something to deal with it. But yeah, I mean that was a dominant grand finals victory there in game 3, but just a really interesting interaction. So yeah, man, there you go, Taj. I mean, Absol or Choreo gets it done.
So Maddie, how are you
Gets it
feeling about I guess like have changed for you mentally or because like again you feel me? So like I know it's gonna be a little bit while for you to collect your thoughts. I'm quite surprised that it still works in a sense because again, for seeing it, it's like, oh, I'm just gonna run Choreo, I'm just gonna run Absol, but just enough control to get rid of the support cards. Maybe support cards are just that strong that we need them to win the game, right? But Maddie, how do you feel?
It's more of an Choreo thing.
Yep.
It's more of an Choreo thing. So it's like, to me, like, if your deck can't immediately like be able to just go up against an Choreo, then you're probably not able to really do that well. But what I think is going to happen here is that Absol or Choreo was definitely considered to be like a counter meta type deck, right? Still sees a lot of play. But it winning this week kind of puts it at the very forefront of the metagame, whereas like even into the second week, like people were mostly counterplaying Suicune Greninja. Like that was sort of like the top deck that people were like, okay, we need to be able to beat this deck. You know what I mean? And that's why I think we see something like Absol or Choreo come through. Like you can't take a look at Absol or Choreo and say, well, is anybody really building decks to beat this deck, right? It's the other way around. So I think that right now what we're probably going to see going into the third week is like a pivot from that, whereas like Absol or Choreo like actually can just be considered. It got grand finals last week, literally won this week. So I mean, it is the top dog. And then now what we're going to end up seeing is like counterplay specifically to this counter meta deck, which has really emerged as the top deck of the metagame. So I don't know exactly what we're going to see from that. Like the Poison Guzzlord list is very interesting in my mind.
We're back on the screen.
Really good.
We're back on the main screen for like, so you can talk about the metagame, like Vera, Fab, Teemo, Numatonale. No, you're good. I'm just letting you know what the viewers are seeing. So,
are you on the metagame tab or the standings?
Yeah. Just the standings combined. So
yeah,
just to show you.
Go over to the stand. Yeah, the combined standings. So this is what's really interesting here, is that like Absol or Choreo wins. By the way, Tekken goes 14-1, one of the best records we've seen in a long time. But right below it, we have Suicune Greninja, which is really strong. But you'll notice that there really aren't any other Suicune Greninjas until Duo in 17th place. So this was a deck list that, of course, is very strong, but was very heavily counterplayed by a lot of the decks that you see here, right? Double Decidueye's in here with some Magnezone, 3 Magnezone or Choreos in here. Like, the metagame was very much not kind to Suicune and Greninja, and that's why it didn't win the tournament. But now we have to kind of pivot from that and understand what's driving the metagame, what's at the forefront of the metagame, and then, decide which decks we think are worth playing based around that. You know what I mean?
Well, but again, Maddie, keep going. Any last? I think.
No, it's all right. We can. What's up?
No, I mean that's just that. So that's the tournament, by the guys. If you guys are curious about what happened, Vera did win 2 matches against Fab. So again, Tekken Vera is your champion of the Pocket Mad Sermons number 7 20 Mega Mayhem $250 prize bill. Congratulations to them. The reason I wanted to give that match a wrap up, I guess, Maddie, in case we were just like,
I know.
Yeah.
It kind of just like ended, and we were like, what does this mean?
Yeah. So because we're in all, right?
About.
The reason why me and Maddie, we kind of didn't give it that final ending is because it wasn't the outcome it was expected, right? But also that's Pocket in a sense, like,
like it was a surprise that Suicune Greninja made it to the finals, and that's what I mean. Like there really wasn't a lot of representation, he was the only one in top 16.
Right.
but he made it to grand finals. Top 16 populated by, Blaziken, Hydreigon, Magnezone, Altaria, Decidueye, Absol, like Suicune. Like, so those are really all, and one Guzzlord as well. It's hard. Like, people always take a look at the very top of the standings, right? And they're going to think that that's the main story here. But we cover it all on Meta Monday. There's just more levels to it, right? And there's more. It goes deeper than just what deck won. That's the best deck right now.
Right.
And it's important to understand the story. But
so Maddie, this is what we're gonna do here. We're gonna wrap up the tournament cast right now. We're gonna wrap it up. I'm gonna do a little the spiel for the box GG whatnot, and then we'll let you end it. If that's cool with you, Maddie.
Sure.
So first and foremost, again, that's the tournament, guys. Thank you so much for watching again. You are watching on Twitch and YouTube of Pocket Mad's Twitch and Pocket Mad's YouTube. If you guys haven't subscribed yet, please do for the best meta content for TCG Pocket. And also, guys, this is every single week. So if you guys want to come in next week, please join for Pocket Mad's tournament number 8 again, Mega Mayhem. It's gonna be next week. I won't be here. I'll be at the Las Vegas Pokemon Regionals, which will be super sick. If you guys are gonna be there, please DM me. My name is Sajoma. You can find me on Twitch and YouTube, and also posting on TikTok as well, posting deck lists, posting fun stuff. It's super sick. But again, I will be gone for the week, heading to Las Vegas for the Pokemon Regionals. So again, thank you so much, judges. Thank you so much to the admin team. This wouldn't have been done without you guys. Thank you to Maddie. Again, Maddie, for allowing us to use this platform. Again, we literally have 900 people on, actually 1,000 people on YouTube and 200 people on Twitch. Live viewers watching this right now. And that shows that the tournament scene is actually popping off. Like literally 1,200 players all around the world watching this. And this is only on Twitch and YouTube, not on other platforms too. So thank you guys. Again, it wouldn't be anything without the viewers watching. You guys are the core and blood of TCG Pocket. But also shout out to the players, every single one of you guys. Absolutely insane. You guys cook up the best decks, and it's so fun watching you guys every single time. But again, my name is Sajoma. Again, thank you to BoxGG for sponsoring this tournament. Check them out. Again, link will be in the description. Use BoxGG to get your cards digitally. They'll mail it to you through TCG Player. They've done sponsorships with Island Grown and Shroud as well too. But Maddie, my name's Sajoma. Maddie, if you want to wrap this up, and we're going to end the stream when you're done, brother. So...
Yeah, all good. I appreciate you, Taj. Yeah, thanks again to everybody for playing. Again, just the largest Pokemon Pocket tournament series. Pocket's in a really fun place. We cover everything on the channel from a metagame competitive perspective, so stay tuned to the videos this week. Of course, I'll leave a lot of what I want to talk about, for Monday, for tomorrow, and for the future videos. But yeah, just know right now, Pokemon Pocket is absolutely incredible. So many strong decks. The meta is super diverse. Everything is super new. This is the best time to be playing Pokemon Pocket ever, in my mind. Luckily we have this tournament series to express that, right? And again, it wouldn't be possible without Taj, the other casters, the judge team, the moderator team. Everybody is absolutely incredible. This is a massive team effort. Thank you guys again so much. Please go support our sponsor, Box.gg, for sponsoring these prize pools. That's the reason why we're able to have $250 here, is because of Box. So anyway, let's just wrap it up, because there's a bunch of stuff that I want to talk about, but we'll just leave it for Meta Monday.
That's all I was trying to
I could be here all night, and that's just how I work. My brain immediately goes to, like, what does this mean? What's gonna, how is Tower Think gonna develop? What deck should we play? What deck? How should we edit the decks? That's how my brain goes. But this is the casting stream, and it's over. And Taj has a life he's got to go to here, and he's given his whole weekend to us, so we'll let him go. But anyway, guys, that's it. Thank you guys so much. We'll see you guys soon. Thank you so much, Taj. You did a great job today. Thank you as always.
Cool.
And
we'll be ending it. I'm gonna cut it off. So yeah, thank you guys so much. Bye bye. We'll see you guys next week. Okay, we're gonna end it here, and then do not